Alright, we're finally live. It's been a frantic start to what is the 17th season of the IPL. I've got Nikhil bhai, I've got a debutant here as well, just like so many other debutants playing today. Oh my goodness, Jeet, let's start with you. How is it in Bangalore? What are you expecting from the game?
Well, look, it's a cracker to begin with. I would say it could be a lopsided contest given the history. But look, you never know. New season, new players, new management.
15 seconds is what it took for the first shot. 15 seconds.
But that's what the history suggests. So you can't run away from that.
I mean, yeah, the numbers clearly are tilted in CSK's favor. 20 wins to them as opposed to 10 to RCB. Nikhil bhai, as the resident CSK fan, what are you expecting today?
Well, what were you doing when they last won in 2008?
Oh, wow. I remember watching a lot of it in highlights. I've never really seen it live, but yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
But again, let's hope it's...
that's a boundary? Is it?
Oh, right. That's also the second boundary for Faf du Plessis there.
Nice.
We are meanwhile watching this on a channel that has sign language. I'm not sure what to make of it. It is getting a bit jarring, to be honest, because we have someone just constantly doing it. But good to know, that's a great initiative by the broadcasters as well to do something like that. Make sure all of you watching right now, please make sure you're hitting the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't already. But coming to the 11, coming to the changes, Jeet, 4 debutants for Chennai Super Kings. RCB themselves are coming up with a couple of debutants. What do you make of the new names?
Well, they've backed the Kiwis, haven't they? CSK.
Yep.
And it's not completely
Oh, jeez, man.
It's not completely surprising given the fact that Stephen Fleming is involved. So they've gone with 2 Kiwis who were in red-hot form during the World Cup. One with a lot of hair, one quite bald. But, and I think these are good picks, to be frank enough. I'm a little bit split on Daryl Mitchell, but Rachin Ravindra, I can see the rationale behind that. So,
yeah. Interesting. And Nikhil bhai, what do you make of the surface? So far, so good. Do you think this will be a 200v200 like last time?
Yeah, I think the first one usually is a center wicket and a fresh one. So there were comments about from Smith that it is a bit dry. So looking forward to see if we see some amount of spin. We've seen what happened in the previous few big.
All right, that's in the gap. Is that another 4? Could potentially be one.
Yeah, looks like it is. Well played.
Nice.
Oh, it's a quick start. Yeah?
Faf's at home actually.
All right, okay. Yeah, exactly. But Jeet, again, RCB have gone ahead with Alzari Joseph. There's also Cam Green making his debut in the red and blue for RCB. Yes. What do you make of those 2 names in particular?
Look, these are 2 very, very volatile bowlers to begin with.
Yeah.
Cam Green, I can understand. They had a set plan in terms of what they want out of Cam Green at number 5.
Yeah.
Short boundaries at Bengaluru. This guy's going to smash it. That's fine. Bowling remains iffy. It's a department that's already iffy to begin with in terms of the resources they've got, which are not well spread out. And then they've gotten some like Alzari Joseph in the playing 11. Another guy who's very wicket-taking, I get it, but he can be expensive. Just like every other RCB pacer.
I mean, it actually feels like a roast session right now. I just don't know why am I in between 2 people who are just roasting RCB left, right and center here. But again, just sticking to the 11, I'm not sure what RCB's 11 is. So if someone could help me out with the order. There's Kohli, Faf, of course. There's Patidar, Maxi, Green, DK. That's the top 6 sorted.
That's the top 6. Yeah. Then they have Karan Sharma.
Okay.
They've gone in with Mayan Dagar.
Okay.
They've gone in with Alzari Joseph.
Okay.
They have Mohammad Siraj.
Yeah.
And
is Yash Dayal, Akash?
They've gone in with Anuj Rawat.
All right.
So they've got 2 wicket keepers in the playing 11.
Got it. So I would imagine. Oh, jeez. Okay. Dhoni's reflexes are still very much intact.
Yeah.
42-43 होगा घर पे यहाँ पे तो भाई साहब कुछ मतलब the knee, the घुटना, everything seems fine. And of course, a new captain for the Chennai Super Kings. It's been a while since we've seen a new skipper for them. Ruturaj Gaikwad, what have you guys made? Yeah, let's start with Jeet because again, we've seen him captain Maharashtra, but at this level, do you think he can come good for them?
I believe he will. Look, I think everybody knew, most of us knew, I can't say everybody, that he's going to be the successor after the Ravindra Jadeja plan didn't go well.
Debacle maybe.
It was, that's the right word.
So only time we can use a negative word for Chennai. So yeah, it's
yes, there you go.
So they had him in their plans. They probably had Jadeja initially. It didn't work out. And then I just went through an article yesterday where they said that they had Ben Stokes as one of their key contenders to take over once MSD is done. I don't know how that would have panned out. That's a different thing. But Ruturaj Gaikwad was always there in the making.
Yeah.
But look, if I see this particular decision or this call from MSD just probably a week prior to the start of the IPL, it signifies 2 things. Number 1, this is probably MSD's last season. And number 2,
finally for some maybe.
yeah. And number 2 is probably that the CSK management want Rituraj Gaikwad to be leading CSK whilst
MS is around.
whilst MSD is on the field, so that he can guide him, and that's probably a good idea as well.
Yeah. I would imagine Nikhil Bhai also agrees with it. A fair shout out because there is a mega auction exercise, so this gives them ample time to gauge Rutraj's captaincy and okay. All right, man. I genuinely thought March 17, 2024, my year as an RCB fan came to an end. Ki boss WPL aa gaya, ek trophy aa gayi, khatam. I won't be reacting. Cut to all it's taken is 13 balls and I'm already screaming my bones off here. I can't believe why does this team do this?
That is cricket for you, and it's what tells you how deeply you connect with the side, which is good. I don't think it's a bad thing. It may be bad when they lose, but it's okay. It's part of the game.
But again, talking about the surface itself, what do you think, Jeet? Expecting a high scoring encounter, at least the first 13 balls have shown some, sort of semblance of batter friendliness, so to say.
Look, initially you will get this. You will look probably the.
Oh, that's a wide for sure. Come on.
It should be, and also well taken.
Well, this brings me back to that rule. There are two bouncers per over.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what happens in the domestic system as well. It happens in SMAT, it happens in the Vijay Hazare Trophy. So they are probably replicating that, which I believe is a great rule, isn't it?
That's true, 100%. But for someone like Deepak Chahar, again, I want to also talk about him. We know that he's again been very injury prone. He's been one of those proper classic cases of what if, because I wouldn't say a gun all-rounder, but definitely someone who could have probably been even ahead of Shardul Thakur in terms of being a Hardik Pandya backup. Unfortunately, his career hasn't turned out as well as we would have hoped it to be. What do you think, like, especially based on the kind of domestic season he's had for Rajasthan, do you think something good can come out of this season for him as well? A potential India call-up even?
Probably, but I'm actually quite surprised that he's bowling bouncers with a new ball. You wouldn't have expected that from Deepak Chahar. But yeah, I think it's fine. He's getting back into the groove after a long time.
Yeah.
So it is going to take a few games for him to probably settle down and be back to his best in terms of moving the ball and making the batters dance. But yeah, look, I think everybody knew Bhuvneshwar Kumar.
That's true.
Once he's done,
No! Okay, he's clearly in field. Chalo. That's another 4. Alright, Faf du Plessis has scored 5 boundaries in his first 15 deliveries. Almost nothing like what we saw of him in the SA20, which was the last tournament he played. But sorry, coming back to the Deepak Chahar argument itself, that's a fair point by Jeet, right, Nikhil? Bhai? Because the first over we saw him actually swerve the ball a fair bit. Kyun aapko bouncer marna hai, bhai?
And also the length, if you say, you'd probably want him to be a bit more fuller. It's okay. If Faf is going to drive, I would rather want him driving on the fuller length and try and have a miss hit of sorts. But maybe let's see if it is indeed holding.
Oh no! Is that a 6?
Of course.
All right, no, that's a 4. Okay, all right.
was he bowling so strong?
Yeah, exactly. What's happening here?
I would rather have Tushar Deshpande bowl these lengths or Shardul Thakur bowl these lengths if I want to play him.
They are the designated bowlers. It's the designated bowlers.
Also, have you guys noticed the change in action? I don't know if this was also the case in the domestic season, but he's clearly sort of
slightly remodeled.
Yeah. Especially his right arm, the way his leading arm is sort of going. What do you mean? Again, does it have to do anything with increasing pace or something, or is it more to do with injury prone and so wanted to sort of change it accordingly?
Look, it could have something to do with the injury, I believe, because this is a very common thing. Whenever there is a serious injury that a bowler or a batter goes through, especially bowlers, I would say, pacers, there will be some kind of a tweak that they're going to bring. And that is something that happens with the bowling action. So yeah, potentially that is at play.
Interesting. Meanwhile, Shardul Thakur ka naam liya to tha apne Nikhil bhai. Why isn't he featuring today?
It's interesting. Maybe they've gone ahead and back to Shar's form for Mumbai, that he'll come good. And at this point of time, the only thing holding this team right is me and Deepak in the run-up. Kyunki uske baad to kuch nahi ho raha. But I think it's an interesting move. Looking forward to see how it impacts, because they have a lot of bowling options. They have Tikshanath, they have Fizz. Moeen isn't playing this game.
Yeah.
So couple of
Yeah,
there is Rachin, yes, but I expected. I mean, me and Jeet had a long discussion in terms of who would be the overseas guys, and I felt Moeen wouldn't play.
Yeah.
And I also felt Joseph would play. So I think.
Has he? Okay, it's in the gap. Oh wow, man! He's timed the bones of it. Nice to see Faf du Plessis of IPL 2023 sort of continuing from where he's left off. But again, sticking to Chennai, let's just also sort of walk through their 11, where there's Conway, not Conway, there's Rachin Ravindra and of course Rutraj Gaikwad at the top.
Yeah.
There's number 3, Rahane, I would imagine. Number 4, who do you think? Rizvi?
Rizvi, I don't think he's going to bat at number 4, but I believe that his entry point is going to depend upon when the wicket falls.
There. So Dubey could be.
Yeah, could be. But again, it depends upon who's operating. Because look, RCB are very short on spinners. All the spinners are not frontline spinners, to be fair. Barring, of course, Mayank Dagar. So,
Mayank Dagar हमारा frontline spinner है बताओ मतलब ऐसे दिन आ गए
don't worry, your 2 leg spin options are Karan Sharma and Himanshu Sharma.
the Sharma duo.
Which I think it is fair though to speak in that term, because I also feel Mitchell probably for me is a better fit at 4, irrespective of the situation,
Yeah,
because
of
I
course.
feel he'll play spin and pace decently well. And with Samir again, I think the promotion bit will always be there in
True.
terms of if they get a great start, then they can
Oh,
change.
it
And
speaks
okay,
na,
finally.
finally, all right.
Chalo. And finally, Kohli faced his second ball
Yeah,
after
Exactly that.
That's
the
true.
first
There you
over.
go, yeah.
But what do you think? A wicket in this over potentially?
No, I don't think so.
I think Kohli won't take the
Pace he's
risk.
bowling at though.
Yeah.
Oh,
104
104. Wow,
first ball.
yeah. By the way, RCB in the power play last season were the best batting unit against spin and pace, which was again a very, very, very surprising phenomena, so to say, because we all thought, "Arey, Kohli, Duplessis, spinner lao, wicket लो खत्म बात." ये
Oh,
क्या
I-
कर रहा है?
हाँ, नहीं, ठीक है. It's just
नहीं,
wanted
medium
to-
pacer की तरह क्यों ball डाल रहा है? I want to have a look at the pacer. This was at least late
Probably
90s.
100 plus.
Yeah, could
There
be
you go.
101. Why? And वो भी short था यार, एकदम short.
So far, everybody's bowling like a doppelganger of somebody else.
Everybody's trying to find the groove.
Exactly. Hello, Jagmeet. Hello, everyone watching in the comment section. Of course, we will be taking in your comments.
Yep.
And hope you like the new setup as well. It's sort of taken a lot of time for us. We've been trying to make sure everything's in order, and hope you guys like it as well. And in case you can't see what's written in the frame, it's a pretty quirky one. So do guess what's written in the frame as well. But coming back to the game, 3 overs, 33 for no loss. Of course, 3 balls done in the 4th over as well. 102 clicks once again. Teeksna, I don't think he's looking for any turn here, clearly.
He's not. He's looking for movement in the air.
Oh, look at Kohli, man. Quick off the blocks there. A cheeky bye stolen.
107. Wow.
But Nikhil bhai, why? Like, what is he trying to? What's the tactic here? Ki kya surprise them with pace?
I can't really fathom. Again, I get the higher pace that you don't want to give them time in bit, but then it just fathoms any logic. Why would you want to bowl so quick? And the lengths also have been very. Now this is still better. but-
Oye,
Oh,
yaar.
fair,
On
fair.
the bounce. मैं डर गया था.
Oye.
आराम से शांति
So the only rationale that I can think of is that both these batters are relatively weaker against spinners who bowl it a little quicker through the air. That's the only rationale I can think of.
little quicker being the
Little
operative.
quicker.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
But this guy's
107
bowling
is
quite quick. That's a different thing.
Yeah. And also you would imagine little quicker when there's also some purchase when you're actually turning the ball.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
can't be straight. Like
The
this guy,
straight ball को fast
हाँ.
medium pace खेलना नहीं problem है तो.
Kohli उठा के मारेगा 100. He bowled every ball in this over in
That
excess
was
of
over
100.
nice, yes.
Jeez, man, wow, didn't see that coming for sure. And he's also clean shaven, by the way. Not sure that's sort of becoming the trend. I guess office maybe a couple of our colleagues, including myself, of course, have come clean shaven. I hope that sort of also brings in some good luck. Even if that isn't the case, 4 overs down, 36 for no loss. I'd happily take that at the
Of
start.
course.
As an RCB fan, I shouldn't complain, right? At
You
least
can't,
not right
yeah.
now.
You don't have a reason to.
हाँ, अभी मैं ball रखता हूँ so that Jadeja can come in and strike.
अभी जा रहा है
It's like
अभी।
that bail change.
हाँ, बस बेल्स है अपने पास by the way,
Bails है,
बेल्स है, चाहे तो वो भी चेंज कर लेके बताओ। देखो भाई, like I said, मन तो बना के आ गए। But 5th over now, you've seen how Tushar Deshpande fared. 2 overs to Deepak Chahar, he's gone in excess of 25 runs. Do you go to another spinner because he's conceded only 3 runs in his over, or do you think Tushar Deshpande probably warrants another over?
I'd probably take a punt on Ravindra Jadeja straight away.
Oh, like Nikhil bhai,
Straight
geez,
away.
Great minds.
Probably
think
one
alike.
over in the power play.
All
that's
right,
fine.
thank you.
Oh,
It's
Mustafiz.
Fizz. Oh, that's a
Oh.
wide for sure. And just like Deepak Chahar, he's probably started his spell with the wide there.
Yeah, he did first
Should
ball.
be a wide.
Yeah. No, it's given a
Oh.
dot. Oh, come on, man. Rigged. It's rigged. खरीद लिया umpires को यहाँ पे बता.
4 over में चालू हो गए बताओ. But I think it's one thing that I think a lot of us would be interested in see is the tactics, because when MS was the captain,
Oh, yeah.
you could potentially have a pattern to everything that's coming your way. Now, I don't think it may be similar, but not always similar. So let's see how it works out, because you don't remember Mustafiz bowling the 5th over often. So,
Oh, in the gap, in the gap. Nicely done, yeah. Duplessis. Oh, man. Bhai, yaar. Dil khush kar diya bhai sahab.
And it does look good there. I mean, he's just getting into good positions, just being able to find the gap without looking to over it. So far, so good.
This guy is in form.
Solid form there, man. Solid form. And again, something that none of us saw coming, right? Because hasn't played a lot of cricket. ऐसे में कुछ खास था नहीं. Happy with this? Do you think? I mean, these are good signs for RCB, at least early on.
Well, I would say so because whenever a player is done with international cricket, it generally ends up becoming a huge gap, between the two franchises.
Oh no!
Shabash!
Catch that by another clean-shaven player. Meanwhile, it's Rachin Ravindra.
So wicket did fall after the ball. And you took the ball. Nice. Thank you. मैं तो नहीं लग रहा हूँ भाई.
That was the other Ravindra. That's it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You did expect it to be a Ravindra.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens. Meanwhile, we of course have another prop coming in. दिखा दो भाई. अरे वाह भाई. अरे उल्टा दिखा दिया. चलो. कोई नहीं.
Yes.
हम ऐसे award
दे
रहे हैं. Thank you. This is clearly the orange cap winner. But coming back, not the greatest of balls, but a fantastic catch running in from sweeper cover there. Mustafizur. Do you think this is a great buy for CSK given the kind of surfaces they play on, the cutters, the way he the supple wrists? Definitely, you can see more of him this time around.
Like you said, he's a quick spinner.
Exactly.
But now Tikshana is bowling 107, and then Mustafa is getting wickets bowling.
That's true.
It's just
so Tikshana is the medium pacer, Mustafa is the quick spinner. So yeah. Nani says, hello Akshay, nice shape, banda. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I hope that's not sarcasm. Will you guys be doing a watch along for every game or only the RCB ones? Saag ne kya hai, mere paas CSK fan baithe hain pe. We've got a neutral panelist as well. You don't need to worry. We'll be covering as many games as possible. Of course, it'll be practically impossible for us to do every game, the double headers and whatnot. But we'll try and be available, go live every day possible. Yep. But yeah, so stay tuned, of course. And guys, please make sure you've hit the like button if you haven't already. And also subscribe to us. There you go. It's cricket.com. I don't need to do this now. I'll do this now. How is Nikhil even alive being a CSK admirer in that office amongst all those RCB fans? बताइए निखिल भाई क्या लगता है आपको?
क्योंकि हम CSK fans.
Oh, that's a ball and a half.
देखो CSK fan तो हैं, but हम neutral भी हैं. तो that is how it works out.
चलो बताइए. Jeet, again, you don't support any team whatsoever?
Nothing? I don't, to be fair. And look, I personally feel that the best fun or the most unbiased opinions come when you don't support any team.
That's true, but again, फिर भी कभी ना कभी you've never supported any team ever.
Look, I'll tell you what. There was probably a time when I was an RCB fan.
Oh my God!
Again, I let go of it a long time ago. So
all right, but अच्छा लगा.
So basically, he's a tired RCB fan. Thanks.
Retired RCB.
Retired.
Retired RCB fan. बस खत्म. But again, another fantastic over this from Mustafa. So just the boundaries there. And apart from that, he's actually gotten those lengths right. I mean, clearly he's not someone who moves the ball a lot. So just drag the length a bit back. Something Deepak Chahar was doing, which he shouldn't have. But he's also got his lines right. That's what you saw that first ball to Patidar, man.
Barring that first ball, he has been spot on. And we are already seeing those movement away from the right-handed batters. And that is exactly what brought that deep backward point in play.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Patidar is the one player a lot of RCB fans. Oh my God, is that a wicket?
It is.
Let's go.
I was just saying Patidar was the one player RCB fans were looking forward to watching, and clearly he's gone for the 3-ball duck there, making no impact whatsoever. He's asked for the helmet, which means there's a spinner coming in next. What do you think? Green comes in. Green against spin. Chepok.
Jadeja then.
It's Maxi coming in, probably.
Oh yeah.
That'll be Maxi.
It's Maxi. Yeah. Sorry. मैं थोड़ा भावना में ज़्यादा ही बह गया. It can't be Green.
The power play is about to end, so.
But like I said, 2 wicket का over आ गया बता. I thought it'll be Tikshana and it's not.
I'm just very happy.
रखो ना ball.
ये मेरे को चाहिए नहीं आज. Thank you.
कुछ चाहिए ही नहीं भाई. नहीं चाहिए. हटाओ. क्या करें?
But then, what do you make of? Again, it's very early to judge Rajat, but I think there will be some kind of pressure on him in terms of wanting to just get a good score, not a 50-60, but just get a good score to just feel a lot more better because he hasn't had a great time recently.
100%. I actually would like to hear. Jeet's thoughts on Rajat Patidar.
Well, he needs to get a start. I think that is something that he has been lacking for a while now. He got a fair entry to the Indian side. He probably deserved it as well after having a great run of domestics. Yeah. But look, sometimes it does happen that you might take a step above, play for the national side, you might succumb under pressure. And even if you remember, in the entire series, the wickets were thrown away. It's not that He was getting
great
completely
balls.
undone, how was being found out.
Yeah.
You can't look at him and say that, okay, he's not cut out for this level. He's just beginning and
Yeah.
it can happen.
That's true. That's true. Way
Those
too many
kind of
sharp
shots.
dismissals for
Yeah.
his liking.
Oh,
Wait.
okay, it is
I thought
Deepak.
Dhoni asked for the helmet there, but it's Deepak Chahar and Kohli definitely
So
feels he missed out here.
wouldn't have been surprising if Deepak was bowling slow. So
Or helmet, हाँ.
or helmet मांग लिया
Yeah,
तो.
yeah.
But I think it's a fair, and I think you already see the change there as well in terms of Deepak resorting to
The slow.
the slower variation already.
Length
So,
भी हल्का सा और full था.
yeah, I think they had a chat right just before when the wicket fell. Gaikwad had a chat with Deepak and I think that's also the best use of Deepak because you want to give him that new ball and see if he can make an impact.
That's true. That's true. 24 runs in his first 2 overs, 17 in his second, that too.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can make a comeback in the third by getting a wicket or two. The RCB are already 2 down. This is definitely CSK's power play. Another wicket and CSK would
That's
be
a good ball.
rolling, or I mean steamrolling RCB, of course. And coming back again, 6th over almost coming to an end. 4 balls to go. The power play almost coming to an end. Middle overs, what do you think could potentially be CSK's tactic? Seeing how the surface is played, do you think potential Daryl Mitchell could also come in, or it'll just be spin for the 10 overs?
No, I think you might see a couple of overs of pace. Especially you might see Tushar Deshpande probably bowling a couple of overs. And then just blast RCB out with spinners is what CSK's tactic has got to be here.
I like the reaction when he said blast RCB.
Look, this is something you'll have to get used to. That's a season I'm kind of
वो
anticipating.
पहले
sadly.
3 ओवर में शायद थोड़ा ज्यादा ही मतलब खुश हो गया, बट पता था कि ये खुशी बस उतना ही रहेगा. चलो कोई नहीं.
But I've got something for you all. So, only once in the IPL history have we had a courtesy.
Oh, yes! Oh, come on,
Number
man,
3.
Maxi. That's a golden duck for Maxi and Deepak Chahar now amongst the wickets. A very
Nicely
stupid
placed.
dismissal. Just straight, guided it straight to MS Dhoni. कर क्या रहा है भाई?
So he probably made up for all that boundaries hit by Faf. And again, I think just the right length as well, right? Very early. I don't know if he wanted to hit it that fine.
No foot movement.
Yeah, he just wanted to dab and get off the strike. But then
He was in no
it
position to
just-
play that. I mean, I know first ball thoda time लगता है to get going, but you
He
can't.
wanted
You
to
can't.
tangle there.
Yeah.
41
has a
for no
wicket.
loss, 42 for 3 now. RCB in all sorts of trouble, and it's of course the debutant Cameron Green making his way into the center. 3 balls to go in the power play. एक और wicket जा सकता है Cameron Green potentially now.
You never know. You never know.
क्या 70 ऑल आउट 70 से भी कम जाएंगे क्या ये लोग?
I mean, 70 to go to 70 from 41 for 0 would be proper RCB, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. We want a good game. So
बॉल यार, ये बॉल ही है. सारे मुसीबत की जड़ यही है. मतलब फेंक के मारने का मन कर रहा है. छोड़ो, क्या करें अभी? क्या करें?
But yeah, Kushal goes on to say, okay, as we know how this pans out now, Kohli gets to 50 of 35, CSK chase in 70 overs.
But CSK
That's a
chases what?
template.
Yeah, CSK chases what? And wait, Kohli gets to 50 of 35, but उसके बाद क्या? मतलब is he getting out? Is he still there?
No, he'll bat till the end while
It's
others get
55
out.
balls.
I mean, Faf जैसे खेला तब तो उसको बैटिंग ही नहीं मिल रही थी यार.
हाँ, but छोड़ो, पता नहीं क्या दिखता है. And I was hoping for Manoj Bhandge to sort of get a look in. यार, they've gone ahead with Anuj Rawat. Not sure.
Don't you think Manoj Pandey will end up becoming Cameron Green's backup in a way in terms of the role?
I hope
That's
not.
more suited. Hope not, of course.
Because again, his batting is more suited. Like he bats at least for Karnataka, and even at the
He does,
Maharaja
yeah.
T20 trophy, he bats at number 6. I would say that's pretty much his natural position. Green is more of a top order batter who's been slotted in at number 5 because we don't have any vacancies in the top order. But all right,
Actually, there is Tom Curran.
oh
That's
yeah,
Cam Green's backup.
By,
You never know.
मुझे पता नहीं ये कॉम्प्लीमेंट था कि क्या था, but let's move on.
मैं तो सोच भी नहीं रहा. वो मेरे को ऑफिस में थोड़ी चीखें सुनाई थी तो मैं डर गया कि भाई क्या होगा, एक और विकेट गया क्या यार.
नहीं, इतना भी पीछे नहीं देख रहे तो
वही,
टेंशन
फिर लगा रही नहीं. अब तो मैं जियो में भी नहीं देख रहा कि मुझे वेट करना पड़ रहा है किसी के रिएक्शन के लिए. Sportsman, why did RCB change their jersey to blue? Not sure, but it's definitely not as bad as we thought it was initially. It's definitely better than that, but I still prefer the black. Supposedly superstition because a lot of teams previously have also switched from black. Delhi being one of them. So clearly, yeah.
I mean, they've changed the name to Royal Challengers Bengaluru.
Yeah. वही ना, मतलब तुम पेसर्स नहीं रख रहे, स्पिनर्स नहीं रख रहे, टीम तुम्हारी घटिया, लेकिन चेंज क्या करते हो? नाम और कलर. Because clearly that was the one thing missing. बाकी सब ठीक था. टॉम कर
नाम में प्रॉब्लम था भाई. प्लेयर तो थे.
टॉम तो 5 पर ले लेता यार. मतलब क्या बोल रहे हो तुम? सौरभ चौहान आके पहले इनिंग्स में सेंचुरी मारेगा. रुक. But let us see. Next bhai, Specs bhai. Wow. Jeet has been renamed. Guys, Jeet, come on, it's Jeet, bhai. Next by and specs by supporting RCB. 2 versus 1. We need Avanish here. Don't worry, Avanish is, of course, in Chennai right now, and he's, of course, vociferously supporting and rooting for RCB. It won't be of any use, clearly. 42 for 3 at the end of the power play. CSK's power play through and through. 33 in the first 3 overs. 9 for 3 in the next 3. Surface mein kuch tha, it was just shitty ass batting from RCB.
I think the early game jitters is what I would put it down to. And even in terms of like how they are batting, someone like Glenn Maxwell getting
Oh भाई
Jadeja
जडेजा
finally.
आ गया खत्म यार मेरे को जडेजा वर्सेस कोहली ऐसा धक धक होता है भाई तू पहले बॉल में आउट हो जा बस
But the matchup's gone though for Jadeja, isn't it?
क्या
Maxi is gone.
Yeah, Maxi is going. He's taken up 6 times,
Exactly.
5 times
Yeah,
bowled.
yeah.
So maybe he'll get green bowled. Let's see.
exactly green
With
Good
that
chance.
arm ball coming in
Yeah.
very
Very good
early,
chance.
quicker off the pitch.
green did he play at Chippewa last season I don't think so I don't think
He played one game. I think he had a 34 something. I'm not
in Chennai
I think he played one game.
मतलब
Oh.
मुंबई ने तो एक ही खेला होगा चलो सिंगल
Yeah.
off the mark there finally oy chancing the arm a very poor throw but I'm not sure if that was great awareness okay they were chancing
Sameer
Sameer
Rizvi's
Rizvi's arm the debutant there but not sure if that's the kind of risk they must be taking when they're already 3 down and then number 3 number 4 batters both going for a duck
Yeah.
oh boy kya bowling
चलो line सही
speed
stuff.
का okay that's
Okay.
going
He's bowling it smartly.
yeah 95 that's more or less the pace
It's
they are
very
wanting.
rare for me to see a spinner bowl at a lesser pace than
Jadeja
Jadeja.
I mean,
Jadeja bowling at a
lesser
lesser
pace,
pace than any
yeah,
other spinner in the game.
Fair
But
enough.
that's what it is.
Oh,
good ball.
baapre.
Good ball. Good.
That's a good ball. That's good
And
bowling
he-
there, of course. And in case you guys can't see, of course, let's hide the comment. We'll of course talk to Pranav. There are a bunch of snacks here, guys. Anything you guys want to favor? It is fantastic snacks from Two Elements, very healthy, and of course, like they say, they are true to what they call themselves. Okay, for a second, had to again be swerved by RCB. But again, before I forget, guys, Two Elements snacks, do check them out. They are available on Instamart. They are available on Blinkit. They are available on what's the
Zepto.
third platform? Zepto. It is. 15 minute में आपको मिल जाएंगे fantastic healthy snacks. They've also got rolled oats. They've got millet shakes. They've got a bunch of new things coming up. So do check them out. And in the meantime, let us also थोड़ा मतलब करते हैं यार. Let's open our account with the snacks. Oh my goodness, green almost getting out there. भाई ढंग से मेरे को एक CTA करने दो यार. शर्म कर लो तुम लोग शर्म. But guys, yeah, what do you want to have? Again, in case you guys don't know what the flavors are, there's cranberry chili. There's of course sweet chili cashews. They've also got spiced jaggery cashews that I feel Jeet wanted to try. Jeet, what's up with it? Spiced jaggery cashews? All right,
Give it a
let's go
shot.
for it. Sure. ये बॉल यार ये बॉल का पता नहीं क्या करो बॉल को फेंक के मारने का मन कर रहा है.
But take even RCB are showing their true elements.
Exactly,
So,
nicely
yeah.
done. Exactly, nicely done.
That's
RCB
good
clearly
plugin.
showing their true elements. And guys, of course, do check out the link in the description.
Yeah.
Check their site out. Fantastic stuff and very, very, very healthy to eat, which is again very important given the day and age we are in right now. Tikshana in for his second over. Just 3 runs in the first. That pretty much triggered the kind of collapse that we saw, that we've always seen from RCB. CSK will be hoping another collapse. या मतलब एक और 3 विकेट का मतलब मिल जाए bunch में. खत्म बात.
I think for now, I think they just want to get green out. Wouldn't want him to settle down. I'm very interested to see where he opts to hit Tikshana because I don't think it's going to be easy
Again,
to sweep.
100 plus.
100 पे डाल रहा है वो तो.
सोच के आया कि बॉस मैं 100 के ऊपर ही मारूंगा.
Yeah.
But seems to be a deliberate ploy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
deliberate try. Maybe they want him to hit down and then just catch him on the on the miss it that way.
भाई ये
Okay, so coming back to the point, the one question I had,
Yeah.
this is only the second time that CSK versus RCB are playing in a curtain raiser. The last time they played was
क्यों?
in 2019.
Please tell more. Please
No,
tell me
I'll
more.
tell you why.
नहीं एक काम करता हूँ मैं चाकू दे दूँ. मार तो सीधा. ये क्यों आपको ये सब करना है? मार दो ना.
Oh, wait.
मार दे भाई कोहली. Is that his first
In the gap.
boundary? No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
Just still two.
Yeah, 2.
So,
ओए भाई.
ओए भाई क्या भाग रहे
नहीं
हैं?
भाग ना भाई क्या हुआ वहाँ पे? But yeah, sorry.
look, so they are following the same pattern here because the last time RCB were all over 70. Now, the fun fact, highest scorer was Parthiv Patel.
Yeah.
The other 10 batters registered single-digit scores, barring Mohammad Siraj. Do you think it's the same pattern here? Almost similar.
Pow.
Another curtain raiser, another chip-out game, 51 for 3. What's
Two
happening?
elements. Spice jack. आप मुंह मीठा
That's a
कीजिए.
nice
हाँ, मुंह तीखा कीजिए, मीठा कीजिए, जो करना कीजिए बस मत Like,
He could have also said 2018 may also Chennai won, and then it happened and all of that. So
That's true.
No, but the good part for RCB, the first game of the season, whenever RCB plays, they have a much better record, don't they, as compared to CSK?
Is that? Oh no. Okay, they have a sweeper cover. क्या करे record का बता? मतलब क्या ही करे?
Something to go by. You never know.
भाई जब तुम नेम चेंज और जर्सी चेंज कर रहे थे, this is still a better thing to go by. हमारा मुंह वैसे भी दिखा
He's
but yeah.
deflecting.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
just deflecting our
खाएंगे.
It's exactly how Maxwell did.
अच्छा स्नैक्स खाएंगे, आराम से चिल करेंगे, कुछ बातें नहीं सुनेंगे, कुछ बातें नहीं बोलेंगे, बस ऐसा बोल रहा हूँ. अभी विकेट जाने दो, सब बकवास बाहर भी आएगा.
Let's see how he goes green. Okay.
Also rebuilding phase.
Yeah, which is what actually I was going to come to. Do you think the slowness is because RCB lost 3 wickets, or do you think the surface also has a few tricks up its sleeve?
I think, look, those three wickets came in a cluster.
Hmm.
Now you're having two batters. Kohli, who's already kind of slow against spin to begin with, and you've got Cam Green, who's playing his first game. So he finds himself coming in a situation where he would have thought he's going to be coming and bashing the ball, right?
That's true. That's
It's a
also, by the way,
different
12,000 runs for Virat Kohli
That's
in
a nice
T20s. So yeah, that's not a bad start for him. And yeah, Jeet, sorry.
So yeah, I think it's more situation based than the surface right now, because we haven't really seen a ball turn so much. Probably I'll put it down to the pace of the spinners as well.
Okay.
But yeah, primarily the
पैर पे
situation.
था, मार सकते थे यार.
I don't know. I get a silly feeling Green could be stumped because that's like twice or thrice in the sometimes he's lost kind of balance trying to flick. So if there is one that's quicker down leg,
Oh, it just goes past.
just
him.
goes past. How Sabir Rahman got out in 2016.
To Suresh Raina.
Yeah,
Interesting.
And Dhoni is not missing that out, is it?
hopefully.
You would hope not. I don't think those reflexes have gone down. But again, Jadeja also now going, bowling in excess of 100 here. What are the other spin options they have? They have Rachin Ravindra, of course. And is there anyone I'm missing there? That's it. 3 spin options today.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. Because you have Mitchell who can bowl if they want to go down that
Medium
route.
pace.
So Deepak, Tushar, Jadeja, Ravindra, and Mitchell.
Interesting. Would you change now? Would you go back to someone else, or Tikshana bowls the third one here? Because he's also bowled at the back end last year. That's how they use them as well. 2 at the death. He's already bowled 2 now. 1 more over here. Just try and get 1 more wicket, or just bolo ki was rehne do. We'll go to someone else.
I think it's a good time to probably.
In the gap.
Oh, that's-
Do to bhag le.
Should be
Sweeper
four.
cover.
Should be 4, yeah. Should be
Nice. Sweeper cover
Nice
was
shot.
probably too square there.
That's using the pace.
Yeah, nicely done. Very surprised कि green spin भी खेल पा रहा है यहाँ पे. Genuinely surprised.
But
Bad
I
ball.
think it's also interesting release from there because I think he probably undercut the ball there or something that would be good to see again. Because he clearly had his wrist over the ball even
That's
while he landed. So
Maybe slippy. Wow. Okay, not a bad. But he's consistently been bowling that leg
middle
stump
and leg
line,
stump,
yeah.
it's
Just too straight. That's
it's
fine.
been my pet peeve with
Jadeja.
Jadeja for a while. But see, it works for them because he's been used as someone who can keep the runs down, build the pressure up so that they attack at the other end and they get the wicket. So I think to your question of who will bowl next, I think it'll be Tushar. And then they'll see one of Green or both Green and Virat won't mind the pull. So let's see if is someone who's going to. I won't say
You're
rush
saying
them.
So pull it square. हाँ, नहीं.
तो
Kohli
rush
को
नहीं
yeah.
rush नहीं होगा, but could be अगर if it sticks in the wicket variation. So let's see if that turns out.
Timeout.
By the way, that's also the first strategic timeout. 9 overs done, 63 for 3. But yeah, I don't think there's any pacer on this planet who can rush Kohli. Kohli को rush कर पाना जीत?
I don't think so.
मुश्किल
Yeah,
ही नहीं
This guy
नामुमकिन है.
battled out against Mitchell Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
This guy can do anything.
भाई मार कोड को जिस तरीके से मारा
Mark
भाई,
Wood,
yeah. So
Plenty of examples.
exactly. Last year, if you guys remember, Jofra Archer हर कोई बोला अरे यार कोहली को ने front foot पे आके long off के ऊपर छक्का मारा है भाई. The
Fair,
pace is
fair.
definitely not something I'd be too worried about. Of course, if there isn't any movement, that is. Movement हुआ तो 110 वाला भी आके विकेट निकाल लेगा, फिर टेंशन की बात नहीं है तब. We see Baba Sehgal there, but here, right now, 9 overs done, first strategic timeout. What do you think is being discussed in the RCB dugout right now?
I think they'll probably still look to play out the next 2 or 3 overs, build this partnership, and then someone like Cam Green might look to attack. Kohli might look to, again, bat a little bit deep. Cam Green has to take the matters into his own hands.
But what if, like Nikhil Bhai said, it's a pacer.
Yeah.
Positive matchup for Kohli. Do you think he should still sort of just rotate strike and let Green handle the business, or do you think you should also go for it?
I think it will be Green. Look, he should go for it. That's what we want. But I don't think that's going to quite happen. A few odd boundaries here and there of loose deliveries at best, but it will be Cam Green who will be switching his gears now.
Interesting. Agree with that, Nikhil bhai, or do you think something else could potentially happen?
No, it's also a fair way to go because you have to also keep in mind who's to follow. And you don't want to lose Virat now because that will put a lot of pressure on the two guys coming after this. So you have batting depth with the impact player, but you want a set guy going into those 15th, 16th overs. So again, it is not the modern way of going about it, but I think first game jitters and all of that, they might just want to ease themselves into that as well.
So Rachin Ravindra, possibly any overs for him?
Yeah, I expected him to bowl, but I don't think this is the time. You can bait with him, but I think Tushar at this point of time, given his form and given that what we saw Mustafizur do, I wouldn't mind Mustafizur bowling his second immediately now
That's
as well.
actually a good
That's
shout.
what I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
But even with Rachin, actually, it's pretty interesting because we had a World Cup right now. They had two left-arm spinners.
Did we
on their side.
actually? Did we have a World Cup?
भूल गए निखिल भाई भूल चुके हैं नहीं नवंबर
He hasn't
19
moved
क्या
on
है
yet.
हाँ
पता
नहीं
नहीं,
पता अपने को But
So, they had two spinners. One is Rachin Ravindra and Mitchell Santner. Now, these are two left-arm spinners, but two very different spinners in terms of skill sets and how they look to get the wickets. Santner is a little bit slower with those odd, quicker
Oh, yeah.
deliveries. But Rachin Ravindra is flat out
Yeah.
one pace.
वो रविंद्र
Exactly like
Ravindra.
Ravindra Jadeja.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
they've got two very similar kind of spinners. So that could be an interesting one. Maybe.
Yeah, Kushal goes on to say
Of
the
course,
same
yeah.
thing.
Kushal says RCB's depth
Exactly,
just doesn't
very
give you enough confidence for Kohli to accelerate until like the 13th, 14th over. It's Teekshna, meanwhile, coming back for his third. तो फिर डेथ was, I'm guessing yeah, they are front loading. They're like,
Yeah.
was डेथ तक जाने ही नहीं देंगे और भाई मिड विकेट के हाथ में जा रहा था मुझे लगा चलो कोई नहीं सिंगल ही ओ दो भाग लिए
Good
चलो
running.
good running necessary of course but what do you think is the pass score here?
I would say probably around 160 is something that, look, again, I mean, if I have to look at RCB's bowling lineup, I'm going well beyond 160.
Oh no
अरे six है भाई, six है. इतना cricket तो देखा है यार.
First six for Kohli, first six for RCB this innings. Did
Yeah.
Faf score a
No,
six?
he hit a boundary.
हाँ boundaries ही
Yeah.
था ना यार चलो भाई finally छक्का आता हुआ एक को भाई तड़कता shot वहाँ पे weighted
Oh,
dropped
bad.
on his back foot and that's Kohli यार Kohli again just the tad bit shot once again Teekshna just bowling it too quick into the surface
Shot.
why do you think is he doing that?
I don't think he's found his rhythm yet, has he, from the first over itself? Too quick, of course, but even the lens.
And
not
now he's
on
going
point.
too straight. Is it just deflect and take a single? Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, Sunny ji would be happy, thrilled with this. अरे छक्के के बाद single लिया है भाई, गजब. Jeet, do you agree with that? Single right after a six, just do
I
it.
don't. I don't.
All right, now, Jeet just being very clear that he doesn't want to.
So Sprite pick है. Maybe wrong brand publication, but yeah, सीधी बात no बकवास. Clear है. Let's see how Green goes. Is
शांत भाई एक छक्का आ गया प्लीज रिस्की मत मतलब बॉल मारने वाला है तो मार
see,
Set back first.
and he again lost balance.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
again lost
मतलब, yeah,
balance.
off balance. I genuinely thought I was bad first for a second. Okay, clearly not. 104 clicks, like, but rhythm. मतलब rhythm की बात तब आती है जब length या line खराब हो रहा है. Pace में तो rhythm का कोई लेना देना नहीं है ना. If you're not in rhythm, you won't bowl quicker. Definitely.
But maybe
not.
you try harder, right? You could potentially push yourself,
For
saying,
quicker pace.
yeah, for quicker pace.
But turn ही नहीं मिल रहा है. मतलब करना क्या चाहते हो फिर?
I think he's just trying to cram them for room and not give them any time to just react to the lengths of the surface. Now, this is for the rare full one that is bowled. But
this
again,
was
that's too
overpitched.
straight.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's too full and too
Look,
straight.
I don't think Deepak Chair found his rhythm. The
Yeah.
same thing applies to Manish Tikshana as well. They are
Yeah. So the only guys found rhythm so far is Mustafizur.
Mustafizur. Oh, yeah.
And he's taken two.
barring that first ball. That's it.
Yeah.
That's true.
And that is 1,000 runs versus CSK.
Versus CSK.
Again,
Virat.
फायदा नहीं है. Win चाहिए. Win. वो कोहली खुद भी बोलेगा, of course.
Obviously.
It's not an ideal situation, but
Yeah.
not bad.
Last ball of the 10th over. Not bad shot.
They have a partnership.
Aram
That's
se,
important.
that's true. That's actually very true. 42. So that makes this partnership what 33 runs. They would want to build on 105 Gs, 20. I mean 18 balls that Teekshna's bowled. Each of them have been in excess of 100 each. Again, before I forget, 10th over is done. So guys, this time around in this IPL season, the prediction contest will be active only between the 10th and the 15th over. So
Oh,
make
nice.
sure before the first ball of the 16th over, which is basically 15.1 is bowled, you get in your predictions. Do let us know how much you think RCB is going to end up with at the end of the first innings. and you stand to win some cool, not merchandise, hampers from True Elements. So stay tuned for that. Please, so yeah, just start getting all chatty and let us know how much you think will RCB end up with at the end of the first innings. Once again, remember guys, the prediction contest will be active only between the 10th and the 15th over. 15.1 से पहले आप अपना prediction please डाल दीजिए. Let's start with Jeet, of course, here. क्या लगता है यार यहाँ से कितना 10 ओवर में 75, so another 100 runs, so 175.
I don't think so.
I couldn't even pull that with a straight face, man. I wish I could. Need to learn a bit more of acting. But yeah.
Look, I'm looking more at the score in the range of 155 to 160.
Just about par, according to you, since you
Just
mentioned
around
160.
par, yeah.
But not the worst of two.
Not the worst. Given that they were 42 for 3, definitely not the worst total.
But given the kind of bowling attack they have, yeah.
Oh,
यार ऐसा तो मत ले भाई तू इतना रूम मत ले भाई.
So I think the idea is like pretty obvious here. Just find one boundary in an over. Doesn't matter where it comes from.
And surprisingly, it's been Kohli who's been taking the
exactly.
initiative. Yeah, Green hasn't. He's not attempted a single aggressive shot, attacking shot, so to say. ओए यार classic Kohli मतलब miss करता हुआ on the flick there. Nikhil bhai, what about you? What do you think? How much is RCB ending up with at the end of the first innings?
They were actually just taking Cricket.com for their score position, and they say RCB get to 146 for 6.
ओए यार, just one run coming from this over. Bad batting. मतलब यार run rate अभी 7 से नीचे आते हुए from 7.5 now they've gone below 7. And it's not even like he bowled very well. मतलब rotate तो कर सकते थे side गधों.
It's okay.
अभी तो सीजन चालू हुआ है भाई.
बात पे स्वीट चिली कैशूज का भी हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं मतलब व्हाट डू यू कॉल दैट हाउस वार्मिंग सेरेमनी को क्या बोलते हैं?
उद्घाटन करना है.
उद्घाटन. दैट्स अ बेटर वर्ड. दैट्स अ बेटर. मैं गृह प्रवेश का सोच रहा था.
गृह प्रवेश.
उद्घाटन makes more sense though.
Yeah, so I think they're saying 146. I think it should be around a similar score. Probably 151, 152, something like that. So I'll stick to 151. And also hopefully first wicket alert.
First wicket alert.
मतलब मेरा first wicket alert.
That's interesting.
But who do you expect to bowl that over?
Fizz.
I'm hoping for Fizz, and then hopefully it is
Fizz. 2 for 4 से कितने और लेंगे भाई?
Chance तो बनेगा hopefully देखो हाथ में.
And it should be Green to be honest, not Kohli यार. जो भी हो मतलब.
Let's
जो
see.
भी हो. Meanwhile, I mean, for what it's worth, I think RCB will score 132. क्या था ये like?
Yeah, but that came in.
Yeah, but he was in no position. 136 clicks there.
Surprisingly, Cameroon Green is getting hurried by pace.
Yeah.
How weird is that?
And that at 136, I'm not sure. Like surface, do you think it has to do a lot more with the surface
I
itself?
don't think so.
Something happens when people come to RCB. Nothing. Hi. हाँ सुना है ना ये खाते खाते.
कुछ सुना है बस आप लीजिए आप बस लीजिए. ये सब सुनने का छोड़ने का खाने का मजे में रहने का बस.
Well, let's see. I don't want Kohli to get out, but yeah, I think one risk is imminent. Because they haven't got a boundary, they've got a mid-on up now. Let's see.
Boundary छोड़ो, run नहीं आ रहे हैं. आप boundary की बात करो. 1 run आया पिछले over में.
So MS is still marshalling the troops.
Clearly.
Yeah, I think.
Oh no!
6 है ना?
That's a 6. Isn't it? Oh wow!
Are you gonna be kidding me?
Hi.
Too good.
रहा ने यार. मतलब.
Wow.
फॉर्म में नहीं फिर भी विकेट इसको कैच लेना है ऐसा. 6 कहाँ से था ये? कनेक्ट ही नहीं किया गधे ने.
Wicket गया मैं खुश हूँ. Cheers.
Oh, the wicket is out to work.
Yeah.
That's a good job.
Good start.
Sweet chili खाता.
Sweet chili खाना पड़ा. And I actually said, if you remember, we discussed about Kohli getting out to the miss hit on the pull. It's exactly what. But again, I think he wanted to create more than hitting that ball. So I think that's what led to the downfall.
He was aiming for the gap. That's out. Yeah, that's out. And it's going to be deep. अरे एक तो replay दिखाया भी नहीं.
Oh, the
smart replay.
It's that quick. It's that quick.
No, this is the smart bit.
So quick.
तू समझा?
The smart bit is कि अपने को मत दिखाओ खत्म. यार.
But here's another interesting thing. So it's two Faf and Kohli both again out to a left arm pacer.
Yeah. Might not be the new ball, might not be swinging, but clearly they
it's
do
a left
struggle.
arm pacer. The angle is worked.
That's true. But that's a 3 for Mustafizur, again proving to be a fantastic buy for the Chennai Super Kings right now. And it's going to be Dinesh.
I'm just wondering, had Matisha Patirana
Been
in
fit.
fit,
Yeah.
would Mustafizur have started in the 11?
I would have actually had him ahead of Patirana. I'm not. This isn't in hindsight. I had him in my 11 first because I really felt in these surfaces his cutters would really do wonders for them.
Yeah.
So I genuinely thought he would be
So
someone.
say for example, would you go for Mustafizur at Chepauk and Patirana for the other tracks?
I wouldn't mind Mustafizur outside as well. It's not that he flat surfaces mein wo nahi le pata. We've seen him do well outside as well. If anything, I'd actually probably drop Tikshana and play both of them outside.
Yeah.
Because again,
It is-
no Jahed of DK by the way. Make what you want of it.
Just RCB is showing their true elements.
Clearly, yeah. Yeah.
Because if you expected DK, I don't think DK would have come before
No,
the
but I
15th
think
over.
it's to have an RHB LHB combination now. Finally,
अभी
Abhi.
12 ओवर के बाद इनको सोचा
They
कि
have
हाँ
no
भाई
choice.
अपने पास
They have
है
no
तो
choice.
चलो लेफ्ट और राइट अभी करना है. Yeah.
But then, could that mean that if Jadeja bowls next, Anuj goes after him?
ये नेगेटिव मैसेज थोड़ी ढंग के बैटर के लिए रखो. अनुज रावत है. ओ
Oh, शाबाश
भाई
भाई!
तू येड़ा है क्या? येड़ा है क्या?
Second time, two
By pace
wickets
again.
in the same over.
Yeah, and once again losing wickets in
In clusters.
clusters. And why? Why? What were you even trying to do there?
Just like Maxwell trying to guide, but
But
wrong ball.
ये था क्या रूम लेके? Oh बाप रे यार.
And that
That's
is the famous-
cutter.
The famous face cutter.
Oh,
And
Oh,
oh,
just
that
fun.
is-
Okay. I take it back. I take
Can't
some
do
of
much.
I take some of the gali back. Green छोड़ो. this is too good to handle. Excellent ball this and yaar.
What a start for Fizz though.
Yeah,
Oh,
excellent.
man.
4 wickets.
You think Delhi would be ruining this? Yeah, वो वैसे भी कुछ खास यूज भी नहीं कर रहे थे 2 साल
Will
हाथों
be
से.
now.
I mean, see, it's exactly what he said about Pathirana being there and then you not preferring Fizz. And like most of us wouldn't have preferred Fizz over Pathirana because of the problem that CSK have had in terms of end overs bowling. So I think this is in a way a good option also to have because I don't think we are in a time where everybody's fixated with a set individual. Like he said, if you feel the conditions are good for Fizz, we'll play him. If not, you'll go to Pathirana, give him games, get him into good rhythm as well. So that when you move ahead, there are new venues, say a Vizag or a new venue, you are still in a better position to be okay, both are them in form. I can pick whoever I want to. So I think from CSK's pure way, that's as good as it can get.
100% solid by the 5 wickets down. 4 to Mustafa Zudar. 4 for 6 is what his spell is at right now. That's ridiculously good there.
4 for 6 versus Bangladesh rings a bell.
That was 6 for 4.
You get the gist.
Yeah. But again, going back to Jadeja now from the other end, or Tikshana gets one more.
I don't think it's going to be Jadeja now.
They'll
They
go
might
for-
as well bring in Tikshana. There is a good chance, yeah.
एक बचा है तो खत्म.
Or potentially Tushar, who's just bowled the 1 over so far.
That is if they survive the
Oh,
fifth over.
well, he's in.
2 ball बाकी है.
But CSK not having a wrist spinner, not playing a wrist spinner at all. What again? I mean, they won trophies without one, so I don't think it's clearly something that they're missing out on. But
Yeah.
is that something they should reconsider though? यार मार सकता था.
That's a good catch actually.
Very
Didn't
good
quite
catch.
appreciate it.
That was too good.
मतलब
Very
like
self-
तुम जितना
Too
चाहे
good.
practice कर लो match में मतलब
under pressure, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's also not that he was just jogging around to that.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
had a good run. So well
Dhani is a
controlled.
complete fielder, like no doubts, no two questions about it. And guys, once again, in case you missed it, please make sure you predict how much you think RCB will end up with at the end of the first innings. And make sure you key in your predictions before the beginning of the 16th over, which means 15.1 ball. Aane se pehle, please make sure you've put in your predictions and you stand to win some cool hampers, some cool products from True Elements. So watch out for that. And yeah, Jeet, you want to revise your predictions? 155 se
Might
kya?
as well happen.
115, 105, 95 maybe.
Oh man, 158 is in
यार ये
jeopardy
तो
now.
एक तो धोनी कैप्टन तो कर रहा है expectedly and over खत्म हो गया क्या? I thought there was one more ball
No,
remaining.
it's done. He
Oh.
won that.
अच्छा 2 बॉल बचा था दोनों डीके नहीं अच्छा पता नहीं लगता है क्लियरली मैच नहीं देख रहा वो वाह मोहिंदर
No, there is one ball. There is
There
a
is,
ball.
so
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
the pause for?
ऐसे why not जितनी जल्दी विकेट जा चुके हैं जल्दी मैच क्यों खत्म करना है एड डाल
Advertisement ही देख रहे हैं हम
हाँ
लोग
भाई
कब के।
थोड़ा और रेवेन्यू ही कमा लेते हैं चलो कोई नहीं बताओ वो भी शायद ड्रीम 11 पे टीम बना रहे jokes just jokes guys but revising your predictions both of you Nikhil bhai what about you
Oh,
Jeet
wow.
clearly is thinking
Yeah, 151 is something that you think is difficult, but again, then you're looking at probably a DK or a Anuj, some Joseph to just have a hit, and still 151 might leave.
Karan Sharma.
Karan
Siraj
Sharma.
Sharma.
Yeah.
सिराज
और
भी
सब लोग 10 15 मारे तो शायद वहां पे
160.
पहुंच सकते हैं. 160 शायद मुझे लगता है स्ट्रेच है, but 140 तो टच.
No, but to be fair, if
But no.
DK, oh, there are 2 balls remaining.
Oh, nice leave.
एक तो did you see that Dhoni is almost standing at half slip between the
Yeah.
keeper and the first slip, and the first slip is at 1.5. मतलब
Yeah, so
But that is
no
because
pace. Yeah, no pace and
Yeah,
angle. Yeah.
Plus the cutters take it further
very
away. So
interesting. And Gaikwad's at first slip.
Yep.
Die up. This has proved any player that goes to CSK shines like nothing other.
कुछ नया बोलो सर.
Shivam Dubey, prime example.
बहुत सारे हैं सर.
बहुत
लिस्ट
सारे हैं.
लिस्ट ही खत्म नहीं हुए.
List है.
चिन वाटसन. क्या हो गया? आगे बढ़ते.
खाइए अच्छा है.
Yeah, and well played.
No, but to be fair, if DK unleashes like he did a couple of seasons back, then they might as well. You never know.
Yeah,
Those
I
are some
think
cracking noise that he
ऐसा
played.
है. अगर ऐसा बोलोगे तो यश
हो
दयाल
सकता है.
if he
नहीं,
sort of- मतलब वैसा तो
But-
कुछ भी हो सकता है ना.
Look,
so. Then, if that is the point from Chennai's point of view, then I'd rather bowl Thikshana now, and
Yeah,
then bowl Jadeja
exactly.
out, because you'd want DK out
DK
as
out.
early as you can. Yeah, let's see if it is
यार
Jadeja
ये
or
अनुज राज से
Thikshana.
मेरे को कोई होप नहीं है.
हाँ भाई दिल्ली में वो नंबर 7 पे ड्रॉप हुआ है भाई. बता भाई मतलब और क्या चाहिए. You could have closed your eyes and imagined Mustafizur operating at Chipok, and this is what you would have imagined. At least CSK fans would have, says Pranav Anand. Completely agree with you. He was always going to be more than handful. It's a very smart buy there, given the surface, of course. So that also plays a role, but of course, the way he's been used, the way he's been, the overs in particular, where he's been given the ball, that's also, again, it all boils down to some, tactical, that
The
Dhoni
one word.
possesses.
Usage.
Exactly.
Keep harping on it, because see, that's what just I don't know. It's interesting that Tushar is bowling now.
Tushar has been given.
Let's see if he can get.
Meanwhile, just
DK
4
was
runs
short.
in the last couple of overs.
Ooh, good ball.
Solid defense.
Good ball.
कार्तिक लगता है लंच के बाद ना थोड़ा सा ट्राई करेंगे. लंच तक कैसा टुक लंच के बाद.
अरे क्या करना है भाई. 8 ओवर बैटिंग है, इसके बाद कौन बैटिंग करेगा? आउट हो गया तो.
करण शर्मा, मोहम्मद सिराज, Mayank Dagar. How did you forget Mayank Dagar? Come on, guys. Of course, he's clearly our answer to, I don't know who, Ravindra Jadeja probably.
Yeah.
Let's see.
As you said yesterday, what was it? Yash Akram and
Megra, कोई Megra था. Alzari Megra.
Alzari Megra. So Saurabh says, how's your mood? Sir, हमारा तो हमेशा चंगा रहता है.
अपना पूछो मत.
Oh, he does go short.
So interestingly, whenever I think Chennai bowled wide, everybody was able to hit. Faf did that earlier.
That's true.
Whenever they've gone straighter, it hasn't quite been that easy. So looking forward to see if it stays that way, or Dew comes in and just makes it even better. Okay, kahin bhi dalo, they'll get hit.
If Dio comes in, then what even was the reason behind batting first?
I don't know. We'll have to see if the Dew comes in first for that matter.
Fair enough.
So last 14 balls, 5 runs and 2 wickets, and a lot of silence from here.
भाई वो तो सीधा 74 balls 80 runs 5 wickets भी बोल सकते थे. उतना ही मतलब कुछ खास ऐसा नहीं कि उससे पहले बहुत तोप था. तो छोड़ो, रहने दो, कोई नहीं.
And Hayes goes on to add the point that you mentioned.
Yeah,
that
this is having his revenge against the wrong red and blue team. He thinks this is DC. Instead, कोई उसको बताओ भाई RCB आ रहे. He's probably taking his revenge.
nice. Good. They have to rotate strike any which way.
Oh,
Can't
the
keep
running
going.
between the wickets and DK.
Oh yeah,
It's back.
40 times. Jeet.
40 times, yeah. So DK has been involved in 40 runouts.
The important part is how many times has he been out?
Well, he's been out, I believe, like 14 times,
Yeah.
and his partner has been run out 26 times.
So there you
So
go.
Anuj Rawat, be careful.
Not complaining. छोड़ो, कोई नहीं. मार के बढ़ो.
Not a special showpiece there.
Yeah, exactly. कोई नहीं. कोई 30 मार खान नहीं है वहाँ पे. Do RCB even have a batting sub nominated? I don't think. I mean, of course they would now. 4 में एक तो batter है.
He already saw it going past the stumps.
I
Unlike
don't
Maxwell.
think he saw. छोड़ो.
Well, this is good. I think this is good for DK as well, in terms of getting very early season, so that sometimes you get that with finishers, they don't get enough time early in the season. It's unfair to then expect to them कि भाई under pressure just आके मारो. So I think it's good that he's getting good enough time. Just allows him to get into the game.
He did have a lot of time against Yash Dayal in the practice games.
फिर भी golden duck पे out हुआ है भाई. Golden duck. ऐसा नहीं कि छोड़ो. Meanwhile, halfway into, of course, the prediction contest right
Doesn't deserve
now.
opening
Just 15 more balls to go. So, guys, once again, make sure you get chatty and predict how much you think RCB will end up with at the end of the first innings. And just start a true element twist to that, all right? The closest to the score without going over. So, let's say 110, Jeopardy rules basically. 110 is what RCB ends up with. Realistically, of course, is what I'm thinking will happen. If anyone predicts 109 and if anyone predicts 111, the one who predicts 109 wins. Even if, okay, let's say someone predicts 111, someone predicts 105, the one who predicts 105 wins. And you, of course, do win a cool hamper from True Elements. So that's the twist. There you go. Let's see if people actually are able to get it right this time around, and let's see if anyone gets it bang on. Jeet, I don't think you've predicted the numbers so far. What's the number you're looking at right now?
I'm more now into mid 130s. That's how.
बहुत optimistic हो RCB fan हो ना इसीलिए.
So he's like, look. So he's saying Deepak Chahar का speed. He's saying Tikshana का speed.
मैं तो जडेजा की स्पीड पे अभी उतर रहा है धीरे-धीरे.
बस इतना भी नहीं मतलब करना चाहिए. But yeah, Amit says 140, close to where I said 151.
Close to where you said before Kohli and Green got out.
Exactly.
वो है.
Yeah, but look, one more point is it's DK's home ground. That's another thing to kind of keep in mind. You never know.
बहुत भरोसा ना. बहुत
नहीं है, but look.
107 का स्ट्राइक रेट था उसका.
अगर आपको और प्रूफ चाहिए था कि वो पहले आरसीबी फैन थे, आपके सामने अभी है इन हिज ट्रू एलिमेंट्स एज इट. ओह,
चार यार, कम ऑन. चार भी नहीं बता
चाहिए एक. भागे भी
नहीं भाई, कार्तिक तो आउट ही हो जाएगा सीधा. एक तो मत लो.
चलो देन फिर स्वीप पे आउट हो रहे हैं क्या अनुज?
रावत 6 is coming.
यार he'll try one. मतलब
Rohan Patel asks us, what are you eating? Guys, we've been provided some fantastic goodies by True Elements. There you go. We've got some spice cranberries. We've got sweet chili cashews. We've got
if दिख नहीं रहा तो maybe we can just lift and show.
The packaging is cool again.
बस बढ़िया.
Something they do stand by in terms of healthy. I mean, in terms of the kind of benefits, the kind of nutrition they provide. Again, they're very clear of what it is, and they don't. Unlike other brands, they're not sort of lying, and they are very true to themselves, which is pretty much what the name also suggests. Do check their site out. Do check the link out. Do check the link in description. Sorry, will take some more time before I get used to this, but of course, don't worry. But do check the link in description to sort of see what they have, what their offerings are. They've got some fantastic products for you. They've got rolled oats, millet shakes. They've got some fantastic bunch of dry fruit varieties. Do check them out. And Nikhil bhai, कोहली पाप हंस रहे भाई, बताओ शर्म.
अरे हंस क्यों से?
This is going to happen. That's the reaction, isn't it?
हाँ,
भाई हमें तो पता ही था ये होने
नहीं, but that's also fair. नहीं, क्या ही कर सकते हो भाई, बाहर से जो हो गया सो हो गया. तुम कुछ पूछ रहे थे, जाने दो.
कुछ नहीं पूछ रहे, हम देख रहे हैं मैच.
It's already given.
24 ball since the last boundary.
That's okay. Doesn't remind me of any final. Let's just move.
Doesn't remind me of any previous tournament opener. Man!
Yeah, oh, top edge. 2 runs.
That should be
पेस खेलना नहीं आता, बता. Who gets rushed by जडेजा यार? 103 पे डाला है, he gets rushed. I know, मतलब I know it's a difference, but दो भागे की एक.
They ran two. After looking at each other, after looking at each other 5 times.
भाग रहा है ना? तू भाग रहा है ना?
भाग रहा है ना पक्का.
वो क्या है धोनी का टाइम है ना अपने पास.
बहुत टाइम.
मार यार.
Nice defense, good single. Fair है, मतलब.
हाँ, सब fair ही है. इसके बाद और क्या बोलेंगे? Unfair थोड़ी बोलेंगे single.
No, but see, if my point is, even without the CSK hat on, which I don't have, I'm just saying it's better to get up to the other end if you're not picking them. He's rushed on a horizontal bat shot. You would rather just give the strike to DK and say, if you can get the boundary, you get it. But I don't know where he'll go about it. So let's see if there's to sweep. It is the sweep. Ooh.
नहीं.
बाहर है.
अरे बाहर.
अरे DK run out. अरे नहीं.
गया था.
ये डे.
But he not fumbled.
कोई बात नहीं. I hope that wasn't Tikshana.
देखो वो sign language वाली.
No, I think the
No, the sign language person, she's also doing this कि काट दो इसको, काट के फेंक दो.
ऐसा नहीं.
प्लेयर को नहीं, वर्दी उतार के फेंक दो ये वर्दी.
जरूरत नहीं. Let's see who was the fielder. You said that I didn't guess that.
रुतराज, because उसी के angle.
Oh
से
yeah,
उतारा है.
angles.
The fielder, so
मार यार. गैप में नहीं. Deep
चलो.
wicket के पास
Good
एक और
discipline
single.
spell by Jadeja.
Yeah.
0 for 21 of his 4.
But
Fair job done.
Mayank Dagar is primarily a defensive spinner. seeing the kind of speeds and lengths Jadeja and even Tikshna to some extent have bowled, do you think he should also bowl in quicker, or should he just stick to his strengths?
Stick to your strengths. That's the best thing. That's why you are in the team for a reason.
Yeah. And also the point that, Jadeja can do that because he's had other people around him who can attack in terms of look for wickets. Now, if Mayank Thakur also looks to be economical, I don't know who is going to look for wickets. Khao, tum khao.
हम खाएंगे भाई, हम चुपचाप खाएंगे.
Yeah, this is probably the first RCB watchalong जहाँ पे Akshay has bowled इतना कम बोला है.
नहीं RCB मुंबई WPL गेम जो बैंगलोर में हुआ था कम बोला था. Akshay bhai is bringing out his inner slangs today. WPL में अक्षय के अंदर का शेर शांत था, अब बाहर निकला है slangs का शेर. Slangs का शेर is a very interesting.
Well done, Samish.
Nicely done, Samish. Nicely done. But moving on from slangs ka sher of course. Deepak Chahar, that's another sher. Short ball again.
Well, that's what he's done in his first 3 games. It's very interesting. I mean, you are a new ball bowler. You're bowling your variations in the power play. So, I don't know, maybe they would have some thought process behind it, but I don't think it is quite
नो बॉल के साथ शॉट डाल के फुल ओल्ड बॉल नहीं मतलब पुराने बॉल के साथ फुल डाल के मूवमेंट ढूंढेगा. Not saying it's a case, but chip off is one ground where the outfield is just not as lush. Slow ball.
That's a 4
in the gap.
Yeah.
Of course. Chalo. Kuch to chauka.
Good timing.
Yeah, and good placement as well. Is just not as lush. Does it affect the run-up of the bowlers? Can it lead to bowlers not being able to bowl their optimum pace? Interesting question. Jeet, let's start with you.
I don't think so. You're primarily talking about what, the outfield?
Yeah.
Outfield specifically is not as lush. I don't think so. It does. It doesn't have a huge factor, I believe in. I mean, they aren't Shoaib Akhtar or someone, right, running from all the way behind. So,
and also, it's not like the case where it was, just to quote the Dharamshala outfield, where a lot of people complained about, it being indifferent and not. The World Cup wala. So I think maybe that's where you could potentially say that there could be an issue. And again, it's not a new ground or something like that. It's been there for a while. So if there was something like that, we would have heard of it maybe 100 times by the opposition fans, but not yet.
क्योंकि बॉल नहीं डाले ना अब तक. जब बॉलिंग करेंगे तब तो वेट करें.
तो आज का एक्सक्यूज रेडी है. बढ़िया.
मैं बोला ना मार्च 17 अपना खत्म, 17 खतरा सब हो गया भाई. But also another thing to add to that is, see, as long as it's uniform, lush ho now that फर्क नहीं पड़ता. As long as it's मतलब if the entire area is not lush, it's just flat, it's fine. They can run in. If the entire area is lush or smooth, they can run in. The problem arises when it is. Alright, that's another slow ball. Deepak Chahar has bowled quite a few slower balls today. Again, not sure if it's a deliberate ploy or he's not backing his stock delivery. क्या लग रहा है?
So the one thing I can pick up, the reason that he might have already started resorting to slower balls, the short balls in power play itself, he tried out the first few balls where it didn't move a lot. Something you don't get at Chepauk. So you've got to be quick on your feet in terms of adjusting and trying something different that you may think is going to work out. So that's probably the reason why he's going to these kind of deliveries.
Yeah, and also just kudos to him that he's able to control the slower ball better.
That's
true. It is something you don't often see.
Point मतलब मुझे लगा point के हाथ में मार दिया.
And there is no Shardul Thakur.
Yeah, exactly. So and this is kind of role that Shardul would. But well done to Deepak. He's come back well after that hammering in the second over, and it's good to be able to adapt. He has to have a good season. Forget the India World Cup and all of that. Just for himself, because he's played games and missed more games. So
in this auction cycle for sure.
Yeah. So,
but again, early shout, or rather, probably we are a bit too early asking this question. But let's say he has an average season. By that I mean,
again into the deck of pace.
Okay. By that, let's say he gets like, I don't know, 15 मैच खेलेगा, 16-17 विकेट ले लिया, 8-8.5 की economy. Would you retain him ahead of the mega auction?
Yeah, that is interesting because I want to see who else they go along to retain, because now I don't know. I don't know how strongly they feel about both Ravindra and Daryl, because I don't see Moin getting retained. Jadeja definitely is.
Rutu.
And Ruturaj is. So, and again, we'll have to figure whether it is 3 or is it 5. 5 hoga, so maybe, yep.
Shabash!
Nice shot.
So again, he tries the on-pace ball. If that is, and then it hasn't worked the short ball. So, probably just sums up the day for Deepak. Yeah.
So he had 3 bad overs and 1 good over.
1 good over. Fair way to go about it.
No, I would say 2 bad, 2 good, because first over 7 run gaya. Over
Fair
actually खराब था, but runs ज़्यादा
Runs
नहीं दिया
ज़्यादा
था उसने.
yeah.
वो problem वो था. He gave 2 wides in that. He was very wavered, but first over the batters were also sort of, just playing themselves in. But
Yeah.
so Rutu, Ravindra, Ravindra Jadeja, that
Yeah.
is definitely getting retained.
Yeah.
Who else? Like Mitchell, Rachin, Ravindra, do you think?
I would want to go Patirana because he's someone that I wouldn't want to give it to anybody else. If it's something that you wanted, again, it's not that they found him. So, but if you have someone like him, I would rather groom him and make him a difference maker. So again, it depends on that number again. If it's 3, if it's 5, a lot of things will change then.
Probably even Fizz, maybe.
Oh, interesting. And again, sorry, before we sort of jump the gun here,
Yeah,
guys,
15th.
15th over done. Make sure you've already keyed in your predictions. The first ball is going to be bowled by Theekshana, and that's the end of the contest. In the gap,
Four.
in the gap.
Four.
Arey, ye kya tha
Is that
effort?
Theekshana?
I
नहीं.
wouldn't be surprised, but Theekshana nahi
Yeah,
yaar, deep.
Theekshana is he's
Theekshana is
ball.
good.
एक तो तीक्ष्णा deep square leg पे तो नहीं
Oh,
खड़ा
he's
कर रहे
clean
हैं
sheet.
भाई.
हाँ, अरे वो bowling ही कर रहा है तो वो तो नहीं हो सकता.
नहीं, even then वो deep
तो भी नहीं
square
होगा
leg
वहाँ
हाँ,
पे.
deep
हाँ,
square
deep
leg पे तो उसको हरगिज नहीं खड़ा कर रहे हैं वहाँ पे.
Fair.
Wow, man, DK finally connected the sweep. I haven't seen that in a while.
That's his go-to shot against
Yeah.
spinners.
So now he'll
That's
attempt a reverse.
और गया. Anyways, Adhian Single meanwhile says,
Oh,
okay.
good shot.
भाग
Oh,
ना
wait,
DK.
he didn't throw.
DK भाग क्यों नहीं रहा? ये बॉल यार स्लो लगा फिर भी 100 के ऊपर गया. Adhian says, although we got a good start in the power play, I feel Kohli not getting any strike in those overs made it a bit more tricky, because if he at the end of the power play had some runs under his belt, the story would have been different. Fair observation that, can't deny that for sure.
And sometimes it happens, right? If one batter is going great guns, sometimes you're just not able to rotate strike.
True.
And because there's also boundaries आ रही थी, तो ऐसा भी नहीं कि you're forced to rotate or think about it.
भाई DK भाग ना, मतलब effort तो दिखा.
But एक ही रन था ना, क्या ही करना है भाग के?
But doesn't this innings kind of look like a train where the engine in Faf du Plessis just went off and all the compartments are left behind?
It reminds me of the scene from All the Best. I don't know if you guys remember. कार का इंजन आगे निकल जाता है.
Last पीछे ये kind of वैसे ही रहा है.
Yeah. बस
So basically,
यार ये मारने वाला.
So basically, he's saying DK button दबा, DK button दबा.
बस.
Let's see. But they still have 4 overs, and
Fair enough.
Fizz will bowl 2 of them.
No, he has one remaining.
No, he has
two,
just
huh?
2, is it?
Is this
Yeah,
bowled 2?
He bowled only 2 ना.
Okay.
First over में 2, second over में 2.
Right.
तो फिर से 2 ले लेगा
18th
खत्म.
and 20th, yeah.
Yeah. So who's bowling 17th and 19th then?
One will be Tushar.
One will be Tushar, yeah.
And Jadeja?
Jadeja's bowled out.
out
I
for
think
over
both
21.
Tushar, right?
Yeah, 2
Oh,
Tushar and
Tushar.
2
That's
Tushar, 2 Fizz.
But Tushar, I mean, that
But
could.
they don't have any other choice, right? Do they?
Yeah.
They can't
And
go
now
to
that they
somebody like
haven't
Rachin
even
Ravindra.
bowled,
Rachin,
yeah.
they can't straight away ask him. But that's a tad bit risky, Tushar 17th and 19th, because last season we saw he went for runs.
So I think the good thing could be if Fizz is able to set up well, it gives Tushar that much freedom. That the batter will be under more pressure. So if he sticks to his lines, he could eventually end the wickets that Fizz should have got for his.
Maar! Gadha! Out!
Mara, 6
Oh!
Nice.
I thought toe end लगा था. Full toss नहीं मारेगा तो क्या करूं मैं?
But chalo, that's a forgettable day for Theekshana. I can't see.
भाई मतलब
यहाँ 100 के ऊपर डाल रहा है
instructor
हर बॉल.
मतलब साइन लैंग्वेज बहन जी, मतलब मैं मानता हूँ ये अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है, थोड़ा साइड में आ जाओ यार, जगह है राइट में आपके पास. But the strategic timeout has also been signaled. 16 overs, 116 for 5. Given where they were, which was 79 for 5 at the end of the 12th over, slightly decent recovery.
It's a fine recovery, I would say, because Anuj Rawat has got off to a good start. Now TK has found 2 boundaries. So this sets up the last
Shaping up well.
perfectly.
Yeah.
The problem is one guy gets out and then there's Karan Sharma.
No, there's Mayank Dagar.
Mayank
Guys,
Dagar.
don't forget
I was coming to that, but
मयंक अग्रवाल बोलता तो भी शायद आज इतना कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आता, but ये मयंक दागर बोल रहा है.
है भाई, Mayank Dagar, the better Mayank, clearly the best Mayank. Because there are clearly three Mayanks. Last season, all of them played for SRH. मुझे लगा 1 सेकंड के लिए बेल्ट निकाल के इसको चलो देखो
क्या बोल रहा है.
Because the way both of you just went off. Okay, all right. But okay, the prediction contest, of course, has ended, guys. I hope all of you have keyed in your predictions. Like I mentioned, this season, the prediction contest will be active only between the 10th and 15th over. And we have a true element twist to it, where even if you don't get it bang on, which we hope you do, of course, the closest, without going over, gets a cool hamper from True Elements, which will contain exciting exciting
Exciting.
goodies from them. And again, please, once again, do check the link in the description. Check their site out. They've got some fantastic products, especially given that the summer's not coming in. They've got some really cool offerings. So do check that out as well. And coming back to the game, 2 to Tushar, 2 to Desh. 2 to Tushar, 2 to Deshpande. हाँ भाई, बात तो सही, मतलब technically गलत तो नहीं था. But 2 to Tushar and 2 to Mustafizur Rahman.
Yeah.
Let's assume RCB don't lose any wickets. Okay, चारों ओवर खेल जाते हैं. Realistically, how much should they be aiming for from here now?
40, 45 easily.
So 150.
Yeah, 151 is where I think they'll end up with if they both play out the entire overs. We should also, I mean, Tushar, you can take a couple of risks and try and put him off his length, because if they allow him to bowl, तो फिर तो भाई वैसे भी लेंथ मिस नहीं कर रहा.
हाँ.
तो अगर तुषार भी लेंथ मिस नहीं करेगा तो फिर स्कोर मिस हो जाएगा.
मैं तो 132 पे टिका है. 132.
That's too low. That's just 16 runs.
I'm saying wickets will go ना. अरे ये दो आउट हो गए तो
I get it. But
So for all the confidence on Mayank Dagar, 132 is 22
Mayank
less.
Dagar बेचारे को क्या होगा ना, वो दूसरे स्ट्राइक पे, दूसरे एंड पे होगा
स्ट्राइक ही
बेसिकली.
नहीं मिलेगा.
हाँ, अमीलिया कर WBBL फाइनल,
yeah, but 16 तो
WPL
नहीं होगा 4
eliminated.
overs में.
हाँ,
I think
मेरे
that's
हिसाब से उतना ही बन रहा है. And let's see what happens. But what do you think, Jeet?
probably in my range of 155 to 160. That's exactly what 40 runs from here.
Okay.
40 runs in 4 overs.
You guys are clearly very interesting.
It's fizz.
That's actually a smart call,
Yeah.
because they want Mustafizur to try and get these two out.
Correct.
Of course, we've also got Avanish and Vikas with a special shout out from Chennai. Let's hand that on, producer Saab.
It is, of course, match day IPL 2024. We're in the hotel room, of course, in Chennai. Not doing the watch-along today, but just wanted to pour my thoughts. You guys are doing a fabulous job in the watch-along. Akshay and the boys, of course. And I have my boy here, Vikas. We're both dressed in the RCB blue for the first time ever. We didn't, of course, wear the bloody pandemic kits. But look, this jersey, new luck, Isala Cup number, you bet your bottom dollar. Vicky?
Isala Cup.
Namdu indeed. Cheers, lads. Enjoy the watch along and subscribe right now. Back to you guys.
All right, back to us in the studio, of course. First ball dot, भाई over खेल लो, 5 रन भी आया तो भी चलेगा.
4.
Bad ball. I mean, bad ball as in idea अच्छा था, probably execution में थोड़ा मार खा गया वहाँ पे. Just the line a bit too straight.
And actually, this is where fizz can be challenged, right?
Yeah.
It's a left hand, right hand bat. This is where RCB could actually capitalize, isn't it?
Left hand, right hand, Gale de Villiers.
Right, no, in terms of getting the lines right, it's more from the bowling perspective, where it's going to be a little hard enough for fizz to adjust.
100%. But make no mistake, this has been a fantastic spell from Mustafizur Rahman today. First 2 overs, taking a couple of wickets in both of them, and he's conceded so far, just 8 runs, if I'm not wrong, or 10 runs so far, that is with the boundary. What exactly would be the role of Green going forward? Aram se kheling. Not too sure what he brings as a bowler in white ball cricket. Why not start with Will Jacks at 5, given that he brings in a lot more as an all-rounder, says Adyan. Jeet, let's start with you on that. Something we also discussed off air, where I felt Alzari को मत खिलाओ, Will Jacks को ही खिला लो, middle order में थोड़ा और batting खिला दो, फर्क नहीं पड़ता एक और overseas pacer के साथ. But what do you make of this Jacks instead of Green?
I think it won't be a bad ploy, to be fair, but Jacks has primarily played all of his T20 career, a shorter format of the game, in the top order.
Yeah.
So adjusting to number 5 in a competition like IPL could be a bit of a big challenge.
Oi, look at the turn on that, man.
That's a
Vicious.
slow cutter.
Yeah. Very vicious. That's a fair point. I mean, 100 maybe, 100 may what? Green. Oval Invincibles is who he plays for. And
Jacks.
Yeah, Jacks.
Yeah.
Pretoria Capitals, you see. BPL maybe आप देखो, he's open pretty much everywhere.
Yes.
And it's not even like आप England में उसको number 5 पे खिला रहे हो. I mean, England conditions, that is. Indian conditions, you just don't know, the surface plays differently. Yeah, fair point. Nikhil bhai, what do you think? Agree with Jeet, or do you think, nahi yaar, risk le lo, because he's clearly too good a batter to be warming the bench so long?
Yeah, but then I was of the opinion that you drop Green and play Jacks, but try and play him up the order.
This was only for this surface, or
only for this surface, because I think we discussed this exact conversation about playing Green in Wankhede or in Chinnaswamy if it's a flat day. So that's where it might work out in your favor. And to your point of dropping Joseph, I don't know whether they'll want to do it. They'll at least want one of him or Lockie or somebody as a part of it. So it leaves a very little room for them to play
वो
both.
बॉल टिक जा भाई, वाइड है,
Wide.
टिक जा तू बस. तुषार देशपांडे का ओवर आ रहा है तेरे पास. मैं कॉन्फिडेंटली बोल रहा, अभी पता चला वो ऐसा यॉर्कर सीख के आया, 6 के 6 यॉर्कर मार देगा. और यही होता है भाई आरसीबी के साथ. मतलब क्या
What's
बोले.
Manish Shetty is asking, what's the meme behind
this
you
one.
guys?
Oh, Manish Shetty, clearly, of course, the designer behind the meme. So it's Kohli talking to Dhoni, of course. So at the top, Kohli is asking, last dance? And Dhoni says, Kyun? Are you retiring? So that's it. We're trying to sort of make it a bit more quirky, a bit more funny. Thank you so much, Manish. Great design, great work there. And of course, coming back to the game right now, 4 balls done, 6 runs. So far, so good. DK bhai, bas टिक जा, मिल जाएंगे आपको बॉल्स, मिल जाएंगे, बथेरे बॉल्स मिल जाएंगे. But 150, 160 against this CSK lineup, okay, and with this RCB bowling lineup, again, no match, right? Like it's not even close in the gap.
Oh.
No. Mara
Should just be the one.
Yeah,
His voice was louder than the shot.
clearly, very clearly. But yeah, Jeet, what do you think? Like, कुछ भी match बन सकता है realistically? Assuming
देखो,
इसको 150 यार.
Match तो बन सकता है. You've got something to defend, right? Being 42 for 3, it's not कि आप लोग 125, 130 पे all out हो चुके. You've got something to play with, right? Something. And if Siraj gets on a roll with a new ball, who knows? But yeah, going by logic, I don't think that will be enough against CSK.
Against this CSK, मतलब CSK पहले में तो बोल सकते थे कि धोनी सब कर रहा है.
Oh, good
ball यार, excellent end to the over once again. Just 2 of the last 3 and that's over. Yeah, that's over. 7 runs coming off it. I don't think RCB is complaining. ठीक है, 7 run ले लो, as long as they've not conceded any wickets.
And now they will attack.
Exactly. Tushar Deshpande does not have a slower one or anything like that, or does he?
I think he's tried, but I don't remember watching it being able to control that well. So let's see if
I do know he has been working on those kind of variations in the off season. So let's see how he executes them.
Yeah,
That's the
execution
important
is.
part. Or does he bank upon just the length, getting his Yorkers right or something like that?
Because he does bowl wide lines as well at times. So let's see if that is
दो
the plan.
bouncer तो आने ही वाला ही. That's guaranteed. You will
देखो
get that.
बाउंसर डीके का मेरे को टेंशन नहीं है. डीके पुल कर लेता है. रावत का पता नहीं मेरे को स्पेशली. बट देशपांडे के पेस पे आई डोंट थिंक रावत will be too.
I think the catch here is to surprise them with the length when you're not expecting them to hit. So I think start of the over could be the best time to do it.
That's true.
Especially if the other batter is not expecting it. क्योंकि अगर expect कर रहा है तो भाई छक्का है.
And of course it is Tushar Deshpande meanwhile.
So there was one very interesting thing that Kevin Peterson used to talk about. When there was this rule for 1 bouncer per over, he used to.
अरे वाइड दे दो यार, ये तो बहुत वाइड है
क्यों वाइड है भाई?
वाइड हाँ दिया, of course बहुत वाइड यार.
अरे हाँ, but he's still walking around.
पिच के सामने, पिच के इस तरफ से जा रहा है. आप the thing is, आप रिव्यू करोगे थर्ड अंपायर कुछ नहीं करने, वो भी वाइड ही देगा ये.
You never know.
No, that's how dumb. I mean, I'm sorry, but third umpires for no balls and wides has not panned out as well as वो एक तो no ball का मौका है. हाँ, मतलब of course वो नीचे आ रहा है.
I can't believe how you can trust it. मतलब क्या point है उसका भाई? किधर जा रहा बॉल से क्या फर्क पड़ेगा?
एक तो white line के बाहर है ना, so that anyway by rule is a wide. Irrespective what happens, white line के बाहर is a wide. मार, शाबाश, गंदा ball और मार.
So that's the short ball and that's done.
ये शॉट था नहीं.
That is not one.
I don't know.
So it was
Yeah.
probably not one for the over.
But sorry, coming back to that short ball rule though, Alzari Joseph, Lockie Ferguson, Camden Green to some extent, maybe even Mohammad Siraj, Akashdeep, like all our bowlers who would actually, I wouldn't say thrive, but would love the fact that now they can bowl 2 short balls in an over, right?
They probably would relish that. But again, on certain venues, with the pace that Alzari has or Lockie has, top edge, and that's a 6.
Yeah.
And probably in the last 12 months or so, Lockie Ferguson with those short balls, the ball is blown away.
अरे wide यार, गंदा ball.
I just hope Avanish was listening to what Jeet said just a while back.
But आपने बोला last 12 months, the Australia series, clearly people have loved what they saw of Lockie Ferguson.
That's the only series where he delivered. Otherwise, he has been struggling for a long time.
But Avanish is like, bhai, you know what's the difference? बीच में शादी है.
Oh, okay,
so
that angle, yeah.
So, and because he did, no offense.
IPL में सब निकल जाता है, कुछ नहीं चलता है ये सब.
I think that the one thing that I think is very interesting to see is if this is tried in the last overs. You know, very often if you say need single digits in the last 6, just having that one option at times you feel okay, not quite sure how it will work out. Like you saw in the recent PSL game, I don't remember the bowler, but he bowled a shot with one need of two, and he bowled a shot when he got a wicket. I think Naseem Shah got out in that game against Rizwan took the catch.
Multan Sultan.
Yeah, Multan Sultan. So I think if you have another such option, and you have an opposite batter who's not quite good at it, it just brings.
मार सकता था यार ये.
I was clapping for the single because
हाँ, of course.
happy.
Yeah, fair. But मार तो सकता है. ये क्या है ये style?
क्या पता है?
क्या पता?
Sir doing sir things, but yeah, this is still a good recovery. Then you
It's a
still,
very good recovery.
yeah.
Oh, for RCB मुझे लगा देशपांडे की बात. मैं कहा यार 2 बॉल में
देशपांडे recovery किया किधर है?
So what? 90 for 2. Last
What?
90 runs, 2 wickets.
Oh,
Yeah.
वैसा.
It's a good recovery.
And 50-run partnership also for Rawat and Karthik again have clearly surprised me for sure. Baki का तो पता नहीं. Still 15 more balls. I mean, not 15, sorry, 16 more balls to go. Let's see. I mean, मेरा 132 बन गया अभी यहाँ पे 4 विकेट 4 बॉल में तुषार देशपांडे 4 and 4 loading.
यही बॉल पे छक्का.
मार shot यार. Wow man, he's time to wow.
शाबाश अनुज, शाबाश.
I mean, I know it was a bad ball. मारने वाला ball तो था, but he's actually
hit.
creamed it.
Yeah, and this is again the place where Chennai will be tested. So it's good.
Yeah.
You'd rather get it tested very
Oh,
early.
Stephen Fleming, man. He's lost all hopes
Yeah.
so quickly.
मतलब भाई 3 ही ball हुआ और
He's like that meme right now.
Exactly.
That is still a better meme than the 2019 face, if you know of Fleming. After Shadul missed that ball.
Oh,
okay,
yeah. But that was a shot and a half there
Yeah.
from Anuj Rawat. I mean, I don't know. Again, might be biased, but कुछ देखा ही नहीं है बंदे से 3 सालों में कि आंखें तरस गई थी कि भाई कुछ तो कर.
Yeah.
भाई साहब रो दूंगा मैं अगर आराम से अभी आगे कितने 15 रन आ चुके हैं 3 ओवर में. मार.
One.
That is a field.
Oh, sharks!
Oh, I don't think Chennai hit the stumps.
The fourth
today.
चंद मतलब कार्तिक शर्म कर ली क्यों रन आउट करेगा अपने आप को. But ये मारने वाला बॉल तो था again. He could have cleared mid off there.
I mean, it's good difference that he went slower one twice and has got hit for 6. Both times he went more pace and
हाँ.
it hasn't worked out for the batter.
Short
So
ball coming maybe.
yeah, he'll probably look to angle it again away as also. क्योंकि
But
drag
that's
करना
the thing ना, execution matters.
Yeah.
अगर वो line थोड़ा
Line,
सीधा हो
exactly,
गया
that's
तो
what
वो
I'm
बस
talking
that's it. And Anuj Rawat also plays this a lot.
He does.
Yeah. So that's why he'll have to be wary of that. So he has to get it bang on. हल्का सा ऊपर and Anuj Rawat's definitely going to attempt that. अभी execute वो भी करेगा कि नहीं पता. मार यार,
Oh,
correct one.
Yeah, that's a 6. That's a 6.
That's a horrible ball.
Yeah.
अभी इसके चक्कर में लोग अनुज रावत को बेंच स्टोक्स बना के छोड़ेंगे बताओ यार.
No, but he's played well, so do credit to him.
Yeah. Flawless. I mean, flawless as in he's not given a chance or anything like that. That way, kudos to him.
And yeah, Chennai have helped with the bowling, but that's
Buffet balls, but
Buffet balls, yeah.
proper
good
buffet
things
balls.
he has dispatched them.
Yeah,
That's the key there.
that's a good
100%. 3 sixes so far in this over and what 21 runs? No, 20 if I'm not wrong. 21. Sorry, I
Yeah.
stand corrected on that. In this over, एक और छक्का आ जाए तो मजा ही आ जाए भाई. मतलब I know I'm being greedy here, but out तो मत हो जा भाई. एक और ओवर देशपांडे का ही बचा है. Please. Do you think they'll go to Daryl Mitchell? मार यार.
well played. He waited for it and then
Exactly.
just
But
ensured
this is
the
exactly
right
what we
connection.
spoke about. Short ball, mein, this is the
Yeah.
concern. If he doesn't get his line right, which he didn't here, and fair credit to Anuj Rawat, he shuffled to ensure कि और थोड़ा straight
Yeah.
हो जाए वो.
Yeah.
But a crazy good over for RCB. 25 runs coming
And they
off it.
called it. They are going to go after Tushar Deshpande.
Yeah.
Now the
And-
big call. Who do you go for the last over?
Exactly. Daryl Mitchell.
He's bowled the last over in the past.
He has,
but
he
he has. But I think they'll back Tushar. That's just how Chennai
25 run
functions.
के बाद it's not about them backing, right? It's also about the players' own confidence. कि 25 run खा लिया मैंने अभी कहाँ से
Yeah.
डालूं?
But the only confidence that someone like maybe Ruturaj is going to get is if Mustafizur strikes in this over and gets at least one of the two batters out.
भाई 5 ये पहना छोड़ो 5 ही रन आउट मत हो 5 क्या सिंगल ले लो 6 सिंगल. RCB should be looking at it that way, don't you think? Or do you think RCB should attack Mustafizur?
RCB will look to attack him. At
But
least
do you
one
think
of
that's
them.
the right call?
Why not? 12 balls to go, fair enough.
But वो
Go
last
after it.
6 balls में अगर दोनों बचे रहे, don't you think like
यार एक मारो. One
Yeah.
can go after it.
And again, Karan Mayank again, they can also hit a few. Tushar bowling कर रहा है तो थोड़ा
Karan कौन?
शर्मा.
Oh,
So-
टॉम करन सोच रहा मैं डर गया क्या मैं 11 नहीं देखा टॉम करन खेल रहा है क्या आज?
So maybe even someone like Anuj Rawat can go after him.
Yeah.
Because next batter is again a left-handed batter. So
Next both batters are
हाँ,
मतलब
so वो भी
करण
एक angle है थोड़ा.
नहीं बट करण और मयंक को लेफ्ट हैंड बैटर मतलब
I know.
हाँ, तो
Quality नहीं है, but
हाँ.
you never know यार. अभी ऐसा बॉलिंग आया तो फिर मार ही लेगा.
हाँ हाँ. Again, if it's a buffet ball, sure. नहीं तो risk, मतलब खामखा risk मत. I personally think 6 single लो, unless he bowls a full toss or a like rank bad ball, don't. Over pitch कुछ रहा तो ठीक है, because oh shot, no, out.
नहीं
अरे oh mid off, okay अंदर था, okay smart, that's smart.
And then a good choice also from DK.
Yeah,
कि
smart.
mid off up है तो he can of course take that risk.
By the way, I'll have to take you guys back to 2022 RCB versus Delhi at the Wankhede. Mustafa Azhar conceded 28 runs to DK. So DK clearly loves, he knows, he's played him well before as well. And so yeah, I mean, you can always be hopeful. That's it. That's just me being hopeful, guys. In case you're wondering कि मैं कौन सी team को support करता हूँ, just see the badge here, and you don't need to worry. We've got a classic RCB fan potentially here. No kidding. I mean, jokes, just jokes. 150 for 5. Wow, man, something I didn't see coming. In all fairness, so that's not bad recovery at all from RCB. आराम से खेले भाई, मार.
Wide
shot.
गंदा ball. ये मारने वाला था. कोई नहीं.
But ठीक है, let's see if Anuj might scope a few.
Prateek Kandayu, it's been a while since we've heard from you, Prateek. How are you doing? RCB might have a dilemma if Patidar doesn't perform at 3, given he is a spin basher who should complement Kohli well. But there are chances of Green getting stuck at 5 like he did today. Again, let's throw this to Nikhil bhai first.
Yeah.
A, of course, Patidar.
Yeah.
B, Green. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it's exactly what we discussed, right? Venues के हिसाब से you will have to pick and choose, because I think majorly most teams will look to tie Green down with spin, and he will get going someday. Because of course that's how the game works, but it's not setting him up to succeed.
Oh,
that's
shot,
a shot. He picked it before it was bowled.
Yeah, man. Like Harsha Bhogle would say,
Yeah.
Mustafa Azhar had telegrammed the batter कि बहुत slow ball आ रहा है, but wow, man. That's a 6 and यार मतलब मैं रो दूंगा अभी यार, बस मैच खत्म, मैं भाग रहा यहाँ से.
So this brings me to a stat from last season. So there were 21 half centuries between Kohli, Faf, and Maxwell. Just one half century
From the other way.
from the other batters.
That was
Here's a chance-
Mahipal Lomror against Delhi
Here's a
Capitals.
chance for Anuj Rawat to
Yeah,
add to that.
to finally also come good on the faith, the trust and faith
Yeah.
shown in him. But okay, we'll talk about that. I'll just put it out right now so that अरे मार यार.
Oi!
गंदा फील्डर था वहाँ पे तो बच गए. Oh, चहर.
Chahar.
Deepak, I don't think Deepak picked it as well
Yeah,
in
I
terms
mean
of
दीपक
dip
तो
पे
गंदा नहीं, मुझे लगा दुबे. ओ भाग भी गए.
Yeah, but दुबे है ही नहीं ना 11 में.
Oh, impact.
Impact, yeah.
Oh, interesting. अरे भाई सीधा. Thank God, man.
Yeah.
Or Rawat also thought he was gone for all money there.
I think it dipped on Deepak and
Yeah,
more than
yeah.
he thought it would.
Yeah,
It never
that's
got
true.
to it.
I think Dubey, the back issue maybe. He
Yeah,
probably won't
same.
take the field. So
But he's batting.
You expect him to be the impact.
exactly. So they may not use him whenever they are bowling.
Yeah.
Could come in as an impact sub.
Interesting. 2 बॉल बचे हैं. डी के रन आ चुके हैं, 10 रन आ चुके हैं. प्लीज फुल टॉस नहीं तो मत मार प्लीज.
Oh, good ball. Good
गंदा
foul.
बॉल. अच्छा क्या?
अरे मतलब मुझे लगा कि भाई मिस हो गया तो
ओह,
सीधा है.
हाँ मेरे को भी पहले वही लगा मिस हो गया, बट नो, बैट की पैड था ये.
It was bad.
It was bad.
And then
Oh, yeah.
probably a bit of pad as well.
Okay, yeah, मेरे को हल्का लगा, and that's why I thought it was probably just going to the batter. Meanwhile, Adhyan says, very nicely done, guys. Honestly, I was really tired of seeing all of you in those virtual windows. Wishing you lots of success this season. Thank you so much, Adhyan. And again, this is the kind of motivation we're also looking for. And this is what we also look forward to, right? It's chatting with you guys, talking about all the fun and games and everything. Thank you so much. And we are also happy to have Nikhil and Jeet here. Avanish will also be joining us. We've got one more panelist joining us. Probably tomorrow, probably the day after. We'll, of course, keep you posted on that. So it's great to have them here. And, of course, to also be roasted by them left, right and center. But I'm not complaining, to be honest.
इतना खुद को अंडरसेल करके 162 मार के भी बोल रहा है कि रोस्ट हो रहा
In all fairness, जब इतने अच्छे मतलब स्नैक्स भी हमारे सामने, we can't complain. अरे मार येड़े यार, वाइड दो यार, लेग साइड वाइड दो. हाँ, लेग साइड. This was a wide, right? हाइट में भी मेरे को लगा he jumped, कूदा था यार. मैं बोल ऐसे रहा.
है. I was just lost in the way DK was
हाँ.
communicating there.
हाँ,
कि
sir, इंगे sir. Sorry for being. I don't think I'm in the wrong here. मैं South Indian है, मैं ये कर सकता है. तो chill.
तो कोई भी हो, if you're saying what he said, then
No, it's like, hey, this is a wide यार, wide है. Height wide है ना ये, सर के ऊपर जा रहा है ये. And leg stump के भी wide है.
That's got to be a wide, yeah.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
अभी
Good
एक
ball,
और रन आ गया. शांत भाई, शांत. काफी रन आ चुके हैं
नहीं, क्यों शान मारो, ठीक है 7 balls to
क्या
go.
ही करना है भाई, कर ले
शांत
कितने
रहना
ना के 5 विकेट अभी.
आप 15 साल सपोर्ट करो फिर आपको पता लगेगा क्यों शांत रहना. 15 रन आ चुका है मुस्तफिजुर के ओवर से. खत्म करो, शांति से ओवर खत्म करो, कुछ नहीं करना है. तुषार के ओवर में एक और 20 रन मार सकते हो, आउट भी हो गए तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बट प्लीज डोंट गिव अ फाइफर इज ऑल आई एम सेइंग. दे दो.
बताओ 132 से 4 विकेट प्रेडिक्ट करने वाला बोल रहा है कि 162 से एक 20 रन वाला ओवर चाहिए मेरे को एंड में.
वो आप जो समझो, वो तो जैसी जिसकी सोच, लाइक द ग्रेट बाघा सेड वंस.
Yeah, that's what I said last time.
Down, pitching outside.
Pitching outside. Yeah. So I think he's trying the same ploy, but just got the wrong end of the bat and got a boundary. So yeah, decent spell.
Yeah, 4 for 30. Definitely CSK
Yeah.
would be happy with that.
Yeah, and it would also take ke bhai. See, this isn't a score that you would say ke you would be scared, but then you know if it's a good batting deck, Mr. Fraser has done his job in terms of taking key wickets and he took them in very early. Because अगर ऐसा conditions है और अगर अनुज और डीके यहाँ से मार रहे हैं, तो if they had Maxwell, Faf, Virat set, maybe it could have been a lot more dangerous for Chennai. So
yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Now the
true.
big question, is it Tushar Deshpande for last?
yeah, I think it will be. It will be
Direct
very
pitches.
unfair of Chennai to not back Tushar.
And it would be very unlike Chennai.
Unlike
also,
Chennai,
yeah. So that's also there. And again, last over to go. Dinesh Karthik and Anuj Rawat have been in their true element. So guys, of course, please make sure you check the link in the description. And of course, do visit the True Elements website. They have some fantastic products on offer. Do check out their summer collection as well. I mean, they have a variety of shakes coming in for the Indian summer. Of course, they've got a bunch of things like rolled oats. There's also, of course, your snacks.
Chalo,
And it is
oh.
Wide. I'm sorry. Again, yeah, RCB wale shanti se rehne nahi denge. But yeah, please do check the site out. And in the meantime, of course, it is time for me to dig into some more of the snacks. I'm trying to.
Bilkul. While you have quick last over runs prediction, kitna? 15, 26,
4.
30? 4. मतलब अगले बॉल का नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ
He's
भाई.
expecting 16 runs
हाँ.
in the last 4 overs.
So I'll take
He's got
20.
1 over.
इसका 20 मैं 20 पकड़ के चल रहा हूँ. You give me a coin number.
4 अरे मैं 4 per ball नहीं 4 per over बोल रहा है. 4 एक रन आ गया, so 3 more. आउट है क्या? वाइड दे सकते हो वैसे, ये भी वाइड लाइन के उस तरफ है, बट नहीं दिया लगता है. I felt they could have reviewed this.
No.
White line. No, it was. He's reviewed.
there
It's
you
actually smart. I felt it was beyond the white line.
Well, let's see.
No, because the rule is clear, ना. White line के बाहर गया तो irrespective of whatever shuffle ये सब matter ही नहीं करता.
बढ़िया चलो सर 24 for him, 20 for him.
I'll
Over.
say 16.
16.
गजब optimism. RCB fan तो हुआ.
मैं बोला ना
Shirt
ये
change करता है.
ये. Oh, that was an interesting way to look at the white.
ये
मैं डर गया एक सेकंड.
What was it? That's not
on
a
the
white.
white line.
That's
On
not
the
a
white
Yeah,
line.
but it went
That's
just.
not a white.
It shouldn't be a white.
देखते हैं. Like,
It's within
but
the
tell me
line.
one thing. But tell me one thing. This isn't a white. They won't be giving this a white.
Yeah.
Should the batter not shuffle at all, or can he shuffle after the bowlers release the ball? Like, how does this work?
I think you can shuffle, but if it's
यार दो गधे. Very wide, which is exactly what I want to understand, because I don't think in this ball at least DK hasn't. Yeah.
Oi, wow.
No, but DK hasn't shuffled here a lot, to be
He hasn't.
honest. So how does it work? Like, what exactly is the umpire looking at? Is he looking at the batter's position before the ball is released, at the point of release, after the? Of course, it should be at the point of release.
It has to be. It has to be.
But this is very.
I think
this
it's
is
also
wide,
where
right?
it's passing him, right?
Oh, this is wide.
That's
This
not
is
wide.
not wide. Same to
not
what he
again.
did. I think it's
The same
exactly
logic.
where it is passing him. So I think both in the last two occasions they
But
have
he's.
been
I mean, this is. I don't. Okay, that's what. There's a lot of ambiguity is what I wanted to bring up. I'm not sure again, because it's so subjective. What exactly is the rule, though? Like for the wide. Okay. Thank you so much, Omkar.
Shabash.
And guys, be like Omkar, of course. You don't need to listen to commentary because we've got two excellent panelists. And यार ये तो wide है यार, ये तो wide है भाई.
ये तुषार खुद ही दे देता.
हाँ.
वो मुड़ के चले ही गया.
हाँ.
But exactly, so the rule is at the point of release, batter का position जो है, उसके बाद क्या, like what exactly happens? So it is subjective, right? The rule is subjective.
It is subjective.
Oh.
But look, I mean the third umpire is over here. He's never-
Smart review
right?
system भी है भाई.
हाँ, ये क्या smart है, पता नहीं.
But I think to
That's
me, I think it's
yeah.
always been where it passes the batter. That's how I look at it.
But passes the मतलब
Oi, wow.
वाह भाई. दो तो
Fielder है,
भाग
शाबाश, शाबाश. I'm very happy with the field placement there.
1 run.
कीड़ा
Very happy with
ये
the field
भागेगा।
placement there. Very happy.
एंड बॉल भाग ही नहीं रहा था अगर वो फील्डर फाइन भी होता तो भाग लेता ये गधा भागा नहीं
But the better bat is on strike then. I mean, 48 मारा है
Akshay
भाई.
bro trying hard to be neutral here says Manan Jain come on RCB I want to see that passion Avanish not in the RCB match blasphemy यार मतलब छोड़ो
He's like, मेरे को Avanish दो, मेरे को Avanish दो.
आएगा आएगा अवनीश भी आएगा टेंशन मत लो मैं थोड़ा जानबूझ के काम है बिकॉज सीएसके के अगेंस्ट खेल रहा हूँ हो गया भाई again guys please make sure you can help us massively by hitting the like button please do that and make sure you subscribe to us if you haven't already and do check our website out as well and while I'm at it do check out the True Elements website as well the link is in the description
Oh, well
All.
gold. You know, I legit read it as DK batting like this, you can help us massively. And I was like, Vikas, तू इधर?
असली आईडी से आओ
Asli idea से आओ, Vikas, exactly.
बट
But
देखा किसका प्रेडिक्शन सही आया बताओ मजाक उड़ाते हैं मेरा बताओ
है 2 ball.
एक बॉल में 4 चला जाएगा भाई 2 वाइड भी ऐसे गए you want to fight off both of them
2 sixes. Who knows?
और कुछ
Yeah.
Anything?
but then let's say
That's
even
what
if they hit 2 sixes they finish on 179 surely you take that score
I would have
Oh,
भाई ओहो
good running
but I'm not ठीक है कोई नहीं
अभी 181 हो जाएगा
Tushar.
but yeah very wavered with his lines as well length तो छोड़ो yeah Dhoni is also not one bit happy and again Shardul not playing Deshpande not that Shardul is an
Yeah.
upgrade when it comes to death bowling but फिर भी you would imagine Shardul would should have started ahead of Deshpande
Personally, I would have,
Yeah.
but
I think you can understand the rationale behind
yeah,
backing
I mean,
Tushar
you can understand since they don't have any pacer.
मार यार
Hey!
दो भाग
4 है ना?
दो भाग ही नहीं रहा है, मुझे
Mustafizer
लगा।
got properly fizzed with that, you know.
हाँ.
That's how Mustafizer का ball जाता है, then टपाओगे,
Fair
it's always
point.
going away. So 173, 132, 108 या कुछ तो बोल रहा था तू.
95 then
110 हाँ, मतलब one that's a very good score.
लास्ट बॉल पहले होने दो बाद में
But still, it's a good score.
Yeah,
You can't take anything.
But the
away.
ball isn't holding up as much.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's chaseable.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. And
Very
even
chaseable.
our bowling तो भाई chaseable क्या it is being
वापिस
chased.
किसको पूछ ही क्यों रहे हैं मतलब ये अंडरप्ले ही करने वाला है यार.
अंडर प्ले नहीं मतलब जाहिर सी बात है ना यार कि आप देखो कि एक तो सर्वे में कुछ खास नहीं ऊपर से आप अपना फ्रंट लाइन स्पिनर मैंग डागर है करण शर्मा
लास्ट बॉल 6 179 पार्टनरशिप भी 100 का हो जाएगा क्या बोलते हैं
आउट हो रहा है लिख के ले लो अभी
ठीक है वाइड है
That's
कि
good ball.
नहीं
No, that's not a
आउट
Oh,
है बताया
wide,
मैं
understood the
बताया
sense.
मैं बताया कौन
Last
है
ball पे
यार,
run out करा है, last ball पे.
बट
so another run out with DK but not his fault
this
Not
you
his
can't
fault.
Not his fault.
but
Not his
this
fault.
is still
But it goes
counted
down.
Goes down, yeah. numbers are numbers for that reason 27 then 27
yeah,
That is
yeah.
what matters.
Wow.
Yeah, and by the way, that's a fantastic
Well
recovery
played.
to say the least
Yeah,
from
yeah.
RCB. There, no one saw this coming for sure. Anuj Rawat and Dinesh.
95
Karthik,
runs
well done.
stand
Yeah.
excellent comeback
95 importantly coming in just 57 balls.
Exactly.
And Anuj Rawat, fantastic knock there. DK also fantastic contribution from him.
Yeah.
75 for 5 at the end of the 75 for 3 at the end of the 10th over, 79 for 5 at the end of the 12th over, which means the last 8 overs have gone for 92 runs.
Yeah.
This makes you wonder, like, thoda end mein maar kha gaye. Tushar Deshpande going for 25 in an over, Mustafizer also in his last over going for 15.
Yeah.
But all in all, who do you think is the happiest side of the two going into their dugouts?
In terms of momentum, RCB.
Okay.
They would take this any day. Now, again, they would be hoping that Siraj delivers in the power play. But they've got that momentum behind them, that confidence behind them.
I think it's what I said, like just 2 overs back, this isn't a score that would scare you. But
Yeah.
then if Chennai would be like, this could have been, so it's like a control level that they could have controlled. But again, it's also an area where it has been a problem for them. It's been a while also. So the point about Pathirana, Rahman, I think the debate will still continue because you don't, again, today Fizz bowled in the power play and got 2. It doesn't always
That's
go down that route. So I think for me the biggest disappointment from Chennai's aspect was not Jadeja but Thikshana. Maybe again he hasn't had a great time bowling on this surface, but he has had some success against RCB. But it's the process, you know, bowling too quick, too straight, not quite getting his rhythm. So again, if they win, they'll feel that they've gotten out of jail of sorts. Ke half of the side did not look like they had the rhythm in place in terms of bowling.
That's
so,
true.
and they'll hope the batting is it in that shape.
And
Yeah.
also sort of makes you wonder, probably they can look at having both Patirana and Mustafizur in the 11. At least the death bowling would be sorted that way. They have, if not two proven, two dependable options at the death. Maybe Tikshana ke overs Rachan Ravindra kar sakta hai. 4 over mein agar 30-35 ही देना है, तो I don't think Rachan Ravindra would do too badly. Given that, of course, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Dinesh Karthik talking about his knock there. Jeet, at toss time, would RCB have happily taken the score?
I would say
Yeah.
so, yeah.
All right.
For sure.
And Nikhil bhai, at toss time, do you think CSK would have happily taken the score?
If you ask honestly, no. But and even now you would feel that probably 15 too many.
Alright.
Given how CSK had started, even at the 10 over mark, as we just discussed about them creating chances, getting wickets at not regular intervals, but maybe in bunches. So I think they'll probably be disappointed in terms of execution, the wides and all of that, because they probably bowled an over extra already just by Tushar.
Yeah.
So again, it's something that they'll want to correct. So
And-
let's see.
Yeah, this is something actually that Dhoni spoke about in the last season as well, right? They would just bowling too many extras for their liking. And today as well, I remember Deepak Jair bowling 3 to 4 extras. I remember Tushar Deshpande bowling extras. Mustafizur bowled wides. So that is something they would want to sort of handle. But how do you look at it? Because again, मतलब आप bowler को जाके जैसे a certain coach try to change the stance of a certain batter, you can't possibly try and change the run up. ये नहीं ये करो वो करो wide. You can't do that, right?
Can't do that. But sadly, CSK is a pacers है ही वैसे.
Yeah.
All have that weakness of bowling too many extras. Even count someone like Shardul Thakuran or
Yeah.
Matisha Patirana with that
Oh
action.
yeah. Happens. Yeah.
It's going to go wrong. Sadly, all the pacers are like that.
Yeah, and the
It's gonna
side is
take a
built
while.
like that. See, they've often done this in terms of they had a specific plan and they've gotten it exactly right at times. Like Mayur has got this one right in terms of Jeet called it as 11 o'clock great or so.
Of course.
Here for a reason.
You'll be here. I mean, you'll be seeing a lot more of these two faces and then getting their predictions bang on. So yeah. Look forward to seeing you as well, Mayur. Thank you so much for that. But yes, Nikhil, bhai, you were saying though. Again, if you look at this batting scorecard, all of them got starts. 2 ducks. Not the worst of scorecards, to be honest.
Yeah, but that is made to look very, very good by those two at the bottom in terms of Rawat and DK. Again, I don't think they've taken too many risks. They've just been very smart, picked their bowlers, and I won't say Chennai helped them, but they did play well. So I'll give them that credit. And it's good signs for RCB that if you can get away with Maxwell getting a duck, Patidar getting a duck, and then Kohli Maxwell still giving you decent starts, I think they'll always take this in terms of scorecard.
100%. I mean, just look at the scorecard. Mustafizur and Jadeja combined have gone for 50 runs in their 8 overs, 123 runs in the other 12 overs. And this includes Tikshana, Chahal, who are their regulars.
Yeah.
Deshpande, ठीक है, expected है कि थोड़ा runs खाएगा. So, I wouldn't say cause for concern here, but it's not like they have too many backups, right? Shardul Thakur is the only backup they have, and he himself can easily have 4 overs 47 for none. Like he himself will have a spell like that. So what do they do? Like how else can they tweak to sort of make it
Look,
better?
honestly, I'm a little bit surprised in terms of not utilizing
Yeah.
Rachin Ravindra or
Ravindra,
Daryl
yeah.
Mitchell to an extent completely. If Jadeja has bowled 4 overs for 21, maybe you can slip in an over of Rachin Ravindra. That will take 1 over of someone like Tushar Deshpande. If he struggles it, you've got that covered, right?
Fair enough.
Rachin Ravindra has bowled that over, maybe 2 overs. Maybe Mitchell can chip in the middle overs.
Yeah, and then that is something I was about to come in terms of difference in terms of personal leading. Now again, this is not throwing shade at Gaikwad. It's okay. It's everybody will get better with time in terms of how they go about their captaincy and how many. Because I don't remember a lot of scorecards where only 5 bowlers were used for Chennai. So
Oh, that's actually a fair point. Yeah.
so that is something that stings me. Not at Chennai that will only go with 5. You have more options, but you'd want to use them better. So again, very early, but hopefully he'll get better.
Yeah, I mean, also we've got an RCB fan waiting in the wings there. Let's have Avanish on board. A lot of you also called for it. Okay, there you go.
Shabash.
Also with the red and blue of RCB.
Yeah.
Bro, DK, honest to God, like I just heard him speak. The fact that he can nail an interview like that after a cameo like that, absolutely brilliant. We never thought that we would play 2 wicket keepers, but there we are, RCB being pioneers that we are. I've nearly bumped into Vikas's order, which is a good old Anjapar egg Karuta and of course Parota. What is Karuta? And of course a red box Chinese for the win, guys. Speaking of Vikas, look at the lad. He's right there. We're literally twinning tonight in near Chepauk. I mean, literally want to showcase this to y'all. Look at this names because we have Nikhil, Akshay, and of course Jeet. Jeet, good to see you. I'm going to catch you in flesh soon, buddy. But we're near Chepauk on fan cam duty. Even though we're in literally our hotel rooms right now, we are kind of expecting an Arsenal win with us.
Yes.
Yeah, he's even Stevens, guys. But what do you guys reckon in the studio? Because first of all, props to the studio. It's looking immaculate.
How
Secondly,
surprising that is.
Cut this.
Wearing jersey, he's saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Expecting an RCB, possibly wearing an RCB jersey.
विकास को ऐसा लगता है वो घर पे बुलाते हैं ना बच्चे को जा
वो भी खाना छोड़ दिया.
one second, Akshay, what do you feel? Because we were literally in a moment of crisis, 78 for 5 or whatever. But now, do you think the momentum is with us?
I mean, the momentum's definitely with us. Sorry, there's probably a bit of a lag, but the momentum clearly seems to be in our favor. But I'm still not counting my chickens before they hatch. I still think this is in CSK's favor. I would probably say 80-20 in CSK's favor right now. It was at 120 minus 20 when we began. It went up to 150 minus 50 at the 10 over mark. But yeah, 80-20 is where it is at the end of the first inning. So yeah, I'm not too optimistic about this. We're talking about Chepauk. We're talking about Chennai. It's their fortress. There's Dhoni who would want to sort of just come up with those performances once again. So yeah, not too hopeful, to be honest.
Just look at them.
But when
They're like, who is this
when
guy?
last time-
Who is this imposter not backing RCB?
when last time Akshay was not optimistic, RCB won the trophy. So yeah.
ये हाँ मैं वही बोला ना ये अपना
सब बोलने वाली
ये अपना
बातें
एजेंडा
होती
चला रहा है
है।
इसको
अरे agenda।
एक काम करो ये बैट वापस दो
अपने
ये
पास-
बैट वापस दो मेरे को
हाँ, anyways, we'll of course cut Avanish, Vikas, great job. Have fun in Chennai.
Yep.
And yeah,
See you
see
soon.
guys
Just a quick one from me. The fact that there's fan cams in store right now and also tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So go check that out. Whatever the result, the fan cams will be a beauty because there's a lot of fans, CSK and RCB fans will be tracking with them. And already check it out in the short section on the YouTube playlist right now. But guys, have fun and we will see you soon. Hopefully a cracker jack of a result on this Friday night to get things rolling in IPL 2024.
You too. See ya.
Yes.
And of course, coming back to the game, एक तो भाई एजेंडा अपने पास सिर्फ एक ही है एजेंडा सुरेश वी हैव ओनली वन कलीग और कोई नहीं अपने पास खत्म बात आई एम नॉट मेरा अरे देखो यही ऐसे ही खेलते हैं हम लोग ऐसे ही खेलते हैं
नहीं ये सब मत ये जब बैट आया ना मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ आज मामला प्रॉप का है जब बॉल छोड़ा तो विकेट गिरी जब से बैट दिया यहाँ पे तब से यू नो हैव नॉट एनी विकेट
यहाँ रख देना चाहिए अभी रखना चाहिए ना इनफैक्ट
मैं बोल रहा कुछ भी ले लो कुछ भी करो हार रहे हैं आप इसके साथ भी इसके बिना भी आप जीत रहे हो आप टेंशन क्यों ले रहे हो वैसे
नहीं बढ़िया है let's see it's a good time for Chennai also to see what they can do without their preferred option up top very excited to see how Ravindra goes we've had an internal discussion about and you'll hear this often because we'll keep talking cricket all the day so Siraj to Ravindra is a matchup that we felt could go either ways
इधर रविंद्रा's favor
हाँ exactly मैं इससे बुलवाना चाहता था क्योंकि we felt it will go in Siraj's way तो
वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना these are the two closet RCB fans clearly
wow
भाई the reason I see is again there's no backing but having seen RCB newcomers always do well against RCB just like how newcomers do well against Kohli यही होता है हमेशा तो लिख के ले लो
मैंने जिंदगी में बहुत कुछ सुना है but closet RCB fan first time
there's always a first time और क्या करें of course let's go Avanish and yeah fingers crossed we are in for at least a humdinger of a game irrespective of how the result goes बड़े ही दुख के साथ बोलना पड़ता है बट बोलना तो पड़ता है क्लियरली मतलब irrespective
अरे दुख क्या भाई 170 का तुम्हारे पास प्लस का स्कोर है
मैं बोला irrespective of how the result goes ये बहुत दुख के साथ बोलना पड़ता है वैसे बोल रहा था बस और कुछ नहीं
but I got a question then at the end of the day had RCB scored over 170 would you have taken that
obviously
of course
with both hands मतलब ऐसा
exactly तो फिर
that still doesn't make it a real game that still doesn't make it
see I know what he's doing he's saying के keep your expectations negative
exactly
तो कुछ भी अच्छा होएगा तो always He is. That's what I was coming to.
him तो reverse swing से कैसे? मैं बोला देशपांडे last ball wicket मैं बोला गया देशपांडे ज्यादा run.
Bhai,
तो
last ball. What about the 10th
Entire-
over?
11th over.
Initial stage.
Bhai, it did not take Jeet more than 2 hours to figure out कि तू reverse swing कर रहा है. So
ये आप वो तो जैसी जिसकी सोच. People
But
keep
yeah,
bashing RCB
yes.
not backing players. Now it's time to praise them
Agree.
for backing Anuj.
yes,
एक तो सोमेश भाई मतलब मेरे को थोड़ा तो बुरा लगा यार. RCB does not back anyone यार. मतलब and scout नहीं करते. Sorry, the correct word used was CSK ने किसको scout किया? पिछले 4 सालों में बताओ. RCB has had 4 debutants, 4 players make their debut for India. बस इतना. That's all I'll say. Again, I'm not saying RCB is the best team. नहीं, बहुत खराब आज हारने वाले वो तो पता ही है. But कुछ चीजें दिल पे तो लगती है. But it's actually interesting. Jeet, scouting is something Rajasthan has sort of really taken up, and we've seen it also bear fruits for them. The likes of Dhruv Jurel, the likes of Yashasvi Jaiswal. I would actually even include Kuldeep Sen because I really like what I'd seen of him, and kudos to them for backing him for 3 years. How important do you think scouting is, given how IPL plays? It's not like an EPL where you can have a grassroots level program, groom them, and then hold on to them. You have to let go of them invariably every 3-4 years. How important do you think it still is for each team?
It's, I would say, a huge factor. Take someone like Samir Rizvi for an example. That guy's been scouted. Because I was there during the SMAT games in Dehradun. There were scouts. There were GT scouts. There were MI scouts. Everybody was watching. It's the talk of the town. There is Samir Rizvi who's playing.
Yeah.
And that got delivered. And that's the reason why he's gone to, of course, CSK. But look at that amount.
Yeah.
What's that? That's scouting. So it's a huge factor.
Yeah.
Sometimes the data may not tell you how good or bad a player is. Sometimes you've got to be there to watch that player. Because data is not going to tell you that guy's attitude,
Fair enough.
his presence of mind, what he does on the field.
Yeah. The context, and just to add to what he said, as he rightly said, there were multiple scouts. So it's not to say that the other franchises are not scouting or they don't have that wing, but it's how teams want to shape them up in terms of giving them as many chances as early and as raw. So like say someone like an RR, they're happy to not throw, but just use the youngster earlier, so to speak, like they've done with Rian. I don't think any other franchise would have backed a player like
CSK is actually the polar opposite of that. They want to groom
and
them.
see
give them time.
it's also, as I said, it's about identity in terms of how you want to be as a franchise. Something like what Fleming said, that there's hardly 3-4 years for you to groom them. So how many can you groom so quickly and then expect them to deliver in terms of how you want them to in terms of other international? So we are happy to back international players. At the other end is RR, who's like, it's okay, we'll take a punt with a couple of them and see. And we have questioned their usage in the past. We just did that in the preview about whether it is Kuldeep Sen or whether it is trust or injuries or whatever. But at least they're getting their chances. So in that essence, IPL is living up to that slogan of talent is meeting opportunities. Sometimes early, sometimes late. But as long as people are balancing it out, I think I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, like for CSK, their pattern has been very, very clear until this particular season.
Yeah.
They're going to back the experienced players.
Yeah.
Keep the age aside, but they've got that experience and it has worked well.
Yeah.
This year, it's been a little bit of a different story. In comes Rachin, in comes Samir.
And I think it's with Chennai, a lot of Chennai fans would relate in terms of how it's been a ride since 2020, since 21. Probably you can say since 18, that you have a high and then have a very frustratingly low, and then you think in 20, whoa, I don't know what's happening. And then 21 happens, and then you're like, oh, 22 mein ye hoga fir. And then 22 goes like that, and then 23 happens like that. So I think it's good that it tells you how cricket, there's not one way. And you can all have your own ways. For some, the success will come late. For some, it may come immediately, like it did with Gujarat. But it doesn't make anything entirely right or wrong. Okay, bhai, this is the exact way to go about it.
Fair enough. And I actually have a very interesting follow-up to that. But before that, Chandra 21 says, Akshay jinxing karke RCB ko trophy dilwa diya.
बिल्कुल सही लगा.
Delulu is the new Solulu. फिर यही मान के चलते हैं. जो मानना है मान लो भाई. मेरा तो point फंडा सीधा है. 173 is not as high a total or as big a total. Sure, I'm happy. Like Jeet said, I'm definitely happy. At toss time, if someone told me 173 is what RCB will score, I would have taken it. But that does not mean RCB is going to win it. It's not a winning score for them given their bowling attack. That's what I feel. EQ Arts 1801. I hope I've gotten the handle there right. Seems like a new name. Please make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to us if you haven't already. CSK has to chase 172, but we have very great batters like Rachin Ravindra, Ravindra Jadeja, MS Dhoni, Daniel Daryl Mitchell and etc. I'm from Whistle Polo team. Congratulations, of course, completely agree with you that they do have great batters, and yeah, I mean, for your sake, let's hope that they do end up winning the tournament and the game as well. Hariom Jha says, hello, Nikhil sir, expecting Siraj to light up the power play. Yeah, with bounties for sure.
देखो ये
Man,
मतलब
he's being too defensive now.
अरे मैं
He's calling
लिख
us
के दे रहा हूँ.
closet RCB fans. This guy's not even OG RCB fan, is he? He's not even sounding like one.
भाई सर्टिफिकेट देने का हक तो
अरे
अभी
change
इसी
कर लो यार टी-शर्ट
हाँ होता है कैसा
छोड़ दो
कर देंगे.
They
Camera
see
के
he can light up the power play. And it's something that we discussed as well. That's how you have to beat Chennai. You have to
That's
go
true.
bang in the power play. And
Also, sorry, before we, is it just me or the breaks has been too
Exactly,
long?
I was wondering
I'm
कि
on
भाई,
the wrong
this is
side.
why I checked
Producer
कि भाई-
साहब, just confirm the match hasn't begun, right? Because the break clearly seems to be way longer than I would have imagined. अब तक तो 3-4 over हो जाना चाहिए power play
it's
का.
very weird because it's already, I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels like an hour since the
Exactly.
innings ended.
मोमेंटम सब अब तक तेल लेने जा चुका होगा. क्या मोमेंटम खत्म, अब तो नया मैच ही शुरू हो रहा है. सुभाष चंद्र भारता meanwhile says Chennai's batting is too strong, even 190 is less in front of them. You need to bowl very well to win against them. 100% agree with you there, Subhash, which is why I feel they are strong contenders to win even now. I don't think 173 is that high a score. But yeah, the follow-up that I had to scouting and all of that, there is a mega auction next year. That's been confirmed.
Yeah.
What do you think should the retention rules be? Do you think it should be 5 players plus 2 RTM cards, or do you think it should just be 3 retentions, or should it be just 5 retentions? How many players in total should a team be able to hold on to, basically? Nikhil bhai.
I would go with 5. However you want to move around.
So
3
5
plus
in
2.
total. Okay.
Yeah, 3 plus 2 is a fair way. Or even if you go with 5 retentions, because you're not getting new teams. तो जो भी है इसी में से है. Whether you want that RTM ka drama in the auction ke bhai somebody bids for I don't know Rohit so much or somebody else so much and then they're like मैं RTM use करेगा. So वो drama चाहिए तो ठीक है. But I think 5 is a fair number because teams are taking a lot of efforts to build their side. And then you can't just get dismantled just for the sake of it कि भाई mega auction चाहिए, and so to speak. So say something like an LSG. They had such a great auction that even for them to not have a great auction following mini auctions, it is okay because the majority of the part was done in the mega auction. So I think 5 is a fair result for the efforts put in. For something like MI, CSK as well, they'd want to retain that core because what else is then the point कि भाई तुम 3 को return करोगे? 3 is a very small number for a fickle format, as Paji would call it.
That's true. That's very true. Jeet bhai, what do you think? Where
I'll
do you
say
stand?
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a team like CSK is just about kind of laid its foundation.
Yeah.
कहाँ अभी पूरा बिगाड़ रहे हो, right? It's going to break your rhythm. So
Yeah.
probably just get rid of these RTMs, go for 5 players, retain
Yeah.
them, retain your core, build on that.
Yeah.
But wipe off the franchises. Let's have something new now.
Wipe of the franchises, as in?
In the sense, wipe off most of the players. Yeah,
Oh.
just retain 5.
Okay.
Let's have some new faces.
Mhm.
Some player of RR playing for some other team. Just shuffle it up now.
Interesting. Very interesting. I, for one, actually think it should be 5 plus 2. I really
Ooh.
think 7 is at the very least, should be the number of retentions in total. I know RTMs is not something I personally agree with, but 7 retentions itself would be a bit much. So 5 plus 2
Yeah.
at least adds something. मतलब auction देखने में भी थोड़ा रहेगा. There'll be some skin in the game for teams to sort of look at the auction and for fans like us to also watch the auction. But again, कब तक चलेगा यार? Because IPL clearly wants to expand.
Yeah.
They clearly want to bring in more teams, and every time they do that, they will have to cut down on the retentions to ensure that the new teams are sort of equally competitive, if not better. So, how does this stop? Where does this stop? And how do you think this stops?
I think, as you said, I think we've had maybe far too many mega auctions for a 10-team tournament of sorts. So maybe the gap then can be bigger, probably after 5 years. So then you have to correspondingly add the teams, given you also have to need that many more players, right? So, and what it also has to cater to is, yes, there will always be a lot of players outside. Because IPL still is restricted in terms of from where coaches pick their players. So ऐसा नहीं कि बाहर player नहीं है. But the point is, there are a lot of finances that go into a 10-team tournament and then a mega auction every year, whether you want to do that or not. So I think the next one should be probably deeper in terms of 5 to 10 years.
Cold water, please. Thank you, producer. I'm sorry. Yes.
So I think 5 to 10 years, इतना तो time देना चाहिए, especially if you're expanding. If you're not expanding, yeah, maybe the 4 or 5 years is Still a decent range.
Yeah, but do you think it's going to expand so soon?
They've
They are-
confirmed, right?
they have,
2028.
2028. So
Yeah.
that's
As of 5 years, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I said. If
too long there.
so 4 to 5 years should be that range. 2-3 साल में मत करो यार. I don't think that helps.
Mega auction.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because last one we had in 21, right?
22.
22, like just before the 22 season. So 22, 23, 24, 3 seasons only. That's
Alright.
too small a sample size.
And we'll also have to cut in between right now. We
Yeah.
of course got a fan cam video to plug in, and the
So
game.
bas.
अता पता नहीं कि game शुरू हो रहा है कि नहीं, but उसके बीच में let's just have the fan cam video so that you guys can also check out what Avanish has been up to in Chennai.
That's insane. And this is pretty loud. Sukuman, how are you, brother? Oh, brother, it's Sukuman. Oh, buddy, and look at him. It is the RCB fan, the Red Indian. What's going to happen today?
Definitely, we're going to rock the show, that for sure, because our team's batting lineup is very good and even bowling as well. So today, everyone knows like it's a high voltage match. Like most of the Indian fans, not only Indian fans across the globe, they feel RCB versus CSK like India-Pakistan match.
You're wearing Captain Cool glasses, but Virat Kohli colors.
So because they both are brothers from another mother, we have to respect each other. That is my motto. So end of the day, it's a game. So I respect all the players around the world.
Okay, and you've been a big RCB fan. 2008 was the last time they won here. Do you think they can do it tonight?
Of course, definitely they are going to repeat the same as what they did back.
Okay, and finally, predict Virat Kohli's score today.
100 plus.
100 plus. Okay, super. Isala Cup? Namdo. Right outside Chepauk, and of course the IPL begins today. How excited are you? And some of the RCB fan, buddy.
Isala Cup Namde! That's chanceless until Dhoni is there. He's with the plan already. He has already passed his baton to someone else.
Okay, what about Rituraj Gaikwad, the captain? Are you?
We are excited to see how he's playing in the first game. Probably he has Dhoni, Jadeja in his team, so it should be a easy thing for him to lead the team in his way. And
For
we
a
are
reason.
excited.
For a reason.
100% he'll be having a plan with him why he had shifted his captainship to Rituraj.
Gaikwad is also a 7-letter name, so Tala for a reason.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? By the way, why hasn't RCB won here since 2008?
I don't know, not been our luck since, but this year it should be winning. Starting with the Women's World Cup, Women's IPL. Let's see if this IPL is ours.
Okay, predict Virat Kohli score today.
Oh my god, I just hope it's not a duck, but 50 at least. 50. Because he has no confidence on Virat Kohli saying it's not a down. That is not lucky for
7
him.
again.
7 again?
Every time it's going to be 7.
Okay, fine. Chant for Virat or chant for Dhoni? Who's louder? You guys can say Kohli.
Definitely Dhoni!
Kohli! 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 Dhoni!
Just
Cheers.
in time, chalo. All right. We also needed a washroom break, clearly. And apparently, there's a local program performance going on in the ground, and which is why there's been a slight delay. But they have cut to match visual. So let's hope that play will start soon, bhai. मतलब 10:15 बज रहा है भाई. कुछ तो लिहाज करो यार. मतलब
I mean, they had a over penalty bit and then
यार हाँ वो हटा दिया ना अभी. The player वाला rule तो is not there in IPL because they're smart. उनको पता है कि ज्यादा खींचेगा तो ज्यादा ad, ज्यादा revenue. So yeah, there you go. But coming back to, of course, cricket, RCB, Yashdal is playing. I mean, you would imagine Yashdal is the impact player, I'm guessing. Or is he a part of the 11?
He's a part of the 11, isn't he?
Oh, so who's...
I don't think so. Let's
Because from the 11, there was Dagar at number 8, Karan Sharma number 9, Siraj number 10, and Alzari
Okay,
Joseph.
so
yeah.
he's not
Yeah.
there. in
Yeah,
the
so
11.
Yashdal would come in instead
Yeah,
of...
correct.
Yeah, maybe say a
Yeah.
TK or an Anuj Rawat, I would imagine,
Yeah.
one of the two keepers. So they start with the new ball, Siraj and Dayal, pretty obvious, or Alzari Joseph potentially.
It's a tough. I'll probably go for Yash Dayal alongside Mohammad Siraj to just kind of have a bit of a different variety. And Yash Dayal with a new ball, there is something in him. He's not had, I mean, I think he had a decent season, didn't he?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's again getting back to his groove.
And-
He'll have those bad days where, Rinku
Yeah.
Singh tonked him, but otherwise,
The
not a bad
perception
option,
has
yeah.
clearly scarred him. Like, I mean, not
Yeah,
scarred him.
sadly,
Like the
It's
performance
followed
has
him.
scarred his
Yeah.
perception because people are like, 5 chhakke khaite kya?
Yash Dayal, okay, that guy.
Yeah,
got
that
me
guy
for
got-
exactly,
everything.
exactly. Let's hope he's able to change that. That'll be great to see. And again, like I've always maintained, even before RCB bought him, I generally have liked Yash Dayal. In fact, MNL episodes preceding the auction, is testimony to the fact that I generally rate him. Hai, bande mein hai skill, so he can definitely come good. Under right conditions, under the right guidance, he can actually do. He can be more than handful with the new ball, especially, and he also has a decent Yorker. Didn't do too badly for Gujarat Titans in their title-winning season. So yeah, let's see how that goes. But again, agree with Jeet Bhai there, Nikhil, in terms of Yash and Siraj starting with the new ball and not Alzari.
Yeah, and we have also seen some movement early on at times. Very keen to see if they get something today, because that could really set it up for them if Gaikwad goes to a left arm seamer, which we've seen in the past. So looking forward to that matchup as well. And the score is also says that they can't take too much time. So very keen to see how that. But I think a couple to each before you probably change up with Joseph.
Do they throw in something like Glenn Maxwell with the new ball?
Yeah, I had that thought in me, but
Gaikwad will eat
Gaikwad,
him, yaar.
you remember that game, the last over?
Kyun?
Well, Maxwell won eventually.
भाई RCB है ना, हो सकता है.
No, but again, yaar, sometimes I
At
feel
this point of time, Jeet is more RCB than Akshay. I don't know. I ever felt I would ever
This
say
is a
something like.
negative thing I'm saying. So
But one thing to say, RCB sometimes, don't you think, with them, again, it's a case of them falling prey to the perception ki a lot of people, even now, for example, previews, maybe we were hearing ki RCB is not consistent with their selections, they don't back players, they chop and change too much. In the last few years, do you agree with that? Of course, RCB, you're under Vijay Mallya and Daniel Vettori and all, we just used to, they used to change players for fun, irrespective of whether they played well or not. But I personally felt that wasn't the case under Mike Hesson. Where do you stand when it comes to that?
yeah, I would kind of agree with that. Mike Hesson had a bit of a system. He wanted somebody, he kept that. He backed that particular player. Others have kind of rotated, but I can kind of understand because RCB and death bowling, it's been a issue that's been going on for quite a while now. No matter who bowls, everybody is getting pestered. So it could have played a part in terms of, okay,
It is
maybe-
just there, confirmed.
All right, yeah. Makes
Oh,
sense.
okay,
Oh,
then
Dinesh
maybe he's
Karthik,
got-
so that means
Anuj
Rawat.
Rawat.
yeah.
Yeah, Rawat was named the keeper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know
Playing
that.
11, he was up.
Very interesting. Clearly, he's a better keeper.
I mean,
That no, I'm not even denying that. Like he's
No, yeah, but again, maybe something, an eye on the future.
yeah, potentially.
Good chance.
RCB retains him ahead of the mega auction. Oh wow.
Wow, that is possible. Very, very
Okay.
plausible.
That's
So
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
but Achindra Mehta it is then.
जब तक कोहली है ना तब तक अनुज रावत भी है. That's what I feel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's what I feel.
yeah. Oh wow.
that's
the
a,
Delhi connect.
There is a Delhi connect.
that's a good insight to have.
Yeah, I guess clearly. I mean, wow. Very. I didn't know of it, of course.
Yeah,
So-
of course, same here. But chalo then, Siraj to
Yeah.
start.
And it's Rachan and Rudraj, of course, for the Chennai Super Kings. And Siraj with the new ball. Finally, the players are in the middle. Siraj is marking his run up. We're all set to see how many overs do you think will Chennai Super Kings take the season now? 17.
No, it won't be 17. It's probably going to go on to the last over. That's
So-
what I feel.
तो मतलब पौने
Now the time ho gayi.
क्या
But probably like at the back end is what I'm thinking. Not 17, maybe 19th or 20th.
बस उसको रिवर्स जिंग करना है तो वो तो वही
हाँ,
बोलने वाला है.
अरे
ऐसा
यार,
ना यार।
एक तो देखो मेरा मेट्रो अभी बंद होने वाला है, मैं आप दोनों के साथ आएगा अभी बस. अरे रिवर्सिंग्स दी अब again I can't believe attack of Siraj, Dayal, Mayank Dagar, Karan Sharma, Glenn Maxwell. और did I Cameron Green,
Alzari.
अलजारी वो भी इंक्लूड कर दो. क्या मतलब क्या भरोसा है आपको? मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा, बट ठीक है, चलो देखते हैं. Of course, it is Yash Dayal coming in as the impact sub for RCB in place of Dinesh Karthik. CSK haven't announced theirs, but it's most likely going to be Shivam Dubey in place of Tikshana probably, or was it Mustafizur? Because Tikshana can still bat a bit.
I wouldn't want to go down that route in
हाँ,
terms
but-
of wanting Tikshana ka batting or Rahman ka batting, but yeah, it could be anyone.
But it has to be,
Yeah, most likely it should be Rahman.
yeah.
But this is not so bad either.
No, I mean Tikshana is the better batter for sure.
बताओ क्या डिस्कस कर रहे
वही,
हैं 174 के चेज में.
Tikshana of this, who's the better batter?
Shot! Lovely shot यार. Excellent start.
Excellent. हाँ, अभी सिराज lights up the power play. मैं correct था कि नहीं बताओ? Correct था कि
मैं
नहीं?
खाली shot को describe कर रहा हूँ.
Excellent shot, and I have no clue क्यों new ball के साथ what's this fascination to go short?
It's exactly how you felt Deepak bowled.
वही मतलब why?
sometimes it just takes us time.
Maybe a first ball thing.
Kya?
First ball of the season. So
Yeah, first ball.
Yeah, first ball of the season they've conceded 4. CSK in their first ball of the season bowled a wide. Interesting start for both of
Let's
them.
get a cover drive in. Chalo Rutu.
Much better. जब भी you can move the ball again. हल्का सा line और Ostam के पास आ जाए तो बढ़िया. This is a much better ball there. 2 balls done. Again, clearly a bit of movement, but all in all, the surface still good enough for batting.
it is.
Yeah,
And I think the one thing that I was able to pick up from the first innings was that initially he was kind of doing a little bit and probably doing enough to trouble the batters.
So
Distance
probably
together.
tricky to start.
Tricky
So,
to
yeah,
start
tricky
and
to
then
start.
it's going to settle down. But in this innings, probably I think they'll get away with it straight away.
And in case you
It's been a
forgot, RCB were the best bowling unit in the power
Power
play
play.
last season, thanks to Siraj.
19
No.
wickets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. 19 wickets. And now it'll be interesting to see the sort of downfall from best to worst. Shot!
Good
Fielding,
start.
yaar.
Good start.
Mayank Dagar, an excellent fielder, by the way.
Yeah.
Again, of course, bowler hai, but he is a very good fielder. So he's been stationed at point, interestingly. Wow. Usually, वो मतलब deep mid wicket,
It's a
deep
good
square
start.
पे देखा है दिल्ली के लिए. I mean, Himachal, sorry, and even last season for
They
SRH.
don't have any other options, do they? At
Yeah.
backward point. और कोई है भी नहीं. किसको
Last year, पाटीदार एक बार मतलब पाटीदार था 22 में in the few games that he played, of course. I mean, Green slip पे है Green. Oh, look at
Green तो
that.
वहाँ पर ही होगा.
Green slip पे ही खड़ा है, first slip.
Yeah.
कितना लंबा है ऊपर से अनुज रावत इतना छोटा
That's
बता
basically 2 slips that they have.
Oh,
Yeah.
nicely done. Yeah, with the wingspan for sure,
Yeah.
100%. And guys, of course, please keep your comments coming through. We will, of course, take them as and when it is possible. Producer Sab, let's have a few comments on as well. Of course, Rutraj Gaikwad was the orange cap holder in 2021. Faf du Plessis was just 2 runs behind them. Both of them are very close. The new ball is zipping off the surface and a bit of uneven bounce too. Maximum damage has to be done in the power play. Otherwise, it isn't happening. What do you guys think? Asks Chandra 20 shot. Oh,
In the gap.
well played though. Very well played. Bang in between backward point and
Point.
Thanks for completing the sentence. But Jeet, Chandra's statement, fair enough, right? New ball. ke
Yeah,
saath-
that's exactly what we were discussing. If anything needs to happen, it has to be in the power play. But
Yeah.
I mean, look, even RCB had a woeful power play, but then they recovered,
Yeah.
despite not having a good batting depth.
correction. RCB started off well, then
Yeah.
sort of tapered
Yeah,
down.
for a couple. Yeah, for the
So,
first 3 overs.
Exactly. So it'll be very interesting to see how CSK also fare. And
But yeah, the cover drive, square drive is in. So,
square drive
ठीक
हो
है.
गया exactly. एक cover भी आ जाएगा 3 चौके. Fair enough. Like I said, lighting up the power play with boundaries and best to worst तो हो रहा है अभी. Yes, they
She's
are.
got the deep point is gone back. It's probably going to go wide. Let's see.
You think?
We'll shape
Okay.
it in, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
felt.
Again,
Yeah,
staying low.
stayed low, stayed low.
Interesting
Nonetheless,
over.
2 boundaries. Not a bad start for CSK at all. Rachan Ravindra from the other end. Now, that's a player we've all been looking forward to watching because, I mean, like, there's been a lot of chatter around can he do, will he do, how he'll fare and all. Jeet, again, do you think a bit of format mixing has happened because Rachan Ravindra, the T20 player, hasn't really done much of note?
Recency bias has always been a thing, hasn't it? And even for Rachan Ravindra, I've watched him for plenty of years now. Bats at number 3 for Wellington Firebirds, and he's not been that great in this format of the game either. But I can still kind of understand the rationale of picking him. Good form, good World Cup, same conditions. Never know. Fair to take a punt.
But one question, do you think there were better options in the auction?
Whom would you suggest? What are the names that you can come up with?
Okay.
If not Ravindra.
So
not
what-
to forget, sorry to cut you. There is that left arm option as well. Additional left arm option being at Chepok.
Fair enough. And speaking of left armers, there's another one right there. The impact sub Yash Dayal bowling his first ever over for RCB. Oh,
That was close.
now that's 2 fours that's gone cheekily again. But this is not unlucky, right? According to Somesh, ये सब unlucky नहीं है. Unlucky वो है 58, 63 पे अगर RR all out होता है तो unlucky है. But inside H4 is this is class act, bro.
Shots fired.
Yeah, I can't. I know maybe Watchalong में नहीं होगा Somesh, so
Somesh भाई, please.
appraisal में देख लेना.
अप्रेजल बच्चा है इसीलिए थोड़ा ध्यान से बस. But यार क्या बोले मतलब गाली भी नहीं दे सकता बता. Oh, good bowling यार. So far he's gotten his line right. दौड़ मत भगा.
नहीं
Faf के throw पे. हाँ नहीं, they were looking.
But the interesting actually point, the point over here is that they've had a classy left arm spinner, probably the best finger spinner outside of the subcontinent in Mitchell Santner,
Yeah.
who has been benched for such a long time.
Yeah.
Now the poor guy finds someone like Rachin Ravindra from his own country
Overpowering.
being picked up by CSK straight away into the playing 11. Now we have no shot, do you?
Exactly, and makes you wonder. Do you think they could have taken a punt with Santner itself and opened with him? I mean, now that they have Ravindra, they wouldn't. But imagine they didn't have Ravindra. In the universe where they didn't have Ravindra and they had to replace Conway. Not a bad batter at all.
Not a bad batter, but I don't think that opening slot would have gone well for him. I do remember this guy batting at number 3.
Number
in the
3,
blast
Yeah.
for Worcester, I believe. Had a couple of good knocks, I won't deny that. But opening might be a little too far-fetched is what I believe.
Interesting.
And also there are a lot of games where you don't usually see sides playing 2 left-arm spinners. So it's always been one of those things that in the IPL also you've seen so many times. Teams just hesitate. They'll play 2 off spinners if they want to, but 2 left-arm spinners. It's also that mindset about he's very good to lefties. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि he has a poor numbers at times. Jadeja has that numbers, but
even this.
Oh, yaar. Oh, excellent ball that. Very well bowled. Almost reminded me of Mustafa Azur's first ball to Patidar. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Patidar, the one that he was beaten on. Nicely bowled, yaar. Oh, the seam presentation also looked good there. Again, good signs. Let's just take this comment from Hayes. Although this went under the radar, GT fired Yash in the most silently amusing manner possible. They supported him in media, dropped him from the next match, and dropped him altogether next season. Bhai, GT's... No worry.
The less said, the better.
Yeah.
But see, that's also something to keep in mind. There are...
अरे यार, ये मुझसे मुझे कोई सब ऐसे मिलता है यार, नसीब. बताओ. Like again, am I wrong in saying he's bowled well this over?
He has.
He has bowled. I know nobody will complain or say
look at the seam. Oh, bro, pitch होने के बाद भी
Mohammad Shami type.
Exactly, man. Mohammad Shami
might
is
have
that.
learned it from Shami. Who knows?
Oh, that's also a fair shout.
This makes me wonder if Deepak didn't bowl full short enough in that second over that he bowled. क्योंकि अभी इतना मिला तभी भी उतना तो थोड़ा कुछ तो मिल जाता. But
यार एक इन स्विंगर अभी डाल दे बस. He must be sort of shaping up for that or bowled.
Clip
अरे shot डाला यार नहीं. But he can be good over yaar. All in all, a very good start for Yash. They are in the red and blue of RCB. And happy to see, almost feel vindicated. But yeah, let me not speak too soon. Sir, देखिए और हुआ पूरा tournament बचा इसके आगे. Coming back to the discussion we were having, and what was it? It was Mitchell Santner opening and yep. Sure. What like how about someone like a deploy? Plays for the JSK, hasn't done too badly. Do you think that was a punt they could have taken?
Potentially, again, but I'm not so sure about his game against spin. Look, smashing it at Derbyshire, which has got very short, straight boundaries and basically dimensions everywhere in the UK or most of the grounds in the UK, like that, where he can bash it. It's going to go. Plus the quality of bowling attacks, the kind of pitches you have. Leas Deploy, that's the reason. Look, he has that South African background. He's going to smash it in England. He's going to smash it in South Africa. India is a different gravy altogether. So, look, I kind of agree. It could have been a good punt. But again, that added advantage of Rachin Ravindra being a spinner. Look, the reason why Mitchell Santner is sitting out is because they've got Ravindra Jadeja, a bowler who can bat a bit. The
in
same
T20s,
thing. Yeah, in T20s. The same thing applies to Mitchell Santner as well. A bowler who can bat.
Length खींच ले भाई, please. अरे यार, line गलत. पैर को लगा ये wide.
नहीं, wide है ना?
Wide.
Yeah.
येड़ा अबे length जब सही पकड़ता है तो line गलत डालता है, बताओ. येड़ा. ये अगर line सही होता तो he could have been wrapped in front.
But what is interesting is he's just consistently shaping the ball away. That's how his first 6 balls were in that first one. To a right-hander.
Yeah.
He's done the same to the left-hander. He's got it back in. So potentially that delivery that moves away is going to be that big.
That's what
maybe he's setting it up for that. Who knows?
Yep. Wait, that's Arun Kumar. And Menki Prasad there, who's coached, of course, both RCB and CSK. So in some sense, there's a Venkatesh Prasad derby here. So
who knew?
Exactly.
Looking for a drive.
यार
Good
गंदा बॉल इडियट
Four है.
कितना गंदा बॉल क्या सिराज लाइटिंग अप
I don't want to say, but he just doesn't look the Siraj.
His elements.
Yeah, in his true elements, so to speak.
Two elements.
Yeah.
There you go.
Probably that's also a good time for us to plug in True Elements. So guys, of course, please make sure you check the link in the description, and of course do check their site out as well. They are available on Instamart, on Blinkit and Zepto. Thankfully, we've gotten the three platforms right, and you will get their products in 15 minutes or lesser. So do check that out. In the meantime, I'm having a bit of spicy masala baked cashews. क्या नसीब यार निखिल भाई गलत बात है यार ये
मुझे क्यों तोड़ा
यार गुस्सा आता है हर बार ये होता है कितनी बार होगा यार tell me how many times did RCB batters get a French cut in this game
it's okay, it covers up यार
नहीं होता I'm not even kidding RCB के साथ ये नहीं होता
it happened with RCB in the final
कौन सा
Trophy debate.
अरे WPL
पर तूने RCB बोला I'm just giving you example that it happens
अरे WPL का IPL में थोड़ी लेके आओगे ये बताओ ये सही है ये क्या है नहीं no
अब अनुज रावत का नहीं हुआ जडेजा के साथ
अनुज
when he had the swipe but the ball just went far away
come on that's nowhere close to anyone it's not a missed opportunity
but this wasn't a missed opportunity also
fair point oh fielding yaar man Daggett once again there excellent fielder oh wow man that's a fantastic effort saved a certain boundary for sure so 3 runs there saved not bad so far but Siraj is yet to sort of get his line right sometimes his length right इसके बाद किसके पास मतलब यश दयाल of course bowled from the other end but who else Dagger or Maxi maybe
Why not Alzari for an over?
new ball के साथ because
1 over, that's fine. That's the 5th over of the power play.
Nikhil bhai
I'd probably go one with Maxwell and Alzari to close the power play off
I would go with Dayal itself yaar
there I think we'll bowl from the other end I don't think Dayal is getting changed but from
Yeah.
Siraj's end I think one to Maxwell and then the
5th
other
over and the 6th over.
no but from Siraj and from there'll be only one more over left
Yeah.
so that's the Maxwell one
over okay
Yeah. and then Dayal if he does well then you तो फिर बाद में तो भाई एक
Interesting.
चीज तो करना पड़ेगा
Because at the end of the day, Alzari is your wicket-taking bowler. He's going to concede runs, but wicket-taking balls भी डालता है. So why not give it a shot?
but उसका मेरे को ये कि न्यू बॉल के साथ वो वैसे भी हार्ड लेंथ ही मारता है ना मतलब he's not someone who swings the ball so given that new ball के साथ why would you just sort of whatever
I was laughing on the comment.
अक्षय भाई सारा लग WPL में यूज हो गया अभी नेगेटिव में है वेट करो सर कौन छोड़ो ठीक है ओके प्रियांशु भाई आप बोलते अरे यार
ठीक है good
ठीक
decision.
है,
yeah of course
But so far so good after that alarming plays and misses in the first. Nothing else has looked troubled. But again, that's Siraj.
But
So
this is, coming to Rituraj Gaikwad, falling back to the same patterns, maybe that slow starts. Last year was an outstanding year. He clearly worked on his intent in the power play, probably like 140 plus strike rate. But this year it's going to be a different challenge, being the skipper as well, that added responsibility. Who knows, right?
yeah, also, I'm just at this point of time, I'm just happy with not a duck,
That's true.
so to speak.
It's a stable
But-
start.
Oh, that's a top edge.
छक्का
Yeah.
यही ना बताओ
This is the pace thing and short
Yeah.
balls.
this is why I don't want Alzari Joseph
No, but he can. Of course, it's just
The line is the key, right? As you said,
so Siraj basically doing Deepak Chahar for RCB है क्या मतलब गंदा bowling क्या light up तो शर्म आनी चाहिए इंडिया के लिए खेलता है और ऐसा खेल के आता है बताओ
एक भी बॉल उसने शेप अवे नहीं किया है लेफ्टीज है
एक भी ढंग का बॉल डाला नहीं उसने पूरे 2 ओवर में एक भी ढंग का नहीं सॉरी नॉट अ सिंगल बॉल दैट वुड मेक यू गो वाओ मैन दैट्स अ बॉल नाउ दैट्स अ Siraj
ही सम्स इट अप
Siraj bowling trash length feeling it's yep exactly and this is something we even spoke about yesterday right given how mercurial he is 21 was fantastic 22 was abysmal 23 was fantastic so maybe our time for another abysmal season for Siraj and we don't even have the likes of Hazelwood Harshal Hasrang had to back him up or to sort of fill in for him it's Yash Dayal from the other end meanwhile let's hope he gets a wicket arre bowling gap 4
नहीं 4
अरे, मतलब-
okay नहीं deep backward point मेरे को नहीं लगा रखा होगा तो इसीलिए
but he did in the last ball of that last over.
हाँ
as well,
change
right?
किया था उसने yeah, fair enough Ravindra 17 of 6 man again flattest to deceive because 2 boundary edge में आए एक छक्का एक चौका edge में आया एक टाइम किया गंदा बॉल को but yeah not a bad start at all nonetheless
Probably 50 is the score that you want to target in the power play.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
50 without loss.
Yeah, 50 for 0. If it's higher, then you can afford the extra wicket. So yeah, let's see.
जब 11 तक बैटिंग है तो आपको क्या विकेट लेके बैठना है, मतलब
हाँ।
सोचने वाली बात तो है.
तू खा हम लोग मैच देखते हैं.
वाह भाई बताओ. Okay, they've not, the deep backward point has stayed. I mean, left-hander के लिए it now becomes a deep square leg.
Similar field.
Just don't whip it in the. Oh, I just said just
That's
don't whip
four.
it. Yeah, it should be 4.
But good ball, right-hander के लिए this would have been a very good ball. यार, don't stray on the pads, man. Come on.
This right was the advantage of Rachin Ravindra.
Yeah, he is putting the bad balls away.
This is the kind of form he was in, right, in the World Cup as well.
21 of 7, man. Again.
Just थोड़ा straight हो गया मतलब.
हाँ, हल्का सा. वही
straight.
right-hander के लिए this would have been a very good ball. बहुत straight हो गया. Again, and it also moved. Probably he couldn't control the movement as well. बहुत ज़्यादा move भी कर गया pad के अंदर. But
I think the short ball is coming. I just feel. Let's see.
क्या छक्का एक और जाएगा.
Let's see. पता नहीं.
Oh, good
ठीक है,
ball,
better,
good ball.
I think एक तो आएगा ओवर में to catch him because there's only way that the field makes sense कि भाई वो पीछे बैठा है.
हाँ, of course,
तो
completely agree.
एक तो आएगा surprise वाला. Let's see.
Chandra 24 says, Akshay bhai, why can't RCB persist with Hasranga? He will come good sooner or later and can sometimes play Shardul kind of knocks. A huge asset. Bat ka to chodo. Jeet, Hasranga was the second highest wicket taker in 2022. Wasn't too bad. But do you think RCB were right in letting go of him? 10.75 crores?
No way. Look, Vanandu, after Rashid Khan, the one leg spinner that I rate so highly in terms of the skill sets he's got, it's Vanandu Hasaranga.
Shanti. Yeah.
And I think it was LPL, right, where he smashed it.
Yeah.
Highest
With the
wicket
ball-
taker,
and highest run
Hasranga.
getter as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Most
that-
sixes, most boundaries, some sub tha.
yeah, so I get the conditions and all that stuff, but guy's quality, you can't deny that.
But do you think the 10.75 crores wala
I know.
might have played a role?
Might have, but यार ये पहले सोचना चाहिए था यार. आप initially ले रहे हो, and after that also they didn't play him. He had a couple of bad games. He was benched.
But do you think this has to do with the management? Because Mike hasn't got Andy Flower probably does not
Has to.
rate him. So those things. Nikhil bhai, where do you stand when it comes to that?
Yeah, I think I've been a fan of Hasaranga in terms of the options that he provides to you. But then, as I keep saying, sometimes you can be fixated with a spot or a role for a person, and if you ask them to change, it doesn't.
Hey, yaar.
Take a good start in terms of the over.
एकदम मैच को पापले में ही खत्म करते हुए बैट बॉल
38 मारा है भाई, 88 नहीं, रुक जा.
अरे भाई 4 ओवर भी नहीं हुए और क्या चाहिए आपको 4
That's how RCB started as well. They were 41 for 0.
in 5
हाँ,
even
एक
they
over-
were in that quick
हाँ, तो
to be clear बता रहे हैं बस अभी आप देखिए
Yeah.
जो
I think even for SRH, you think it's probably a very steal deal to get one into at that rate. क्योंकि form भी आ रहा है and batting से you've seen his recent knocks. I feel he's always someone who's like very mercurial to say with the bat. Okay, he comes across wanting to just
उसका long mid off
Oh, catch!
yes अरे हो रहा है yes that's the dangerous wicket of this
Yes,
skipper and it's Yash Dayal
left arm speed.
yes it is Yash Dayal yes after a bad over gets the wicket and green भाई पकड़ लिए बस मतलब क्या बोलूं आपको wow man a very important wicket for sure for RCB the skipper and good ball again out swinger going past the right hander there the seam presentation he's been spot on with that the wrist he's really worked on it clearly yaar matlab wow man well done there Yash and happy to see him amongst the wickets Avanish there you go this is why I said yes that isn't a bad buy yes nicely done excellent ball and excellent bowling so far of course boundaries bhi diya to pata nahi kya bole number 3 pe Rahane
Has to be.
Yeah.
Rahane of 23 Rahane of 22
23 of course.
no aap expect kar rahe ho what do you think is going to happen is my question
Looking at his form in the Ranji Trophy, I'm kind of split, but look, under Dhoni, everybody finds
yaar ye
form.
Dhoni
Yeah, everybody finds form. You can't deny that.
but what do you
I'm
think is
actually interested to see who bowls and what are the plans. Because he's had a great time facing pace, but not enjoyed facing spin also. Doesn't enjoy playing at this venue. Average of around 15 is what we discussed even in the fantasy
That's true.
preview. So very keen to see if they go to Mayank Dagar. I don't think they can because they'll think कि भाई रचिन है सामने तो Rahane can just rotate and ask him to go big. So very keen to see if Siraj is given another over to get that in-dipper going.
over में तेज दिया है क्या in-dipper नहीं I would actually go to Maxwell now against Ravindra matchup भी है and Rahane won't attack him I would imagine वो अल्जारी यार तुम क्या हो यार तुम इसीलिए बोला अल्जारी को नहीं देना पावर प्ले में क्या आदमी है क्या वो यही लेंथ डालेगा पता है पावर प्ले Man,
I mean, line, he got the line wrong. पहला बॉल है यार.
भाई लाइन क्या लेंथ भी ये लेंथ क्यों डालोगे पावले में 280 के
But
स्ट्राइक
just
रेट
like
से
Siraj,
रविंद्रा
no?
मार रहा है.
Just like Siraj, bangs it in.
Yeah, you
That's
can't,
the
which is
pitch.
why power play में Joseph is a no go यार.
यार देखो, starting में they should have backed someone like Reece Topley. That was my opinion.
हाँ, fair.
Reece Topley has more value in terms of the effectiveness in different phases. कर लेते हैं यार उसको back. ठीक है, anyway, just one ball done. So
There's one ball.
क्या यार
can't judge him so early.
Much
That's a
better,
much
much
better
better.
That's also
ये
hitting the
length यार,
bat.
this length is fine.
उई भाई यार.
भाई रविंद्रा को ही मारने की कोशिश कर रहा था क्या वहाँ पे? See, this is much better because swing now तो भी you can rush batters in.
पहला
exactly
बॉल
between
थोड़ा
them.
तो फर्स्ट बॉल ऑफ द सीजन यार, थोड़ा तो मतलब लीवे नहीं मिले.
छक्का, सिराज चौका और क्या? बस यही बचा है देखने के लिए.
Let's see, but yeah, seen the wicket.
Oh man,
Excellent.
that seam
Yeah.
presentation.
It's also that angle
Yeah.
that it has trouble to in the past. So yeah, let's see if it keeps happening
Oh,
because
man, I can
it's
watch
also
that
something
all
that I
day
think will play on Rutu's mind. Say in terms of pecking order, there are a lot of options for India opening.
Oh yeah.
But if there is one thing that continues to be the one that is getting you out,
True,
you
true,
don't
true.
want
Oh,
to-
bowling
Oh.
यार. Is that full enough? Is that full enough?
थोड़ा high था लगा मुझे.
मेरे को high लगा, but what do you think?
I think the
Yeah.
impact was an issue, wasn't it?
No. I felt impact was पता नहीं यार. Inline लगा मेरे को because he
Height का
didn't
भी था,
shuffle.
definitely. There is
Height
no
भी
doubt
था.
about that. But
Yeah, and he didn't shuffle at all. Na? He was
He
just
did.
caught.
Yeah.
So that's why.
I think I don't know if it's the exact one, but Umesh bowled one to him in Ranji. It is pretty similar, which came out to be umpire's call. यहाँ पे I don't think umpire's call आएगा, but let's
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
good
that's
potential.
well from Umesh.
Yeah,
Ajinkya.
the first one. Yeah.
So in Ranji, that is what I was observing with Ajinkya Rahane. This guy's quality, his feet were just not moving.
Yeah.
Every game that I watched, barring that very last knock in the finals.
Oh, the 70 odd, 74.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
70 odd that he scored in that game. That is the only time when I saw his feet actually, kind of get going.
Interesting.
So this right here was his weakness in the Ranji
Jagged
Trophy.
back in
Oh, there's
bad,
an
bad,
excited.
bad, but jagged back in just that bit.
भाई हाइट भी था.
हाँ,
हाँ,
height
height
भी
तो
था.
था.
Clearly missing. भाई. Joseph का bounce ऊपर से ये surface भी it's had decent bounce. So yeah, fair enough.
Bad, yeah. Everybody.
बैट के चक्कर में नहीं लिया नसीब नहीं तो पता चला कि ले भी लेते बैट अगर
Serious होता तो ले लेता.
सिराज तो भाई सिराज सर पे भी लगा तो बोले अरे आउट है भाई बाउंसर मत फेंक खाली फोकट येड़ा
That's another bad ball.
Wrong line. I think the plan seems right that they want to cramp him on the pull.
भाई 2 छक्के खा चुके हैं
Yeah.
एक एज का भी
It's also the height, right? You see, that's मतलब if it is the line is right, he can create a toppage from there, but just hasn't been able to get the line right.
तो उतने रन है नहीं ऊपर से
उतने रन 170 है भाई मतलब 130 नहीं है.
see they're scoring above the required
Because
run
they know. See, I get a hunch that they could be wrong, but they possibly feel it could slow. Hey!
अरे
Hey,
यार
bhai!
फाउल
Well shot.
आई नो भाई फील्ड तो कर लेता 3 भगा दिए उससे
नहीं
दो.
But I think
An awkward height.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
you expect Faf. It's Faf. That's all I'm saying. Faf. It's not
Sallu.
Rando. Yeah.
Yeah, awkward height. Yeah, मतलब.
Oh, I'm not denying that. मैं कह रहा हूँ it's Faf.
Might have been spun, right? Who knows?
No, but I don't know. I feel
Can't figure out what
Yeah,
happened
exactly.
actually.
That was a bad camera angle.
yeah, did it go on the full to him or not? क्या पता यार. See, when guys, once again, please make sure you're hitting the like button. We, of course, are watching the tournament openers, RCB, CSK, gun.
I think exactly. This is what he's trying to do. कि cramp him for room.
11 रन देने के बाद अगर सही कर दो तो क्या फायदा?
अरे हाँ, but at least you can
Don't
see
try,
the logic. Yeah, the logic is there. The plan is there. Last over Maxwell.
Not there. After the wicket, अच्छा तो डाला. मतलब
Yeah,
मारना.
to Rahane, I would possibly just take that punt as well. Okay, might as well do it. Yeah, there.
Yeah, I agree. I would go with that because कौन सा उसको death के लिए बचा के रखना है.
But it's so important for RCB to nail the power play because that
Yeah.
middle overs, death overs, they do not have anybody.
Middle में तो
भाई middle में तो कोई नहीं है.
Mayank
मयंक
Dagar.
दागर करेगा.
middle में अपने पास है.
करण शर्मा.
नहीं अपने पास है.
So the Yash Akram तो चल गया.
यश अक्रम चल
Yash Akram चल गया.
हलजारी
हलजारी
मेघराज नहीं
मेघराज
चला.
नहीं चला. ठीक है. Sometimes the pigeon takes time.
Fidget takes that.
He
It
hasn't
is there,
It
taken-
is
understandably.
there. Fairly. No LBW
Yeah.
Rahane. Just play straight. Thank you so much.
But that scene presentation, just happy seeing that wrist to sahi ja raha hai. Oh, bowling, yaar. Bhai, he deserves another wicket. Yaar. He's really bowled well. In all fairness.
I would actually just pull him out.
Yeah, same. I
He
completely
could
agree.
potentially take 2 in this, like just like what Fizz did for
True.
Chennai.
Oh, look at that scene, man. ये नहीं था last year, यार. ये last year तो बिल्कुल नहीं था.
It's also the condition. I kept saying, right? Chennai mein under lights, you see the swing.
Could be.
It will do a bit.
But
Yeah.
his wrist, like he's got it so right. Like he's learnt it for sure. Wow, man, that's so good to see. So good to see. चलो fingers crossed, भाई कहीं से कुछ
Hey, full toss.
नहीं.
Slow ball, right?
Yeah. Yorker. And it was that. I felt it seemed like that knuckle ball. In
And it dipped
types.
suddenly.
Yeah,
मतलब
exactly.
ऐसा कि क्या
The way
किया
it's worked.
Yeah, but 135 का था पिच तो पता
यार
नहीं.
ये speed gun तो
माशाल्लाह. Interesting speeds again. Not too bad. I mean, mid 130s there and thereabouts. If you're able to get the ball, I mean, to sort of do some tricks, then that's good enough. Those speeds are good enough. सिराज मियां क्या कर रहे हो यार?
चलो. Nice cover drive without
Straight
going
to
to the
cover.
slip. Oh,
Correct.
shot,
नहीं,
भाई साहब.
Six.
Incredible. That is the Rahane of the old. Let it be 3
भाई
batsmen.
shot. मतलब
भाड़ में
कहाँ
क्या
से
डिफेंस
यार?
क्या करने का
He
उल्टा
wasn't
दम
in
सीधा.
मतलब he wasn't in any position. Just what was
Hand
that?
eye. I mean,
Maybe yeah, you have to put it down to
because
that
see,
length
it hasn't
ball.
even set up
Yeah,
for him.
वही.
It is close to him also.
But he's just swung through the line. Wow, man.
Can't do much. Yes, it's a great shot.
Great shot. Can't really do much about that. But again, fantastic start
And
this.
if Rahane gets going, has a blockbuster season.
ओए
One?
दो
Oh, that's two.
Connect तो नहीं हुआ है. Field कर.
तू करेगा भाई करेगा
भरोसा नहीं है.
But now do you immediately go to spin?
I would दयाल को डागर को दे दो भाई. क्या ही रखा है? मतलब किसको दोगे?
Because if Rahane gets in, then I don't think he has to stop in terms of if they are bowling pace. So
I do remember a very random stat. Rahane in his last 5 innings, Ranji Trophy, got out to a left arm spin. Last 5 or 6 consecutive left arm spin.
Dubey got him out in the final as well once, right?
He did.
Yeah.
Dubey, Bhargav Bhatt,
Yeah.
Sai Kishore.
Catch!
Listen.
Oh, come on, man.
If anyone, I would have backed Faf.
Like these half percent.
It's tough, yeah.
No, I'm not saying
if
Faf,
anyone.
I'm saying this has like you would want like वही ना this is what I say कि it comes off for CSK like that's all
ऐसा
I'm
नहीं है
saying.
यार ये थोड़ा ज्यादा हो जाएगा
भाई
ये
मैं
tough था किसी के लिए भी टफ था it is
अरे मैं ये कैच मैं कह रहा हूँ कि वो थोड़ा और पास होता है is what I'm
In
saying.
terms of how he got away with it.
Yeah, I'm not
that's
saying कि
okay.
Faf ने miss किया. Of course not.
yeah it's okay
टॉस पे मैंने लिखा था 2 साल पहले आप एक बार पढ़िए how lucky CSK have been with tosses all IPL. So होता है मैं क्या बोलूँ मैं.
well I don't know who won the toss today let's see
और क्यों फेंक रहा है ओ भाई और ले
अरे
अच्छा चार फुक मार ले नहीं दो
Two extra runs.
2 extra runs. Man,
60 for 1 good call sir let's 50 बोला था 0
क्या हुआ लाइट अप किसने प्रेडिक्ट
कौन
किया
था
था
वो?
मैच शुरू करने से पहले कि सिराज क्या करेगा बताओ.
but सिराज अकेले ने नहीं किया I'll give some credit to Ravindra to be able to put those bad balls away and Rahane also for that shot I think that was very good
Rahane for sure man क्या but excellent power play and क्या the required run rate is now 1412
around 8.
Around
Or
less than 8.
Less than 8.
Stupid
I think they wanted to go harder and it was very evident के थोड़ा भी अगर तुम्हारे जोन में है तो just don't worry about it
मैच खत्म हो रहा है मैं बोला है
we had read that on the comment as well right
क्या
Virat getting to 50 of 35 and then CSK chasing in 17 overs
17 overs.
पहली बात तो
so we're all in the one same boat just
वही but Mayank Dagar or do you think they'll go back to Aljari Joseph now?
Will probably be Mayank Dagar. That's
yeah,
what
Dagar first and then if he's able to take a wicket then probably Joseph because then you'd want to attack Dubey also if he's the one who walks in and not Mitchell
भी हो तो भी आप Mitchell अगर हो
Daryl Mitchell भी है ना
हाँ मैं भूल गया
if Dubey walks in then I will give it to Joseph
Dubey रिजवी अगर होता है तो मैं भी जोसेफ को सीधा दे दो और देखो
एक ओवर of spin तो try करना चाहिए.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
they could go couple as well I feel
Current से भी
depending on how they want to
It
use
could be double
Maxwell
change.
Yeah.
Well, from the other end, it will be a change for sure. I don't
Yeah.
think Yash Dayal is finishing off.
it is
Karan Sharma.
Karan Sharma They're like, let's see.
यार इसने कहाँ से इंडिया का डेब्यू किया यार?
अभी टेस्ट में
I just don't understand.
कुछ बातें डिस्कस नहीं करनी चाहिए. विकेट ना लें, शॉर्ट बॉल डालें, चौका खाएं, आगे बढ़ते हैं.
यार अब तक खेल रहा है बता आईपीएल में, मतलब क्या बोलूं मैं, क्या ही बोलूं.
कुछ नहीं. वेल बोल्ड, वेल प्लेड. ठीक है, सिंगल. कोई बात नहीं.
ठीक है देख.
ओ दो. गुड.
अरे यू इडियट, दे एक्चुअली चांस सिराज आम. कितना गंदा फील्डर है भाई तू. ताली क्या मारा है बेशरम. 2 रन दिया. क्या आदमी है, ताली देता है. गाली दे उसको, गाली. 2 रन कैसे दिया रे, सीधा हाथ में मारा था ये. Oh, the stupidity just.
Let's see. I don't think Anand is going to try anything fancy, though. Not his matchup to take care of. But yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I think he's going to now play that anchor role.
I think
Take
anchor
those
more than I
ones,
think
take
he's
those
very.
goals.
He's been very sure. Oh, that's a good bounce on that one.
First ball का भी वैसा ही सीन था. That length,
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of that length because bounce तो मिल रहा है उसको.
Yeah.
पता नहीं क्या करूं.
Good start for Ravindra. 31 of 13.
Fantastic start.
Yeah. A 6 of that and a whip. And yeah. So.
That's how you maximize the bounce.
Ooh, we didn't expect
That's
that. Because there's a long one back here. There is a long
yeah.
one, right? Interesting.
Do you think Ravindra takes on Karan?
If it's wide, maybe yes. Straight.
Or maybe even like in the slot, coming back, a leg break, slog sweep. That's his
Huh,
favorite
if it's in
shot.
the arc, then he
favorite
will.
shot,
That's his
yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
shot. So
But
nothing to lose after this kind of a start. and
I don't
batting
want him
depth
to
they've
just
got.
give himself room and then trying to force it over covers. That's all that I don't want him to do.
Like कौन है 50%? I mean, yes, वाला.
कौन है 50
मैं
तक
कौन नहीं है भाई.
मैं तो
मैं
definitely नहीं.
मैं तो 6 पे रखा है. मैं तो बोल रहा ना, मैं
Six.
सीधा मेगा ऑक्शन पे. मैं अब मेरी आंखें भी मेगा ऑक्शन पे बस. ये क्या did he? अबे रन अप नहीं मिला उसको.
ओए,
अबे छक्का क्यों?
why was he in?
God knows
Swing.
that. Dude, he lost his run up. Why did he continue bowling? Why did he continue? I don't understand this. Like, why did he continue? He clearly lost his run up.
Yeah, let's see if it happens
I don't
again.
think he timed the bull, but ठीक है.
Yeah.
Slogs भी बोला
थोड़ा
उसके.
elevation उसको इतना नहीं
हाँ,
मिला.
वही.
Yeah.
Flat 6. Come on, another one.
Shot. But fielder है उधर है.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well bowled, well picked. And that's a soft dismissal.
करण का यही है भाई.
Soft dismissal for
करण का हमेशा यही है.
Rachin.
बट 9 रन भी कंसीडर. क्या 7 ओवर में भाई 71 क्या ही बोले, मतलब क्या ही बोले, मतलब it's
No, but you are getting wickets, right? That's also
getting
important.
wickets. ऐसा कंटे.
Look, the only way, of course, RCB is winning it
Is
is
taking
by
it.
taking wickets.
But they've got only 2 and 7. I wouldn't
That's
call
true.
that taking wickets. मतलब ठीक है.
Getting, of course, wickets gifted.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the right term. So does Shivam Dubey walk in at number 4?
If it's Shivam,
I'll go to Mitchell. Yeah, it is Mitchell.
Mitchell.
It should be Mayank Dagar from the other end now.
Yeah, should be.
Though righties
Straightforward.
bhi hai.
Very,
Yeah.
very straightforward. I just want
But
to
not
see.
a bad start, not a bad debut for Rachin Ravindra,
Yeah,
for
okay,
sure.
definitely
37
not.
of 15. What, that's close
He
to
played his
250.
role.
Yeah, exactly.
He played his
250
role.
ka strike rate.
Perfection.
More than his role. I don't think his role is to even score at 250 ka strike rate. So kudos to him on that. And
Yeah.
RCB have taken the strategic timeout. So 7 overs, 71 for 2, 103 required in 78 balls, which means that the required run rate is just a shade below 8 right now. Still continues to be the case. Let's have a few comments as well in the meantime. Let's see what people in the comments have to say.
क्या बात है.
Alright, there we go. Adhian Single meanwhile says, sometimes I just feel Siraj gets too predictable with his outswingers and those frustrated, ill-directed short deliveries. Very similar to what Renuka does with her in-swingers. Bhai, Renuka baat to abhi filhal nahi karte, but yeah, you agree with that?
I do agree. So this is Mohammad Siraj when he started. If you remember, he was quite similar. Mohammad Shami and Mohammad Siraj both had these issues when they started. Too predictable in terms of length and the movement in the air. But वो Siraj का इतना strength of angling the ball in, getting it to shape back in, यार एक भी नहीं देखने को मिला है. Short ball try कर रहा है. चलो ठीक है, you are going to use that as a surprise element. But those outswingers, I think he's overdone that, hasn't he?
Nikhil bhai, where do you stand on that?
I mean, we've discussed this so many times, right? It's also about control at times. कि what are you trying to do exactly in terms of you spoke about Yes Dal in that one ball where he was unable to control the swing. So the margin of error is so small that if you aren't able to control what you're see, sometimes you can bowl bad and still get away with it. If you're just getting the lines right. So I think with Siraj at times I also feel the line is a problem. कि अगर वो थोड़ा line भी ठीक कर दे, maybe in the power play he'll someday get away with it as well. But I think थोड़ा high variance तो है ही
But
वो
हाँ, वही वो classic issue है that he has had previously as well. After that, he had worked on it, but it's back to square one.
What is it about the yellow jersey that just brings out the best out of players? Tala Juju, bhai.
अरे जूजू नहीं यार सही usage. Let's put what let's put it
shot
for
अगर मारेगा उसमें usage. I agree. Most of it is
So,
usage with bowling.
Good example to take because I think this was with Fleming. He spoke about it in depth about how MS spent a lot of time with Rahane pre-season in terms of what have been the roles in the past that have been given to Rahane and why at times they've all felt that it stopped Rahane from playing the shots that he'd like to play. Now you remember.
But
hear me out
हाँ,
completely.
बताओ,
Hear me out.
बताओ.
Whichever great knocks you remember of Rahane, there has always been a counter attack in that, whether it is Australia, whether it is South Africa. So it's not that he's someone who you feel that he wants to get himself in bite time. He's someone who wants to be expressive, take on the pace bowling. What Chennai have done is they've completely taken the badge of him in terms of you're not an anchor. Don't think of yourself as an anchor. This is the ball. It's pace. Go after it. That's all, and that is just making it simple for a batter.
But just one thing, in the season before, KKR literally gave him that freedom. Open करवाया उससे कि भाई तू खेल power play में तो pace को मार.
But that's what they also did, right? They did not send him in the power play.
No, he was opening for them, na.
For a few matches, yeah.
He opened. He started as an opener for them. Then he was dropped because he failed.
There is a difference also that what helps with Chennai is they used to get consistent starts with Conway and Gaikwad. See, what that does is it allows the batter to not feel that pressure. When you're opening, you also have that pressure that I have to set the tone. So I think it just bites well in terms of the philosophy that Chennai have. कि एक stable अगर partnership मिलता है, and which is why they keep relying a lot on openers, right?
Yeah.
Because everything follows that. And whenever they've been in trouble, whichever season, the openers haven't fired.
And there's one more thing to add to it. It's not only about that message from the management.
Not bad.
It's that in-depth, proper stuff as well from someone like maybe MS or Stephen Fleming that goes on behind the scenes where they get very specific कि ये तेरे लिए चल रहा है, वो नहीं चल रहा है, ये shot, back your stance, XYZ, काफी कुछ चल रहा होता है behind the scenes.
The 3 balls he's bowled so far, not too bad at all. He's been accurate. But that is interesting. I mentioned, MS is probably... Sorry, Ian Bishop saying 50% fans thinking again that RCB can win the title with more focus on again. Funny, that is funny. I'd love to actually listen to that as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice bowling. Getting some perches as well off the surface. Not too bad.
Reverse sweep coming? I just felt it is coming with
Mitchell uses the reverse sweep.
Yeah, it does. Okay. It does. I don't know. It'll not be as regular, but I think he does use it as a release shot at times in terms of just to get it out. But it has to be wide for him to try that. Not just sometimes I've just seen him just use it.
अरे यार उस सेंड पे फेंकना
Maybe I was worried of the Mitchell end.
And उस सेंड पे लेकिन bowler stumps के पास शायद था भी नहीं.
Personally, I'm thinking they should have gone for Dubey at number 4.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. I think Mitchell at 5 is probably too low. And this is also a time where he can just get himself in without worrying about how Rahane would go at the other end.
But that's where even the required rate could go up if he struggles.
Yeah, potentially. I think the start helps maybe.
No, but so like when you already know someone like Mayank Dagar is going to come in and Karan Sharma is operating from the other end.
Ooh, it's a good over. Great start.
That's a good over.
That's a great start from
Mayank Dagar. Nicely done. Just 2 runs coming off of it. Nicely done. And sorry, what were we discussing? I actually had a question.
Rahane.
Oh yeah, Rahane and no, Mitchell. Probably I had something to ask about Mitchell. So they have Dubey left. They have Samir Rizvi left. Both of them are supposed to be their designated spin hitters, so to say. How do you then see this play out? Because at least Shivam Dubey maybe to some extent can handle pace. Samir Rizvi, we don't know. Matlab, Smart में
on this level, yeah.
Smart या UP T20 league में इस level पे इस level का pace तो नहीं खेला होगा, जाहिर सी बात है. So would you then probably give that bit of cushion to Samir Rizvi and send him ahead of Dubey, or do you think no, they'll just stick to their guns and boss Dubey, you go in next?
I think Samir Rizvi is still kind of better at probably 6, I would say. He's untested against pace, but I'm not saying he's very bad against pace either. It's just that people know him as a spin basher.
Okay,
But
fair enough.
pace के against इतना भी खराब नहीं है कि वो अपना wicket दे ही दे.
Got it. Not a sitting duck.
Not a sitting duck.
Okay.
Yes, he's going to have his strengths and weaknesses. That's a different thing altogether. But it's not that he's going to get out straight away either.
I don't want to call it, but looks like a wicket. Let's see. Hopefully not.
All right. ऐसा निखिल भाई बोलते हैं भाई ना. क्या
That's
shot,
Mitchell's
छक्का.
So
go-to shot.
chance तो आ रहा था. That's what I felt.
ये
क्योंकि-
यार पूरा रन रेट मतलब रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट एक झटके में 8.54 से 8 के नीचे नहीं
But you've
8.1.
got to give a lot of credit to someone like Mitchell.
Yeah,
His
100%.
strength of hitting it in the
In the
wheel
wheel,
against spinners and even the pacers.
Yeah.
He lofts it down the ground.
True,
So
true,
good.
true. He knows ki strength है. I'll just focus
Stick
on
to
that.
it, yeah.
Yeah. That's complete. And we saw that in that India New Zealand game as well. Connect to you, bhai.
नहीं यार 6 है.
Oh, wow.
6. That looked like a 2
I think for this
was
is
not
camera
good for
angle.
sure.
Camera angle ऐसा 2-3 बार लगा है.
For sure,
मेरे को भी
but
वही लगा.
he had enough power behind it.
यार करण शर्मा यार इतना अच्छी.
But then he had to bowl this one. So I
But
don't
this
think-
ball, no. This was too full.
हाँ, ball मतलब he only had to bowl. The over just had to be a bit back
No,
like he was.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the ball was
Yeah,
bad.
ball was bad.
1 over long on, 1 over long off.
खींचना था ना हल्का सा.
Yeah.
Clearly
अभी खींचेगा ना?
अभी लॉन्ग हॉप देगा शायद.
Oh, नहीं good ball. दो लेंगे क्या इधर
नहीं,
नहीं
नहीं.
हाथ में
क्या खत्म ना मतलब ओवर का पूरा खत्म कर दिया तो रिस्क तो बिल्कुल नहीं लेंगे
अभी नहीं चाहिए. I think that is the only time because it was starting to build up कि भाई
Exactly.
good tight from Mayank, then just 1 of 4 for Daryl. But it just feels good to see people like Daryl Mitchell do well. And I'm genuinely very happy for people like him, late bloomers, and late
True,
bloomers
true,
in Chennai. It's something
made
just
in heaven.
yeah, match made in heaven.
दो
This
भागेंगे
this
इसमें.
this could be
Simple
two.
play. This
This
is
could
good.
be two. Yeah, it should be easily two.
And क्या
नहीं, नहीं,
Just the one.
Oh.
Kohli?
but यार bowling
Bowling ये होने वाला था यार after the foul. This was kind of
No, I'm saying
expected.
अभी करण का खत्म मैक्सवेल को डालो चाहिए तो कुछ क्या ही करना है.
You mean season खत्म?
I hope so. I'd rather have वो हिमांशु शर्मा
हिमांशु,
को खिला के देखो यार. लास्ट सीजन उसको सीधा गुजरात टाइटंस के अगेंस्ट नॉकआउट मतलब मस्टन गेम में डाल दिया तो टू फुल
100 तक है 91. Okay.
15 रन ओवर से पहले ओवर में 9 रन इसमें 15. आई होप दैट्स द एंड ऑफ हिज गेम टुडे. चुपचाप मैक्सवेल डागर आई वुडंट बी
Joseph?
सरप्राइज्ड इफ डागर
Next will be Dagar.
Yeah, Dagger के बाद
Joseph
Joseph.
हाँ.
From Karan Sharma
Has to
and I
be
think
Joseph,
Joseph
yeah.
now.
Joseph. But I would want to hold on to Joseph. अच्छा ठीक है but कितने ओवर? 9.
No
That
over.
would be the 10th over then.
11th over that. 11th
Okay,
over for
अभी 9
Joseph.
ओवर हुए.
अभी
Okay,
9
that'll be the 11th over.
Yeah.
हाँ जोसेफ का फिर भी 3 बचा है ना तो I would still probably go to Maxwell and hold on to Joseph for Dube and this one.
Yeah, I think the risk with
Alright.
the risk with Maxwell is if Mitchell gets into him. So whether you want to buy that wicket with 16 runs on a wicket, so that is something to just maybe figure.
But don't you think I would back Maxwell because he has the smarts at least कि boss क्या डालना है if he knows. अबे यार dive तो मार
हमारी
लेता
सिंगल है
है.
ना फील सही सेट ए भाई वापस आ हाँ.
But dive तो काम छोड़ो कोई नहीं क्या 15 रन देने के बाद dive का क्या ही expect करो.
ठीक है चलो भाई एक्स्ट्रा कवर लॉफ्ट.
दुबे ने कुछ किया नहीं और पसीने छूट गए उसको.
It's the heat, it's the Chennai
That's
heat.
the Chennai heat.
That's
Humidity.
for sure. That's definitely the case.
But he looks like a very good like 90s actor.
Oh yeah, I was
that's
actually
what
in the head, especially.
एक्स्ट्रा कवर लॉफ्ट बोल रहा था मैं नीचे आके सीधा मारा ठीक है कोई वांदा नहीं.
But Dagar so far so good. Man.
Very good, yeah. I mean, very good.
Yeah.
So far the
Excellent
best
control.
bowler.
Yeah.
Yep. Dagar and Yashdal, both of them have been good for RCB that way, so not too bad. CSK. Oh, they've already announced. Okay, is that?
They
Oh no, they're
might
just
be
showing.
talking
This
about
is shocking, yeah.
Fair enough.
Or maybe they would have announced. Who knows?
Ooh,
Yeah,
good
मतलब
ball.
mute पे हम लोग देख रहे हैं. So
Yeah.
guys, we're not sure if that's happened. And of course, guys, we will announce the winner of the prediction contest at the end of the game. So don't
Yeah.
worry. We, of course, have got you covered. And in case you missed it, the winner of the prediction contest stands to win an exciting hamper from True Elements. So yeah, watch out for that.
Ooh.
Good bowling.
Ball,
Good
excellent
fielding.
spin. I don't want to be too harsh, but I think Mayank probably has been the bowler of the day.
Who?
Mayank Dagar
Oh.
so far,
Interesting.
in terms of expectations of him bowling against people that can hit him,
Fair enough.
excellent control. In terms of he's also missed his line. Yeah, maybe.
अभी दो
he'll
और
have
over
दो
हाँ.
और बाकी है. But so far so
So
good.
far, so good.
Can't complain of anything of him.
Yeah. And fielding, don't forget.
Exactly,
Yeah,
the
he's saved
stops
at
of
least,
Gaikwad
at
in
least
the-
6 to
yeah.
7 runs on the field as well. So yeah, I mean, like I'd mentioned earlier as well, the trade that happened, Dagar
Yeah.
and Shahbaz, RCB definitely probably would be the happier of the two sides in that trade. That's
Yeah.
that's what I felt. So
You probably also feel it's also because, say, Shahbaz is Mayank, you'd want to use more of the bowler than Shahbaz, because I don't think Shahbaz's bowling was used as much. There was time when Shahbaz picked wickets as well for them, but it was still very, very matchup and
yeah, and that was
that
3
based.
years ago. Yeah. Last
Yeah.
year too, he had a horrendous season with the bat and the ball.
Yeah.
Bat ke saath, I don't know. I mean, some might say he was sort of chopped and changed. I mean, his position was changed a lot. But यार उसको power play में भी भेजा था कि भाई तू खेल. वहाँ पे भी he actually is very competent against pace. उसका थोड़ा spin का ही थोड़ा डामाडोल था, and pace के against like there's this one shot that I remember 2021 IPL against Mohammad Shami, RCB versus Kings 11 in Sharjah. That's when I was like, okay, this guy can handle pace. भाई एक उसने deep mid wicket के ऊपर मारा था छक्का. First ball of his innings, सीधा आके छक्का मारा. Like, oh, what? This guy can handle pace for sure. He's not one of those Indian batters, but spin ke against, he's very, very, very. मतलब, especially in T20s, so very easily found out. यार, मतलब वो 22 season में when DK and Shahbaz actually came up with those partnerships, people took time and it's green. Okay, interesting. Joseph के बदले green. What do you make of this now? 20 run.
16 run या 1 wicket. Again, this is assuming Chennai go after him, because I think they should.
I would be very, very, very surprised if they don't.
16 रन या 1 विकेट बोला है. अब तक एक ही prediction किया है, वो सही गया है. Let's see what happens in this
So
one.
from what I recollect, 4 of these bowlers have had a very bad first ball, barring Mayank Dagar, hasn't it?
Yeah, even for Chennai, they had a couple of them having a bad first one.
Deepak
Yeah,
Chahar,
Deepak Chahar.
Jadeja shayad nahi, not Mustafizur. Oh, Mustafizur 4. Yeah.
Well,
4 नहीं था first ball.
Oh, dot and then
Dot.
4. Yeah. That's also there.
So Deshpande's first ball was. He's
Oh,
tried
yeah,
6.
yeah.
Should be 6. Should be 6.
यार connect नहीं किया यार भाई.
God.
7 of 1.
That's 3 sixes now यार. That hasn't been timed again. मतलब the reason being Kohli का क्या बोले? This is what I mean. This is what I
ये भी
mean.
अच्छा शॉट था भाई.
Connect.
But वो फील्ड उधर वो हाँ क्या देख रहे
that was
हैं?
a
यहाँ
top
से देख,
pitch.
यहाँ से देख.
No, that was a
But
top
it's also
pitch.
the part of the area,
Was.
part of the field where it is shorter that side. It's still going to be 69 meters 6. That's what I'm
But he
saying.
was aiming in that specific
Exactly
Maybe,
direction.
maybe, okay.
And-
finally was up.
And Kohli
Fair
went away and then tried to drag, which is why he got caught in that. Oh, that's in the hand.
भाई
That's in the
क्या
hand.
कर रहा है यार? येड़ा आगे
So-
क्यों आया? But good catch.
16 1 wicket आ गया. 16 रन या 1 wicket.
क्या बोले? Okay, that's Green's first wicket for RCB. Not sure, but again, क्या ही बोलूं? Required run rate 7.75. Then
I think Chennai will be happy with the intent of the batters.
Yeah,
के-
Rahane has done his job.
yeah, exactly.
You don't have
Everyone's
to
doing
ban
their
it.
job.
Of
So,
19.
yeah,
Not bad.
exactly. Oh, good catch.
Good catch भी भाई अंदर.
मतलब he sort of
Made
had
up
to
for
pick
it.
up. Yeah, exactly. That's
So I
right.
think they pushed him back for this delivery, didn't they?
I don't think.
Or-
that is on-
Or do you think he came forward or was he brought in forward? What do you think happened there? He misjudged it and then sort of recovered. That's what I thought might have happened.
But yeah, let's see. I think this is also good use not good, but usage of green is going to be very crucial on boundaries that are longer square ones, because
Hard
यार
lens.
नीचे मारने में तो I don't think दिक्कत होने वाली है. But अगर square मारने जा रहे हो तो hard lens, as he said, it could be a place where he can be handy. क्योंकि वानखेड़े पे I have zero hopes.
Kidding.
He didn't have a good run anyway with
Yeah.
the ball.
Yeah, and yeah.
See, Wankhede also, there are times when the ball sticks into the wicket and you can catch people on the pool at the end. But then the margin of error in Wankhede is very, very less.
And also, Green at Wankhede तो मतलब recipe for disaster है. मतलब of course, pace bounds जब ऐसा हो तो.
तो शिवम दुबे को भी short ball first up.
I hope so. ये वाला short ball था क्या?
I don't think it wasn't a shot as such.
No, it was not one for the over.
No, I don't think it was anyways close to being one from the over. He just wanted to pick it up, but could not hit it well.
Back of a length wala tha.
Yeah.
Thoda. Shorter than that.
Let's see if he goes short to Shivam first up.
What is Shivam Dubey? The impact player as well.
But then this guy worked upon that last year
Yeah.
with Shivam Dubey.
That's why I felt he Alzari Joseph को back of the length दो छक्के मारे थे.
इस साल कैसे जाता I don't know, but last year there was a definite change in how his stance was, where he was standing, that movement.
That's for sure.
Let's see light rain. Sorry, Right line, it is short and it is miscued.
Okay, and this reminds me of the older Shivam Dubey, not last season Shivam Dubey. No control and didn't even seem
पहला ball.
confident.
ठीक है.
अरे
Surface भी वैसा है कि not everybody's got in and got going. तो
CSK में तो ऐसा नहीं हुआ है भाई.
अरे ऐसा नहीं होता यार. This, I think this he actually hit this better.
Yeah, he timed it to
timed it.
perfection.
हाँ.
मतलब middle of the bat. भाई वो strength ही नहीं था. He just
Yeah.
timed it. He just chipped it. भाई.
I think elevation नहीं मिला जितना I think he wanted because it looks like a chip more than a proper full throttle pull.
Yeah. And thank God he made up for it. नहीं तो बहुत गाली खाता है मेरे से अभी. बहुत ज़्यादा ही गाली खाता. आई.
4 ball 9 run.
I thought they could have set Dubey up for a short ball. जैसे डेल्सी ने रायना को किया था and bowl slip in a Yorker or at least a fuller one. Yorker attempt करके stumps पे fuller one try करते.
That's a forgettable game, right? Not game, ball. It's a forgettable ball. You don't want to
Goes
see.
over middle उड़ गए. But
Hurt-
that was a
hurt.
setup and a half. मतलब क्या ही था वो setup.
I mean, it's like
yeah.
yeah. I think you felt bad for the batter, but then you know it is staying. So yeah, can't do much.
Oh, yeah.
अरे catch
नहीं
नहीं था
नहीं
ना.
नहीं. I don't think there was a hand. There was any bat on that.
Wide नहीं था ना. Good bouncer. Yeah, good bouncer. But again, they're just conceding way too many runs. Our last 3 overs में भी अभी 28 runs आ चुके हैं. तो फिर क्या ही करे? Wow, man. Faf
देखो.
played 22 balls and hit 8 boundaries. Wow. That's something. That's really something.
Yeah, Deepak acknowledges that. He helped.
Really. He helped a lot.
चलो यार, finish with a boundary if you can. Let's see.
Hardland top of off. कुछ ऐसा try करो भाई.
Outside off.
Oh.
I think it's single.
Good field placement.
Yeah,
that.
good field placement. Very fine.
Yeah.
And 10 runs is not a bad start for Green. मैं तो 16 और 1 बोला था तो 1 हो गया.
मैं 25. So yeah.
That's
Hayes,
with the team, so it's okay. We're used to it now.
Hayes goes on to
Mayank
this.
Thakur
He's
just
like
bowls
सबके
out now
सब
4
batting
overs.
कर रहे हैं,
मतलब
सब
2
कुछ
बचा. He's bowled good only so far.
But now there is
Dubey,
Shivam
that's
Dubey,
why.
so can Alzari come back? That's a big question.
Alzari or Yash?
I would say Alzari.
Just back of length.
Yeah.
Okay. Attempt.
Because you can
there's
also get
Shivam Dubey
Mitchell.
out again.
Yeah, you can also get Mitchell caught. To be
Oh
honest.
yeah, square में.
Square
Yeah.
में.
Because
So-
उस length पे straight मारना भी मुश्किल होगा.
Yeah.
That's a fair shout. Yeah. Let's see. Hayes meanwhile says CSK is like सबके सब बैटिंग कर लो, सब सिक्सेस मार लो, टूर्नामेंट हमारा है, पता चल जाएगा. बात तो सही है भाई. अभी और क्या ही बोले इस पे. बात तो एकदम सही है. And okay, Alzari has 3 left.
Yeah, exactly. So he has
So,
to
yeah,
bowl
might
on.
as well go with it.
King Man might be a risk too many.
And it is Alzari Joseph. Makes sense. Logical shout. Faf also, I would imagine, trusts him a fair bit. JSK maybe he done decently last season in the inaugural season.
चलो 2 sixes, hopefully no wicket. शाबाश.
क्या यार? क्या करने को तुम्हें बुलाया था और क्या कर रहा है तू?
They're all probably looking to get people out on the cross bat shots only because
Square.
because you see the line that's Joseph bowled to Ravindra early.
But do you think it's because he was erring? Do you think he intended to bowl that?
I think that more of the length than the line. Line, not sure of length. I think is something that they're thinking. कि भाई, let's try and get them to hit square and see if they.
Length has been the conscious thing. Line.
Yeah.
थोड़ा
Yeah.
has been
They've
favored. Yeah, for sure.
Oy,
Not
that
bad.
was
यही चाहिए.
Completely
Yeah.
mistimed that.
Hit the deck.
भाई
नहीं भाई इतना तो नहीं
दुबे
होना
है तो
चाहिए.
हाँ दुबे है ना भूल गया.
हाँ, ये होता तो नहीं तो ये तो YouTube के रील में चला जाता. Daryl Mitchell pinching nice too.
Wow. But 70 or 52, you would expect CSK to finish it off in another 7 overs. So I said 17th, 18th over तक and 19th over.
Probably 19th or 20th. I still believe.
Okay, interesting.
Let's see.
क्या
I think-
यही दोनों this you itself to sort of take it home for CSK?
No.
They'll
You will
probably lose
see-
a couple.
You'll get a glimpse of
Ooh,
this guy.
he's-
Oh man,
not hitting
wicket
it well
नहीं था
as of
but
now.
okay, दुबे short में अभी थोड़ा तो short ball में थोड़ा हुआ है.
It's also the pace, right? 142.9. It's decent pace to try and hit.
Do you think not a bad shot to have Siraj now from the other end and try and pepper some short stuff and back of length?
I think you can do it. I don't think you have any other option. What would you want to give Green another over? That would be pushing it a bit.
Exactly, that's what I feel. What do you think?
I'm still thinking let's finish off yes there. One more over to go.
But yes, थोड़ा full में डालता है ना, but that's
Well, could end up floating.
Catch.
Yeah, that's not a catch.
Oh,
Yeah,
यार, bad shot again. Mitchell भाई ये बॉल को भी V में खेलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं बताओ. But yeah, so Yash Dayal, do you think can he sort of hit those hard lengths consistently?
He can, and that's what I would want him to do ideally right now.
That angle might also help.
It might help. It might help probably against Dubey, but वापस वो short ball में he's not connecting so far. That's
But then
also
you
a
think
factor.
Yash ka pace might help Dubey line it up?
Also there, right?
कर
Mid
सकता है, but
140s.
I think eventually वो फिर how high is that bouncer is what it comes
Bowling
down to.
यार, एक
Hey!
मिड विकेट लगा लो यार.
Surprising. to
3
see
बॉल
now.
यार, एक मिड विकेट तो लगा लो. 3 बॉल मार चुका है, 6 में 3 बॉल वहां पे गया है.
The fun would be if they go to Mayank next over.
I personally think they're going to stick to Cam Green after
Yeah.
seeing
Yeah.
this over
Oh, Green.
from Joseph.
I would actually go to Siraj यार.
Let's
यार
see.
वापस वो 10-15 रन दे देगा यार. वापस गया
वो
होगा.
है वो रिस्क है, but if he gets it right, he can bowl 6 balls.
So
in the
why would you not take that risk with Mayank?
Not Mayank. Mayank तो नहीं दे रहा अभी. दुबे खा जाएगा भाई Mayank को. मतलब the thing with see Mayank might be very good. 2-3 बॉल अच्छा डाल देगा, but 1-2 बॉल भी खराब गया, 2 छक्के ही जा रहे हैं उसपे. चौके भी नहीं लग रहे. So and I don't think RCB have that much to play around with bowling at Chennai singles. Stuck to his strengths.
It's a very good over. from
भाई
Joseph.
फेंक जल्दी यार.
हाँ, फेंक रहा है भाई.
2 भागा.
Oh,
बहुत
wow.
बहुत घटिया फील्डिंग है ये.
Fair, yeah. Wide था काफी.
नहीं नहीं
यार,
बहुत घटिया फील्डिंग.
You'd have a long distance cover from long gone.
I think they ran one on the throw more than anything.
Yeah. The throw was very bad.
Throw was bad, definitely.
And but the reason I would go to Siraj 8 pace, and secondly, if he gets it right, he can be consistent. वो एक और तो डाल देगा मतलब.
So basically, you're looking for a tight over, even if it doesn't
No, and he
result
can
in
also
wicket.
take wickets in a heap, right? Like इसके बाद next is Samir Rizvi. He can stick to this. Again, I'm just speculating here and thinking out loud. I might be way off. Green के साथ वही है कि I don't know. Green, the bowler in this format, has never really inspired any confidence in me. So
That's true. But what I'm looking at is this particular over from Alzari Joseph and those hard lengths, shorter deliveries where Shivam Dubey is failing to connect. Even Mitchell didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. सब बीमे ही मारने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं ना.
So, with Cam Green, you're going to have lesser pace relatively, but you're going to get more bounce.
It is Green.
Ooh,
Yes!
out,
Yes!
out, out.
Yes! Yes! अपील करा. क्या हुआ?
नहीं है कुछ.
अबे
Okay, they feel it's out.
क्या यार मेरे को क्या सिराज आउट है तो नॉट आउट तो इतना तो कंफर्म हो गया. सिराज एक तो सिराज खड़ा कहाँ पे था?
सिराज बोल रहा है आवाज आ रही है इसको.
हाँ वही.
आ भी सकती है भाई क्या.
अबे हाँ. अबे इस अगेन प्लीज टेल
ये
मी
could
व्हाई फ्रंट ऑन. मतलब इससे क्या पता लगता है तुम लोगों को? That is close to the bat. Let's go to ultra edge. जब सीधा अल्ट्रा एज के पास ही जाना है तो जाओ ना अल्ट्रा एज के पास तुम लोग.
It just takes some bit थोड़ा टाइम लगता है ना अल्ट्रा के बाद.
तो सीधा बोलो वेटिंग फॉर अल्ट्रा एज. ये क्यों करते हो?
just to make you see कि भाई देखो तब तक हम अल्ट्रा
है अपने पास.
नहीं हम अल्ट्रा बिल्ड कर रहे हैं तब तक आप ये एंगल से अगर आप ये देखो माइंड बिकॉज़ इट डज
build करना
बिल्ड करना
एडिट करने में.
स्मार्ट रिव्यू लिया यार. तू क्या कर रहा है?
आपने वो
अब हो गया build.
फेंट है क्या?
क्या ही पता. कुछ नहीं है. छोड़ो. आगे बढ़ो. नहीं है कुछ आगे.
तो maybe Siraj, your eardrums are playing drums.
कुछ सब भाई सिराज आवाज आया. शर्म नहीं है.
But then I definitely think Shivam is either getting out this over or hitting a few out of the park.
But Shivam Green क्या mid 130s है ना. At his best मतलब एकदम rhythm है तो 140 टच कर लेगा भाई. उसपे.
But then it's also the deck ना. I think क्योंकि मिचेल भी struggle कर रहा है to hit Joseph.
But I feel Mitchell के साथ he's targeting the wrong areas. वो short back of length को भी weak के सामने.
But एक ball he went to still went wide long. The last one he actually went mid wicket.
पता नहीं देखते हैं.
Let's see.
Thankfully he knows how to. यार उसको तो 25 रन खाता है. क्या mid wicket नहीं है वहाँ पे.
अभी होगा ना. अभी भी नहीं है ओ भाई.
Idiots. एकदम square. अच्छा ठीक है स्क्वायर लेग के पास था तो मैं ज्यादा बोल भी नहीं सकता कि मतलब मिड विकेट स्क्वायर लेग तक भाग लेता है यहाँ पे.
नहीं इतना टाइम नहीं था यार.
No chance.
Yeah, would have taken a absolute specky
But
to take.
हाँ अरे नहीं बहुत.
And his rust also on this.
बहुत नहीं बॉल एकदम यहाँ पे था. चांस ही नहीं था. बिल्कुल चांस नहीं था.
This is also not even square like it is further
Now
behind.
this is the time when he should be slipping in a Yorker. Perfect
Exactly.
To
time.
Shivam. Yeah.
Not to Mitchell.
No, to Shivam of course.
Mitchell छक्का ही मारेगा because
Mitchell तो नहीं भाई.
this attempted Yorker will most likely be an overpitched ball, but Dubey will sort
Worth
of
a try.
exactly. Yeah.
Because
So-
that is what happens even with
Catch.
Hey, that's a wicket. Yeah,
Yes!
it's a wicket. It's a wicket.
Woo! क्यों आपको वी में मारना था भाई मिचेल भाई क्यों? थला आके finish कर रहा है. This is all shaping up with a perfect थला finish. इतना तो समझ आ गया मेरे को. थला आएगा. Even if it's 12 needed into 2 छक्के खत्म. Thala is great. Oh, it was a slower one as well, a cutter. Interesting.
I think that the pitch is definitely playing some tricks because this also bounced nicely
It's
higher.
kind of holding
Yeah.
is what I believe. That's why I was saying that previous over was a huge hint
Yeah.
in terms of where they are struggling right
Because you
now.
see the first ball that Siraj bowled and how Gaikwad pulled it. I don't see anybody else. Rahane pulled also one which was more of a top edge. So control to nahi hai kisi ko bhi short
But
ball
I
mein.
feel it's the odd ball. नहीं तो surface is still more or less good enough to play. It also doesn't help Mitchell and Dubey दोनों वो back of lane deliveries को ज़्यादा खेल नहीं पा रहे थे. So it allows it's given RCB a very clear plan कि boss बस यही length hit करना है.
Now they can keep doing this.
Yeah, Samir Rizvi भी आएगा तो they can keep doing it. Do you think Samir Rizvi is someone who can handle it with great aplomb?
No.
I think
Those
Jadeja will
short
work it.
balls, hard lengths, no.
Jadeja,
I think so. Let's
two
see.
lefties. मतलब
And that's okay because I don't think they'll bowl Maxwell. If they do, I don't think Shivam will mind it.
they're not bowling Maxwell. Come what?
So-
But it's again Jadeja the T20 batter. I know Avanish will argue कि clutch है भाई देखा 10 of 2 से trophy जिताया है but नहीं है Jadeja the T20. What do you think Jadeja here?
Not too sure about that. But I think they might take a punt on Maxwell if that happens.
No, I hope not man.
I know Dubey, but
भाई no.
Next-
दो छक्के खाएगा शायद विकेट ले ले वैसा.
नहीं भाई दिमाग लगाओ नहीं प्लीज नहीं 2 छक्के खाएगा नहीं 6 छक्के नहीं 6 नहीं शायद पहला बॉल जडेजा सिंगल लेके स्ट्राइक रोटेट करेगा फिर 5 छक्के खाएगा.
That's because my point is Samir. See, he's also new. But debut कर रहा है भाई. You do not want to get, and that can happen with Jadeja as well, that they can get stuck. But
But
let's
this is
see.
where you would want them to send Samir Rizvi when he has the cushion of Jadeja, Dhoni to come after him, right? Like end में भेजोगे Dhoni out, like whatever, Jadeja out, Mitchell out, so they'll have to look
It
at
is
it that
Jadeja.
way, and it's Jadeja.
Jaddu.
Wow.
Let's see.
Now the interesting question: do they bring in Maxwell?
No, please, no, you idiots, you bloody idiots! Don't.
Bye Jadeja.
हाँ,
मेरे को
तो
और
running-
कुछ नहीं
हाँ,
चाहिए.
वो- The running will be very interesting to see now. जड्डो एक करते भाग 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 भाग.
शिवम उधर ही खड़ा. मैं हिल ही नहीं रहा है भाई.
Now,
Where's
this is why I felt Dubey should have walked in at number 4. You know the spinners are going to come on, and even if they bring in pacers, good. Back end में spinners आएंगे भाई. Rizvi है लेने के लिए.
Yeah. Completely agree. This is something we'd also discussed earlier, right? कि वही मतलब दुबे थोड़ा सा and same with Samir Rizvi अगर थोड़ा सा और नीचे आता है तो चलेगा because spin अगर खेल I mean मिलेगा तो खेल लेगा.
Oi, that's a good. It's definitely
Wide?
wide.
Should be a wide, right?
भाई
Yeah,
jump
it
मारा
is.
है.
It's a
हाँ.
wide.
Wide. कुछ ज्यादा
But
ही
he is
short.
using the ball well, short ball well.
Yeah.
So pace, I don't think the pace is a problem now.
Yeah. बस वो length hit करना है.
हाँ.
भाई just close the over out properly and please stick to Joseph यार. Fafda. Please.
So basically, Chennai are now looking for that 120 or 16 run over, which just closes the gap. Because that's the difference is
and that'll come if a spinner comes in for
19,
sure.
yeah.
For sure. कोई नहीं सिंगल लिया
That's
सिंगल लिया क्या ये क्यों भागा
If-
ओबे गैप है
That's
दो
two.
ठीक है.
अरे किधर 3 भगा रहा है भाई दुबई से तू
और क्यों?
साइड से इंजरी से तो एक तो वापस आ रहा है ऊपर से दुबई है वो यार इंजरी नो इंजरी वो नहीं भागेगा उतना क्यों
Oh my God, what is this question here?
Please answer.
नहीं
We are not getting into
Be
it.
true your true element and answer this question, Akshay.
Speaking of true elements, of course, guys, please make sure you click the link in the description. Check the True Elements website out. They've got some fantastic products lined up for you. And also, they are available on Instamart, on Blinkit, and Zepto. So you will get your True Elements goodies in less than 15 minutes. So do check that out. In the meantime, we'll of course have a couple of bites of what is this?
मैं ये
This
लेता
is spicy
That's a
masala
spicy one.
cashews.
That's for you.
All right, that's for me, I guess. Clearly, all these heartbreaks have gotten me used to,
All the spices in
something
life.
spicy. Yeah. Clearly, there's also
Okay.
this for you. The True Element Sattva Ratna Trail Mix. I guess this is something
Wow.
you might like. So you guys can try. And again, in case you forgot, you've got some very, very, very interesting products. There's also the spiced cranberry that I want to try, but Nikhil bhai and Jeet bhai aren't interested. This is the dried cranberries.
Kal.
Yeah, this we can try for sure sometime. Of course, not everything in a go.
I think Harsh had an interesting start to say, to share in terms of teams winning the most sixes have gone on to hit the tournament. Have gone on to win the tournament.
Every time.
I want this to be confirmed.
But this
if
is,
you can.
of course, not only till the league stage, right?
हाँ वो of course वो भी तो बात है ना भाई अगर तीर no मारो मुझे मारो
Dude,
गधे
that's how people think.
no but that's wrong
That's a different thing.
यार या तो ये रील अच्छा ऐसा बनेगा कि मैं बोला few moments later.
येड़े वो अभी रोटेट करेगा स्ट्राइक मैक्सवेल It's okay. He can play some anyway. He's anyway going to hit it out of the park, so it's all right.
But he could take 2 in an over.
That's the punt, right? That's the punt.
भाई
भाई
अगर-
इसके बाद वैसे भी समीर रिजवी आएगा
क्यों
क्या
हुआ?
हो गया भाई
The idea is simple. 2 छक्के खा रहा है, खाने दो.
एक विकेट
Let's
भी
get
लिया.
one more wicket.
नहीं
ए भाई
चलो
नहीं खा
इसी से
रहे
खिलाओ,
दो
इसी
दो
से
छक्के
खिलाओ।
नहीं खा रहे.
नहीं इसी से खिलाओ तब नहीं खाएगा दुबे आ गया तो भाई दुबे अटक रहा
नहीं,
है
I mean
मतलब
Jadeja has to walk down to hit a 6. I don't think he can hit.
Dubé is not hit I mean Jadeja is not hitting I'm saying play make Jadeja play
I told Jadeja has to come down.
1-6.
idiot you idiot man इसीलिए like what on earth were you thinking you oh man
Can't even say मैंने तो पहले भी बोला था.
क्या है क्यों why would you go to Maxwell यार you shouldn't have wicket मिलता भी you can't give 2 sixes we don't have that many runs to defend सोचो यार मतलब माना हारने वाले हो थोड़ा नेट रन रेट का तो सोच लो
अब तक हारे नहीं है भाई रुक जा.
बस अभी आ रहा है 2 और छक्का 20 रन
अब मजा
ओवर
आएगा.
आ गया 20 रन का ओवर अभी stupid thinking this is these are elementary errors I actually think of this as an error you shouldn't have brought in an off spinner just because you saw 2 left-handers I'm sorry matchup के नाम पे कुछ भी तुम झंडा गाड़ दो नहीं चलता again I'll still sort of stand by my statement if he gets out I'm not even kidding it's all about where you have to see what works what doesn't work
Well bowled. See if he
and
doesn't
Dubé
get hit for
surprisingly
another
going on the back foot मतलब
because he wants to wait and get under it क्योंकि वो आगे नहीं आ पा रहा है.
आगे मतलब at least you would expect him to sort of take a stride
Those short balls have pushed him back
यार
against
वो
the
हिल
spinner as
नहीं
well.
रहा है भाई वो हिल
Fielding.
नहीं रहा है जगह से. And see if he closes this out without getting hit for another boundary it's a decent over. Despite that,
but this has more to do with Dubé not struggling man not with the tactic I
yeah, but
again,
that's the punt that they were happy to take, right?
Look, that's how people think though.
Yeah, I mean,
2 left-handers, let's get an off here.
yeah.
That's
but नहीं एक बात बताओ अल्जारी जोसेफ actually bowled well it's not like जडेजा short length को मार देगा
Is it a wide?
क्या हुआ
pad.
पैड तो लग गया ना
Maybe.
अच्छा ये दुबई only said कि भाई पैड को लगाए.
हाँ चलो ओके क्लोजेस
It's a
ऑन
good
द ओवर
over.
वेल come on बला टेली भाई अभी I hope this doesn't give Faf the confidence कि भाई तो एक और ओवर डाल
Now it's
नहीं, एक नहीं
unlikely.
डालेगा.
How unlikely है.
अभी नहीं डालेगा. I think that's the
so
job.
सिराज के 2 में से एक गया या मयांक के 2 में से एक गया
I think मयंक के 2 में से एक गया.
Till the time these 2 left-handers are there, Mayank में से गया.
वैसे भी अभी कितना 6 ओवर बचा है यश
Yeah.
has 1 Alzari has 2
2.
Siraj has
2.
2 so that's 5
5.
Green has 1 Maxi
I
Mayank
think
they
Green will
have
continue to bowl.
oh Green only from this end
I would say Alzari.
oh you want
Ooh.
a change of ends for Alzari interesting why do you say that
I want that bit more pace against Jadeja and especially Dubé. Look, this is the best time to get Dubé.
Yeah.
Extra pace of Alzari Joseph, those same lengths. This guy is not moving forward. He's been pushed far
Exactly,
too back.
yeah.
Yeah.
but which is why begs the question why not even have Alzari in this over itself like just oh पैर में 1 सेकंड के लिए डर गया अरे
चलो this is the over then that Dubé has to either make up or get out.
तो क्या 4 छक्के I would
4
imagine.
छक्के नहीं चाहिए भाई 2
बस
बस.
ओ
सिराज आ
सिराज मैक्सी के ओवर में आना चाहिए था मेरे हिसाब से बट ठीक है
और दुबे को यॉर्कर डालना चाहिए अभी वो एक.
not
Slip in a
straight up
Yorker.
not straight up
No, not straight
हाँ
up.
वही छी यार
4.
Two.
हाँ 2 ठीक है.
सिराज गधे यार मतलब थोड़ा तो यार थोड़ा इतना अगर तेरा लाइन खराब है तो अराउंड द विकेट आके ही देख लो ना फिर यार कितना पैर पे डाल रहा है आई रियली वांट टू गेट द पिच मैप ऑफ सिराज टुडे यार बहुत ही इज बीन वे टू स्ट्रेट टुडे
Let's see.
गायकवाड़ भी लेग पे मार रहा है रविंद्रा भी लेग पे मार रहा है यहाँ पे जडेजा भी लेग पे फ्लिक कर क्या यार हर किसी को पैर पे डाल रहा है
So to righties, he's been quite wide, and to lefties,
So
he's been
basically
straight down
same
the leg
line.
side.
to righties he's been even more wide to
So
be
he's
honest.
basically bowling the same line.
Same line,
Same
yeah.
line.
if you ignore what type of batter.
Batter,
it is.
yeah, exactly.
But ये line, okay, again,
Oi!
you idiot!
बाउंड्री नहीं, ठीक है, गुड है, ठीक है, मतलब भाई 2 नहीं लिया ना अभी.
यार
Oh,
दुबे
good
से
है.
भी 2 भगा रहे हो. शर्म नाम की चीज है क्या यार तेरे पास? छी यार, गंदा
I think
बोरिंग.
he's got his line
Siraj
wrong.
is done for the day,
Line
that's for
wrong.
sure. Siraj is done for the day. क्या लाइन ही नहीं मिल रहा है उसको, बिल्कुल नहीं मिल रहा है. विकेट चाहिए और लूजनर्स पे लूजनर्स फेंके जा रहा है. वहां पे रविंद्र जडेजा नाउ व्हाट 14 of 8 or 16 of 9?
14 of
14
8,
of
I
9.
believe. Was it 16 of 9? Yeah, 16 of 9 तो नहीं है.
मतलब ये डबल के पहले था कि बाद में था?
I remember him on 10 of
14
6.
of 8,
14
yeah.
of 8, right? हाँ,
14
मतलब
of 8.
वही नहीं पता था मुझे. Better, I
That's a
guess.
single.
Yeah, this is better.
ठीक है, now Shivam is getting out और run है.
But ये क्या
पैर
कर रहा
पे
है उसके ऊपर?
फुल डालेगा.
No,
Shivam
but don't
picking it
forget,
up.
Shivam has been pushed back. He's going back to deliveries that are not
मुझे
so
लगता है वो
short either.
जगह से मारेगा.
But Siraj तो short, मतलब he's not. अब ये ball ठीक है. I hope he hits the same length to Dubey as well. Then good. Full आया. Shivam's trying to.
But
flick
वो
it.
अगर I don't know if Dubey is going to time it well. So I think there
He's
could be
actually looked a bit out of stance,
He is
right?
very scratchy right
yeah,
now.
Yeah.
he could miss it directly to long on or long off. Just
पेवटिया माफिक innings आ रहा है भाई से. वो timed it now.
This
4.
is the best one. No,
yeah.
there's
But the
Maxi
best shot that
everywhere.
he's played so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, timed it. भाई
हाँ,
से
single ही
जडेजा
ठीक
को
है.
क्या दो भागना है?
क्या खुज लिया भाई. वहां से कौन ही 2 भागेगा. दुबे छोड़ो, कौन 2 भाग रहा है.
But I think they still need 1 boundary of the 2 balls if they can.
They do.
Yeah.
Just
6 to
to-
4. They would ideally want to make it a 12-run over to sort of stay, ahead
Yeah.
of the 8 ball. But I hope this is the last of Siraj. इसके बाद तो Siraj का
एक और डालेगा भाई क्या.
क्यों?
You
अच्छा,
won't bowl
are
green
you
for-
talking about this as a CSK fan or?
But I'm not talking at any point
No,
of time like a
genuinely,
CSK fan.
I would.
See, he's
better.
used decent enough. थोड़ा line off रहा है,
पहले
but he
3
will
ball तो
bowl.
line off था. अभी he's done well. मेरे हिसाब से भाई ओवर थ्रोज मत दो फिर से. ऑलरेडी 2 रन दे चुके हो. देखो दयाल का 1 बचा है, अलजारी का 2 बचा है, 3 वहीं पे हो गए. अच्छा 5 ओवर है.
Exactly.
तो 4 लगा था.
So I wouldn't risk that on green. I would rather
Green
trust
तो
Siraj.
बोल करेगा है फिर भी. सिराज का 1 ही बचा ना इसके बाद.
हाँ तो एक डालेगा ना, ठीक है. I
तो
wouldn't
green
want.
only next. खत्म कर दो कि save green for last and just front load now and.
So I'm still going Alzari.
हाँ, okay.
Alzari.
Yeah, after this you can. They'll anyways.
Bowling, shabash, shabash.
Shivam.
Chalo comes back 4 runs in the first 2 balls, 4 in the next, so 8 runs of the over. Not too bad. Just about sort of.
Time out.
Yeah.
Good time to get that.
Still not a bad over CSK. Again, CSK are still well and truly at 46 of 30 is again. It's just that Dubey has struggled, but this time out abhi Tala for a reason आ रहा है. Tala बोलेगा कि भाई ये कर वो कर.
ताला आ ही नहीं रहा है. Fleming आएगा भाई.
थला ने फ्लेमिंग को बोला होगा ना कि उसको ये बता, उसको ये सुना, उसको ये समझा. But Fleming, the coach, to be honest, I want to use a word. I don't want to use that word, but office में आप वो word बहुत सुनोगे तो it's the name of a very popular. It's also the name of a very popular Indian web series. There's this word, 4-letter word. I feel Fleming is that. Indian web series very popular. बस इससे ज़्यादा नहीं बोल सकता. अक्षय bro, calm down, says Manan. क्या ही काम भाई, मैच हार रहे, खत्म बात. तो there's nothing to not be calm about. सिराज डिंडा अकेडमी वाला, अरे चुचांद भाई, डिंडा को तो बदनाम करना बंद करो. बोल दिया ना कि मत करो. मतलब 400 से ज़्यादा फर्स्ट क्लास विकेट्स, बहुत बहुत अच्छा प्लेयर है. When he thinks सिराज अकेडमी का है तो खत्म, आगे बढ़ते हैं. But how do you rate Fleming the coach? Let's start with Jeet because 100 में देखा है. उसके अलावा JSK, BBL में TSK.
The faces that he makes. मेरा confidence उधर ही चले जाता है. It's as if he's not happy at all.
He reminds me of Toto Wolff. I don't know if you guys follow F1.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
So, but yeah. No,
I get the reference. So.
Yeah.
Context दे दो बाकियों को.
अरे नहीं, वैसे reminds me वो भी थोड़ा वैसा ही है. But but again the coach tactically whatever.
Tactically, look, I'm not a huge fan. Even with, say, for example, JSK, जो मैंने देखा है, and still kind of continues. The kind of top order they come up with, that defensive Yarnaman Malan,
Riza
Hendricks.
I mean, Multan.
I think could it just to put it out there? Could it be a case of a coach trying to emulate what's worked at one place everywhere?
The way I look at it is, Fleming has had little to no role in CSK's success. It's Dhoni. it is, and I say this with the utmost respect to both of them, and I've also always maintained that Dhoni hands down is the most tactically evolved captain I've ever seen. It isn't saying much of him because he gets the basics right. It's not like he's very funky. He gets the basics right. And you've seen Fleming, CSK, Jadeja, कोई देख लो. मतलब देखा है ना. It's not like Fleming has anything to do. It's not like he comes up with the plays. I feel it has a lot more to do with Dhoni, and ये JSK, TSK ने भी देखा है हमने. So that's what I feel.
To back Fleming up a bit here, काफी good चीज है ना with many coaches.
And Melbourne Stars. Sorry.
Yeah, मैं BBL बोला.
Yeah, how did we forget Stars? Yeah.
काफी coaches में they don't like that media facing thing. काफी कुछ चल रहा होता है behind the scenes, and they have a very active role behind the scenes, which doesn't necessarily come out with many coaches.
Yeah.
So Fleming may have had a lot of part to play with CSK. It's just that we don't know for sure.
Yeah, I think man management is somewhere. I don't think MS does as much as Fleming would do.
Is it Yash Dayal because it's someone round the wicket? I feel again बहुत ही वो drone shot बहुत ही ऊपर था. हाँ, round the wicket लग रहा है मेरे को. It should be Yash Dayal over the wicket से करता हुआ. Yeah, is it green? It's green round the wicket. Okay. शाबाश यही लेन. भाई दुबे से 2 मत भगाओ. Thank.
नहीं लिया.
It's okay if RCB loses. We have lots of positives here in this match. विशाल, ये सीजन में आपको बस यही गिनते रहना पड़ेगा. Wins और points तो नहीं गिन रहे हम लोग इस बार. Points मतलब positives गिनते रहेंगे हर मैच में progressively कि ये positive, next में वो positive. तो बस fair enough. MS's biggest strength has been to keep things simple even on the biggest of days and biggest of occasions. Says Piancho, of course, 100% agree with you there. मेरे को तो यार last season में I don't know who it was against. Was it Punjab maybe? Patirana was injured and he had to wait.
Yeah.
And he was like, boss,
Catch it.
Gap.
Shabash.
Again, that line.
Yeah, it's the line.
Line, yeah.
I think entire day the problem for most of the bowlers has been.
To Jadeja, he started from around the wicket. To Dubey, he shifted to.
Why? जब round the wicket अच्छा जा रहा था पिछले ओवर में भी वही क्या था. Why switch to over the wicket यार?
but ठीक है, एक नहीं और 2-3 चेज दुबे. Let's keep going.
अरे 17 ओवर के बदले 18 ओवर में इतना. Are these the two teams of the tournament?
Polar opposites is what I would say.
Yeah, I completely am with you on that. अबे यार wide दे दो और
इसको 2 वाइड देना चाहिए. ठीक है.
इतना बड़ा वाइड 2 बार ये कर चुका है. I feel they shouldn't have bowled green now. They should have held on to green till the end. See that. I get where they're coming from. They want to finish green. जब दुबे है सामने तो it's easier to get away. But
look, there is still an attacking and a defensive option.
Yeah.
Alzari is an attacking option right now. This guy isn't. Cam Green. That's a difference.
Completely agree with you there.
So,
क्या था
He
यार?
changed the shot, wanted to pull and then just felt over.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, that's a good
4.
stop.
That's a 4. Okay, that's a 4. I feel that's a 4. यार ये देखो यार, मतलब ये भी गैप में जाता है यार. इसमें भी 3
no, so the plan is to Dubey. It's about that line of the short ball.
Yeah. Correct.
It's getting it over his left shoulder.
Yeah.
ये exactly वहाँ था. It was a good ball.
But वही ना 3 रन इसमें मिल गया.
अभी वो उसके लिए field.
Because I think he also adapted
But
well
यार
to that shot.
मतलब ये shot के लिए field भी नहीं.
He adapted well to that shot. He wanted to
You can't
pull
set a
only.
field for that.
I don't think he played it. He was caught.
He just
in
changed.
between,
बस के I'm not going for the pull.
हाँ, but he got caught in between.
Again, short balls. He's not like कौन था जिसने रन किया था. Anuj.
ये 4 लगा मेरे को.
मेरे को नहीं लगा.
Oh नहीं.
Didn't touch. A great stop at the field.
ये क्या हो गया?
नहीं.
Smart replay.
Yeah.
नहीं check नहीं करे थे. It was Mayank Dagar once again. By the way.
Well done.
By the way, I don't know if you guys caught that. Shivam Dubey told Jadeja 2 हो गया.
2 हो गया over का. Yes,
So
yes, got that.
So Dubey is now definitely ready. Now it'll be interesting. Do you think he should just bowl wide? जो भी हो line wide होना चाहिए. Wide outside off stump. Don't bowl in his arc.
I think even if it's wide, दुबे का wingspan बड़ा है. तो time करेगा तो चक्का फिर भी जाएगा. But again, if it's going at an angle, then maybe, which is I feel like if he goes over the wicket and then looks to hit it wide.
Sorry, I was just looking at that. भाई एक बॉल के बाद डुप्लेसी आके बोल रहा है वो कैसे दिया. अबे जब बॉल हुआ था तब बोलना था. अब क्या बोल रहा है? Yeah, sorry.
I was thinking if he can, I think he is going over the wicket. So if he's slanting across, then I think it's harder. But around the wicket, so I think he'll still manage to catch it.
Fair enough.
But that's a good ball.
Falling. Just hold on to it. Bus.
He's trying to nail that line.
Yeah,
those short deliveries.
I think that's what we discussed, right? थोड़े time पहले. Everybody has been in that stumps का line के finish stump पे करो.
Leg stump, middle stump हो गया उसमें. It is kind of.
Yeah.
But again, very comfortable CSK here because wickets haven't gone. Could potentially be this duo taking them home right now. 4 overs to go. Would it be Alzari, Siraj, Alzari,
Yeah.
Dayal, or do you
I
switch?
think next is Alzari no matter what happens.
And
I think
Dayal or Siraj, who do you go to?
I'll probably go to Siraj and then go to Dayal. It is this kid leaving Dayal to the end, but then I don't think there's much option.
वहां तक पहुंचना भी तो चाहिए.
So which is why you go to Alzari next.
So how about finishing off Siraj then?
Next
and
over.
then
Siraj,
Alzari for
Alzari?
18th and 20. But don't you think that's leaving a bit like
It is. I'm just thinking that they might do that.
that's
They
too
might look to
defensive? I
continue.
feel
Well, they have a defensive already.
this
Some of
this was
the
a defensive
utilizations.
choice. I hope इसके बाद तो कम से कम they are aggressive. मतलब why would you sort of why on earth Mayank Dagar is in the team if you don't plan to use says Navodit?
No, they wanted to use Navodit, but the problem happened that they sent Jadeja over Samir Rizvi, which is why they could not bowl.
Exactly.
Mayank Dagar again.
That's a huge.
And which is why they bowled Maxwell in the first place. So
छक्का भी खा लिया Maxwell ने. Guys, I'm not getting live streaming in Jio says Greenwich. Oh, that's unfortunate. Jio पे ही है ना लेकिन ये. From what we understand, yeah, live streaming is happening on Jio. नहीं तो आप TV पे Star पे देख सकते हो. That's how this IPL is going to be broadcasted. And I know it's hindsight, but Dayal का 4th over straight करवा देना चाहिए था क्या Nix भाई से asks Manan.
I mean that's what I said then also. कि अगर movement मिल रही है तो करा दो. But see, it's a call that you take, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. You can't do much about it.
But I think it's that third over of Dayal that
थोड़ा runs.
he was quite expensive. So I think वो एक factor था.
Shot, it's a good shot, single.
One.
Good.
But it's Alzari, which is the right choice.
Yeah, the
thankfully.
right choice.
Yeah. अरे यार
अरे ठीक, वो क्या करेगा?
नहीं मतलब
अरे क्या?
तब भी 2 रन दिया था, अब भी एक और रन शायद गया नहीं गया लगता.
नहीं गया, भागे नहीं भाई.
Oh, they have.
भागे यार.
So why
That's
is it?
another misfield, isn't it? क्योंकि वो वहाँ पर हुआ था direct hit. It was at the keeper's end. Now the ball is towards long on.
I know.
So there is another
कितना
misfield.
I don't know कितने रन भागे यार.
Or the ball hit the batter, maybe. By the
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I think they ran and he's like, no, I thought something else happened. Now they're going back to change strike. Something like that.
The ball might
See,
have hit
Dubey has to be on strike. Dubey isn't, तो 2 रन तो भागे भाई.
अच्छा, see what happened here. Direct hit and they ran.
अब
No.
कुछ होगा.
अच्छा, तो ठीक है, fair है ना यार. He threw and
You
they,
fucking dolt.
how is that a problem for Chennai?
No, मैं
मतलब वही
रावत को
बोल रहा
गाली
था.
दे रहा है.
Boss, that's a run.
He was.
That's sheer stupidity. किसको फेंक रहा था तू?
कौन है ही नहीं उधर. Who's watching?
Oh man.
ठीक होता है.
Oh,
Oh,
they
good
did
ball.
run, right? They
Yeah,
did.
yeah. अभी इसमें भी दो. You man, oh, this is just bad. This is bad cricket from RCB. This is
I don't think he
bad
had to
cricket from
throw.
RCB.
I don't think he had to throw. Any मतलब वो threaten करने का भी जरूरत नहीं था उधर. जडेजा देख ही नहीं रहा था.
Pollard thing. Pollard at MST.
Dhoni,
वो
yeah.
डेढ़ शाना बनने गया.
कि मतलब फेंक like he was in the crease. ऐसा भी नहीं कि crease के बाहर था यार. किसको फेंक रहा था? Oh man.
Happens. कोई बात नहीं.
2 unnecessary runs given. That's stupid cricket.
Yeah, one
Again, this-
uncontrollable not done well. ठीक.
Plenty. When Akshay says, "Arey yaar, something magical might happen." Remember during WPL, he said, "Arey yaar," and the wow.
Oh.
Sameer,
एक रन.
नहीं हो रहा है भाई. Sameer, I don't know what WPL were you watching, but
What WPL you watching मतलब?
he कि
For
मैं
this
हर बार
instance.
अरे यार हाँ वैसे बोल रहा था, but yeah, that's 3 balls that he's able to do Jadeja that he should have focused on Dubey. But thankfully अब तक 1 for the over
Hasn't
नहीं हुआ
cost,
है.
yeah.
Yeah, तो उस हिसाब से तो यार.
चलो big shot और wicket coming. चलो यही ball.
But अगर अभी wicket जाते धोनी और
No, why not? I wouldn't mind Dhoni coming in.
Yeah, I would go Dhoni.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Just to close the game out. Hey, wide है ये.
man.
Should be
That's a
wide.
wide. That's a wide. No?
They were every
wide.
like 4 wide दे चुके यार bouncers पे.
This is the other end of
But
the
इतना भी नहीं
दो
हो सकता
bouncer
ना.
वाला बात के. I mean, it'll happen. Teams will get better at it, and they'll see. It's not a bad option to use, but the execution is something that will always have get better with time.
Rawat trying to pull off what Sri Lanka did in World Cup, running out Stokes. Was there. I don't think so, yaar. Matlab, no, I get where you're coming from, but no, he was in the crease. Much better. Oh, in the
Good
gap.
shot. भाई कैमरा एंगल क्या है भाई, क्यों नहीं बता सकते कि प्रॉपर क्लियर चौका है?
Production like, but very well played
Well
in
played.
the gap. In the gap.
तो बड़ा शॉट आ गया, 4 चीयर्स, शाबाश दुबे.
4 2 extra run फिर एक extra 3
That's a
7
great
run.
adjustment.
Yeah.
Very well played in the gap.
The only good thing that I feel so far about Shivam is he hasn't quite looked to hit a shot in anger in terms of look to throw it away कि भाई hack move away करके, I mean I don't know, move away करके hack करना भी अलग ये है, but
Basically वो बंदा जब से आया ना तब से वो लोग चढ़ पड़े. In a
हाँ,
sense, short ball, short ball, short ball, short ball.
and now he's expecting it, so he's
This is not a wide, right?
Could be a wide
should
on
now
line.
leg stump and also
Leg
height.
stump का तो नहीं था यार. Man.
But it still went.
Getting
यहाँ से
back
नहीं, he
towards-
had
हाँ,
enough
हाँ.
space.
But he square leg वालन दिया, so
Yeah.
probably
Height.
second run.
Bad. क्या यार जोसेफ एक तो विकेट ले ले.
But ठीक है, I think still a good game for Bangalore from the start.
Very poor bowling performance. Very
हाँ,
poor.
वो तो है.
But
Very
that was
poor.
expected.
मतलब-
In fact,
but-
this game has, been on the expected lines right from the beginning.
Fair
Barring a
enough,
few
I
things
guess,
here and
yeah.
there,
Fair enough.
Oh,
and that's going to go for
Four.
a
for
4.
4.
Wide 4 की bat और
No, I think
injured.
it should be buys, right?
पता नहीं. Wide दे दो. Wide
4
दे दो.
गया ना? Buys.
4 हाँ 22
हाँ, 4 है 22.
यार ये क्या प्रोडक्शन है यार. अंपायर का नहीं दिखा रहे. बाउंड्री ठीक से नहीं दिखा रहे. रावत भी इंजर्ड. बस adding
Oh,
salt.
that's a good ball though.
Unlucky.
Perfect
This is unlucky.
That
नहीं,
line.
यहाँ पे I agree कि it is genuinely unlucky. Can't do much.
But Rawat deserved this for that throw. है कि नहीं? Unnecessary.
Same over.
Oh, is it bleeding? No,
He
that's
no.
banned. Swollen, I guess.
नहीं, I think it might be bleeding since वो एकदम
Cut,
cut
हाँ,
लगता
हो सकता है.
generally.
17th ओवर में खत्म अभी भी हो सकता है
For
भाई.
a moment I thought that's Andy Flower running.
सब काम मैं ही करूंगा. आ जाओ दिखाता हूँ तुम्हें कैसे करना है.
Then good time to remind people about tomorrow's watch along.
Of course, yeah. So, guys, we will be doing a watch along for tomorrow's evening. I mean, tomorrow's night game, not the evening game. The one between KKR and SRH. So that's happening in Kolkata. Avanish will be back in town, so he'll also be a part of the watch along. So it'll be interesting. I'm not sure who the rest of the panelists are. I'll just keep it a mystery for now. So you guys can come and check it out for yourselves. In the meantime, make sure you've hit the like button if you haven't already, and also please subscribe to cricket.com if you haven't already. But ganda over here, by the way. Na 15 run aa gaya ye.
Expensive one.
Expensive one. That Dubey shot, I don't think I've ever played him. I've ever seen him play that shot. Ever.
I think I've seen him play a couple of
Yeah.
times.
I have.
Yeah.
I don't, matlab pata nahi. Can't recollect that much. But yeah, 70th over mein, by the way, abhi bhi khatam ho sakta hai, like I said. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see.
Last 2 overs में तो जाए.
क्या?
अभी भी.
हाँ.
Last 2 overs में हो. देखते हैं.
हाँ तो 19 तो नहीं बनेगा ना एक ओवर में.
क्यों? इस ओवर में तो 15 ऑलरेडी बन चुका है. एक बॉल बचा है.
हाँ तो 15 हुए ना, 19 तो नहीं हुए.
चौका हो गया तो 19. Very easily possible यार.
चलो 19
Oh
में.
man, seems a bit serious. Yeah, done for the season.
नहीं यार, अच्छा भी खेला है बेचारा.
No, अरे इसीलिए तो बोला आरसीबी मतलब डन फॉर द सीजन ही होगा वो. और क्या ही बोले.
But it's also a very interesting game for Chennai in that sense. You look at Deepak, nah. Mustafidur great. Thikshina, nah.
Not good, yeah.
Jadeja, what do you
Deshpande.
expect of them? Deshpande, oh, sorry. And then you go to the bat, Gaikwad, nah. Then you say Ravindra, okay, yeah, great call. Got a few going his way. Rane did his job. It's not been a game where somebody stood out apart from Mustafidur Rahman for them. Everybody's kind of just found a way to chip in. Shivam as well, Jadeja as well. Small contributions from everyone. I don't think they'll complain, but not quite the well-oiled win that you would possibly
It's been a
fancy.
proper team.
Rusty knock, but a good win if they go on to win this one.
Yeah. A proper team contribution.
Yeah, I think nobody.
Everybody is
yeah.
most of them have chipped in.
Yeah.
I can't say everybody, but
Even
But-
MS had a decent day. Few catches, run out as well.
Thankfully WPL में इतने ड्रॉप कैचेस है कि अभी हर बार
हाँ
बॉल आता है
भाई।
कि लगता है ड्रॉप ही है. ये तो ड्रॉप ही है तो कम से कम वो तो नहीं देख रहे. But Siraj also was very lackluster today. वो तीसरा ओवर भी मतलब he could have been better for sure.
Oh, single.
यार डुप्लेसी को मिड ऑन में भाग लिए यार.
I don't think he was expecting it.
He wasn't. He picked it up late.
Picked up late. Yeah.
शायद एकदम edge पे था, but वो
Yeah.
anticipation नहीं था. He's probably thinking of the next.
18 में 18 सिराज.
I would go to Dayal. Siraj क्या ही करना? I would actually back Dayal and देखते हैं कि क्या है. Like we don't even know Yorker कुछ है कि क्या है. Let's just go.
I think Dayal could even मतलब या तो गेम खत्म हो जाएगा.
गेम तो सिराज ही खत्म करे. सिराज ही खत्म ही करे. ऐसा
इस ओवर में नहीं होगा, but
सिराज it is.
तो इस ओवर में खत्म होने के चांसेस अभी और ज्यादा बढ़ गए.
नहीं, it won't.
ठीक है.
ऐसा 2 to win of 12 types जाएगा and वहां से is that what you're saying?
2 to win off
12 मतलब इस ओवर में ऐसा
नहीं
पूरा 18 नहीं जाएगा but 16
it won't be
जाएगा.
like 16 17.
Arrow has a comment that you might agree with.
अलजारी सारी शॉर्ट बॉल डालेगा क्या स्टंप्स पे तो डालो एक बॉल भाई आरव भाई लेकिन स्टंप्स पे क्यों डालेगा जब बैटर का स्ट्रेंथ वही है कि फुल डालेंगे तो
Yeah, but I've got a point on this. अगर आप if you're consistently bowling short deliveries to someone like Shivam Dube, you're pushing him back deep in the crease, making him anticipate for short balls every delivery. Where's that?
Wait.
Oh,
surprise?
he tried that. Is it a no ball though?
It should be.
He
Or
tried
did-
that. Again,
borderline?
bad game for Siraj. Why na? Not given. Bad game. मतलब this I completely agree with you.
वो
They should have
surprise
slipped.
element ही नहीं है ना.
Yeah.
That's the
You
big error
become
that
very
they had.
predictable. Attempt तो किया बस that's
But
all I
first
can
ball
say.
पे,
हाँ. No, मतलब there.
Marginal
हाँ
लगा मेरे
एकदम
को.
marginal. ठीक है. Not
It's
something either teams can come.
only the tracker can.
Tracker
ट्रैकर तो
यहाँ
नीचे ही
है,
जा रहा है भाई.
Tracker.
ट्रैकर कभी जिंदगी में ऊपर नहीं गया. ओए
Yeah.
फोर. वाओ.
इसी ओवर में खत्म तो हो रहा है इतना तो समझ आ गया. Are you
चलो.
guys doing any afternoon matches? Sunday afternoon को RR का match है. RR hopefully here. Oh, वैसा. Oh, interesting. RR versus it is. I'm trying to think who is it. RR versus LSG. No, RR.
Not quite sure actually.
No, it's GTMI. So it's RR LSG for sure.
हाँ
Yeah.
तो GTMI है तो फिर do you think?
Yeah, exactly, Manan. It's not about
Do
us
you
not
think?
yeah wanting to do RR's games, but GTMI is GTMI, and you
कुछ
know.
है क्या rivalry?
नहीं पता है.
Oh.
क्या हुआ?
One for the
अबे
over.
यार.
भाई कर ले
He
review.
said exactly how you do. अबे यार.
रावत का ऐसा खुशी होके आया कि आउट. मुझे लगा क्या
कह रहा है
हुआ
भाई?
अबे ये लोग बस हंसी मजाक करेंगे कुछ बताएगा कोई बता भी दो कि चल क्या रहा है
यार गलत कैमरा कट कर रहे हैं लोग.
सही में
ऐसा लग रहा है मुझे एक प्रोडक्शन हाउस से कान में चाहिए कि भाई बता रहे कि भाई ये चल रहा है इसके लिए ये लोग ऐसा कर
This
रहे
is
हैं.
where we need that multi-cam.
ओ यार द हीरो क्या
तो वो एक्चुअली वो उनके लिए है ना, अंपायर के लिए,
Oh,
इसके लिए अपने
better.
को नहीं दिख रहा है.
ही इज अटेम्प्टिंग मत
ओए.
फेंक मत फेंक इडियट
दुबे भी
दुबे,
लाइक
आज तेरा भाई मैच
finish
फिनिश करेगा
आज
इस
sports
सीजन 4s मारेगा 6
Six
नहीं
नहीं.
says he so sure why not they're not complaining for sure the fans and the players themselves that is 14 of 14 देखो अगर विकेट जाता है तो धोनी पे आके छक्का तो मार रहा है तो विकेट ही चली जाए
और
उसी बहाने धोनी
Dhoni being Dhoni, you'd be like, okay, Sameer is you're a
Oh.
youngster, finish it off.
ये connect हुआ क्या ये? अबे
नहीं,
mid on
but दोनों ऊपर है.
man he's played this in the
but good shot, very smartly played.
smart exactly very smart four यही ना मतलब
Yeah. I think this I think I could be wrong, but I think innings like these at times help you as a batter because you've had a completely scratchy game, haven't been able to hit more than one or couple of balls in the gap, but then you've been able to survive, take the team home. Just gives you that much more. By next time, maybe it will just help you somewhere to get out of that situation better.
Especially if you remain unbeaten right till the end.
Yeah.
That's going to help a lot.
like
in
this
the
is
games
why
to
right
come.
again Kohli 21 of 20 gets out
Oh,
that's not a wide for sure. Siraj never disappoints us. Suchant and Jagmeet bhai, we're doing the watch along for the KKR Research encounter
Yeah.
tomorrow, which happens in the night. In the afternoon, of course, it's DC versus Punjab in Mullapur Stadium in Chandigarh. So yeah, it's also first for the stadium itself. So let's see how that goes. Dube from the start has gone after short balls, while in the last season he was mostly looking to survive the pacers and attack spin. Is it because RCB has pacers to cover for spin, so has to go after pace? I wouldn't necessarily say he's gone after pace. If anything, last season he did go after pace, right? It's not like he was very defensive against them. एक तो धोनी भाई के
Dhoni
बाल
getting ready.
और वो बाल मतलब it's very
पीछे
interesting.
बेचारा रिजवी देख रहा है उसे. रिजवी
नहीं that's
Oh, that's a
head.
poster.
Yeah.
That's a poster.
Poster.
Yeah. मेरे को भी पहले प्लेयर लगा फिर पता चला कि वो पोस्टर है. But Alzari again, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is
Alzari इस
Alzari.
ओवर में तो खत्म हो जाना चाहिए कायदे से.
That's a better camera angle. Now this could be the
No.
last over.
नहीं एक
यार एक एक भी फुल बॉल इन्होंने
ट्राई नहीं किया ऐसा लग रहा है.
नहीं ट्राई किया, दोनों फुल टॉस.
हाँ मतलब सिराज tried
I've
one.
seen a single Yorker.
Yorker.
There were two attempted Yorkers.
Attempt किया.
but
कौन
not a
सा?
single-
हाँ यशदाल, I know यशदाल ने
सिराज
One
one.
from Siraj.
Siraj.
That was an
then
attempted
two
Yorker.
ना,
That went wrong.
एक और फुल टॉस डाला था ना उसने, so technically सिराज ने 2 डाला है, यशदाल का एक यॉर्कर, he got it right as well in the power play.
Oh, that's the thing. No, that tactic hasn't been right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's probably just relieved Shivam कि भाई मुझे पता ही है
हाँ,
फुल डालेंगे ही नहीं.
Surprise element आ ही नहीं रहा.
Much better. अबे लाइन गलत है यार, बाप
So
रे,
this is
कितना
similar
wide.
ball that Siraj bowled that was wide, right?
Yeah. Okay, too many wides, Joseph and him just.
But this has been the theme of the entire game.
Game मैं वही
Yeah.
बोला 10 wide is what Chennai
We're
bowled.
seeing that scratchiness from
More
both
probably
sides.
from RCB, yeah. But RCB have, again, the thing is, I'm not saying RCB could have won, but too many controllables that they didn't handle. Not just the wides, of course, but a couple of extra runs here, the field placements, just, yeah, could have been better.
And so far just to say 8 wide.
Out?
नहीं 9th होगा wide.
नहीं, wide.
Oh, that was
नहीं है?
a good
Oval
ball.
for the over.
Out, मेरे को लगा कुछ तो लगा, पता नहीं. Dubey has
Deviation
been
जैसा लगा मुझे.
yeah, not going for a useless hoik, believing in himself and taking short balls calmly, says Manan. Fair point. Has looked scratchy, but yeah, like Nikhil Bhai also said, he's not given it away. He still decided to stick in. So that definitely helps, and that is important.
And sometimes it can happen. Like all these shots, one could simply just lob up of the glove,
Yeah.
and it can happen. So and just like this one, this could be caught. It could be 6. Who knows?
6, right?
Yeah.
6. हाँ, बच गया. चलो,
Perfect.
शाबाश.
Connect.
They've been too predictable. Wouldn't you say
Yeah.
that?
बहुत. ये भी मतलब लाइन एक तो गलत है, एक तो क्यों डालोगे?
They've overdone that
Oh,
short stuff.
Yeah.
2 bouncers allowed per
And the
over,
pace
they go
also
for
has
it.
dropped, right? From 143 or 144 to 132. He's not going to.
Yeah.
And again, he's waiting for it.
Yeah,
he knew
knows it.
आज तो वही रहा ना यार, कम से कम एक slower full ball कुछ तो try कर लेते, something to just surprise him, like something. Like if actually I personally think slower full ball अगर डालते ना, even if it was in the slot, Dubey would have struggled because he wouldn't.
Because he would have couldn't
Yeah,
been able to reach.
exactly.
Yeah, early shot खेलता तो भी.
मतलब he
would
wouldn't
have
be
put on-
expecting it, तो
yeah.
एकदम गलत position में होता basically.
Correct.
And where are the Yorkers disappeared?
Oh, finally, but it's too
Four
late.
finishes the game.
Very good.
Nicely done. So 8 balls to spare is what is how it ends. And as expected, of course, the Chennai Super Kings win the tournament opener, defeat the Royal Challengers Bengaluru, of course, at the Chepauk in Chennai. And how would you rate this Dubey knock? All in all, that's actually very well done, right?
I don't, without going too hard, too harsh or too low, I think 7.5 is a fair number. 7.5 because he stuck in, didn't give it away, was able to, they've reviewed it.
So the game is not officially over since they've
Okay.
reviewed it.
Pitching he outside है, मतलब ऐसे umpires call भी नहीं होने वाला, outside है. But finally, he also got the Yorker right. But क्या फायदा?
Line wise, wapas.
Yeah,
और
line,
देखो,
yeah.
this is a good time to see how far back he
That's
is.
the point. He's been pushed back.
कितना पीछे
वही।
खड़ा है शिवम, घर बना के बैठा है वहाँ पे.
एक तो उसके
गधे है
feet
ना?
हिलते नहीं. He's stuck in a cement.
Completely, yeah. That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, but then would you agree with the 7.5 for Shivam? Or maybe it's
Out
too
of
high?
10. Wait, एक तो अल्ट्राज के बिना देख क्या रहे हो यार? अल्ट्राज कहाँ गया? इससे क्या पता लग रहा है तुम लोगों को?
Oh, now
It's
we have a
missing
cam.
ना, एक तो it's missing.
भाई एक स्टंप तो दिख रहा है और इतना बड़ा तो है.
प्लेयर खुद भाग चुके हैं.
अरे आउटसाइड ले गए ये, वही तो बोला.
वही बोला. एक तो ये क्या टेढ़ा क्यों हो गया ये? Is that going to be how? Is that the graphic now? Oh, अपने को अभी umpires का भी दिख रहा है भाई. Edit कैसे कर रहे हैं? Six.
but चलिए, thank you. Yeah, we were talking about Shivam's
Yep.
number.
Yeah, probably around 6.5. He did well to hang around. Was tested with the short balls. Scratchy tha,
Yeah.
clearly. But he did the job. That's important.
Exactly, and that's what's important. That's what CSK has always sort of,
Yeah.
depended on. Ki boss just come up with performances that help the team, and that's
Yeah.
pretty much what they've done. Almost all of them got stats. I don't think, everyone got stats. Not
Yeah.
a single player who got out early. Gaikwad 15, Ravindra 37, Daryl Mitchell 24, Rahane 20s,
Yeah.
Jadeja 20s, and now of course Shivam Dubey 34. So that's again a fantastic performance from Chennai Super Kings. Something we discussed over the course of the game as well. A through and through team performance.
Yeah.
No one really stood out. Maybe again you can sort of look at it both ways, but CSK would, since they come out of the game with 2 points in hand,
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be complaining. RCB on the other hand, as expected, matlab bowling काफी mediocre था to say the least. Mayank Dagar did show a bit of promise, but
Yeah.
it was unfortunate कि Dubey and
Couldn't have
Jadeja were paired, so he couldn't really come in to bowl there. Apart from that, Yashwal with the new ball looked good, looked promising for sure. Something RCB will be happy about. Anuj Rawat with the bat, that was definitely a revolution.
Biggest positive.
Yeah, 100%. So that's something they'll be happy about. DK and Faf's form, something we spoke about in the preview as well. Last year, DK wasn't good. Faf off late hasn't played a lot of cricket. So good to see both of them do well as well. And now also coming to the all-important prediction contest winner. Of course, we have a winner, like we mentioned. Koi baat nahi if you don't get it bang on. The closest without getting over also stands to win a cool hamper from True Elements. And the lucky winner for the tournament opener is RK Cricket Talkies. If I'm getting the name right, that is. Producer Saab, just help us out with that. So congratulations on getting yourself a cool hamper from True Elements. So just get in touch with us on Twitter. Just DM us and we'll do the needful. So congratulations on that. And once again, guys, a reminder for you. Tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. sharp, unlike today, we will be here doing the watch-along for the KKR SRH encounter. It is Pat Cummins versus Mitchell Stark. SRH is coming with a new unit. There's also Gautam Gambhir now coming back to the Kolkata Knight Riders. A lot of interesting things to watch out for. And importantly, Avanish will also be back in the studio. So fingers crossed, we'll be in for yet another humdinger of a game. Okay, I wouldn't say yet another. We're in for at least the first humdinger of this tournament. Until then, it's a goodbye from all of us here at cricket.com. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
See you.